Nongshim were so clear-cut in their roles. But of course, you also have another drastic roster change here in Team Secret. This is the biggest one that they've been through so far because Jesse Bash was such a core member of that original roster, and now he's taking a backseat, and this is the first time in the team's history that they are breaking away from an all-Pinoy squad.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, this kind of change was a long time coming. Team Secret have always been that middle of the pack team, and now I feel like they're pushing to be better than ever. A full overhaul here with 3 new players coming in. I mean, what I want to touch on really quick is Kelly S, who moved across from Global. So he's the only one of these kind of new hires that had played in this kind of tier 1 scene.
Yeah, I think Team Secret need to be paying Global a scouting fee at this point because they're the only ones who are actually taking a chance on some of this Filipino talent. They're just doing the job of their own scouts. They are keeping things very Southeast Asian, though. Zespu coming in from Singapore. Nizzy's coming in as the second Vietnamese player to grace us here in Pacific behind Crazy Guy over there on RRQ. Envy was a staple. He has been the best player on Team Secret in quite a while. I'd imagine he's going to continue to put up numbers. And for Wild Oreo, he's been kind of flexible around the roles, playing some op, playing some duelist, playing some of this and that. So we'll see how he will settle into this team. But I think, yeah, I agree, Kelly S is going to be a player to keep your eye on. And as far as I understand it, he's not going to be IGLing like he was on Global. It's going to be Zesbu who is listed as the team IGL. So I want to see if Kelly S can even put up better numbers than he was on Global because he had some pretty decent games in Pacific.
And let's remember that Zesbu, he is flex, but he is primarily a duelist by heart, right? So does that mean that we get that duelist IGL for Team Secret?
It's quite interesting if that's going to be the case. Duelist IGL is not particularly common. I do remember Zespu on that run. He's very familiar with this Nongshim team, playing for Boom Esports in Ascension Jakarta, and he was mostly playing controller. So we'll see how he settles into the duelist role here, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would be surprised if he's on too much duelist. The reason we don't see it, like IGLing from a duelist is difficult because you have to be that spearhead. You have to be in these fast, high-pressure situations, and you can't really read the map as a whole like you can on something like that controller or initiator role when you're a little bit further back. So if he is able to pull that off, mad respect, but I am curious to see where he ends up.
I mean, it is something that is somewhat meta, I would say, in other TAC FPS games where you do have your IGL who plays a bit more of a sacrificial entry, but particularly here in Valorant where the roles are very defined by agents specifically, and you need your duelist to frag and snowball in a lot of different cases. There's a reason why you construct your lineup around your star player being the duelist. It's definitely less common for a reason.
Yeah, there may have been a brief time in the meta where it was possible, but it's not very common for a very good reason. And we look at what have the graphics team looked up again. Veterans disguised as newbies. Oh, right, our 23-year-old veteran. Once again.
I mean, look, honestly, for RB, he has probably got more experience than all other 9 players in this server. I don't believe any of these other players have been in very many international events at all. Nizzy coming in from challenges, playing in SE8 challenges and Vietnamese challenges previously. Zespu, as we mentioned, second at Pacific, runner-up. Unfortunately, wasn't kept on the Boom roster because DOS9 exists at the end of the day. And then Kelly S as well. We just seen him Pacific debut in kickoff there for Global Esports.
Yeah, they've played these games before, people. That's how you have to say it. I mean, all of these players know Valorant inside and out. They've been here for a very long time. So even if they might be coming in technically as rookies, as these newer players, I still think these are very good changes with, you know, good heads on their shoulders, I would say.
Yeah, it's 2 fresh beginnings for both of these teams, right? And for RB coming into Nongshim...
Ayan! Mic test! Ayan, test! Sabi mo sisigaw? Mic test. Okay, alam niyo naman ngayon, TS versus Nongshim.
TS versus Leo Miho.
TS ako, kalabanin ko sarili. Tamo naman. Ayoko sabayan yan, baka magalit kayo eh. Alam niyo na.
Hi guys!
Lakas talaga bunganga niyan eh. Ako, chill lang ako.
So, ikaw na lang interviewin ko. So, ano pong game for today sa VCT?
Valorant siya. Team Secret versus Nongshim.
Nongshim? Di ba ano yun?
Korean team.
Noodles yun?
Yes, noodles. Okay, so ngayon makikita natin kung ano nga ba mga pasabog ng Team secret natin ng roster ngayon, di ba? Ito yung first nila ng stage 2.
Yup.
Nakita niya, ito si Sandy. Ewan ko ba't sakit sa tenga
Dito lang naman ako guys para manood
Okay,
at
okay.
mag-cheer pero wala naman talaga akong balak na mang-bash.
Okay.
Malamang TS to, edi yung ating survival.
Si Drew McIntyre, shoutout from Laguna. Puta, nasa WWE ka, bakit nasa Laguna ka, Drew McIntyre?
Ewan ko din.
Maika, what's up? Share niyo live natin. Sa mag-share ng live natin, kikis ni Sandy.
Kikis ni Leo Miho, guys!
Kikis ni Sandy!
Tatayo na si Leo Miho!
Kikis ni Sandy!
Share guys!
Share
Tatayo na si
share
Leo
live
Miho.
natin. Parang happy tayo. So, naka-live din pala tayo sa... Facebook lang ba? Naka-live doon tayo sa
Hindi,
Twitch?
naka-live tayo sa Twitch, sa
Naka-live ba tayo sa Twitch?
Ikaw!
Ako?
Ang alam ko! Nag-notif sa akin eh, hindi ka ba sure? Ito.
Let's go! Si Arniel Joy, what's up? Vince Adrian, Rodney Bagay. Okay, si Super Bass pala to. Sample niya, Super Bass.
Wala tayong sound.
Ay, tinanggal! Tinanggal may sound
Wala, oy!
Si tinanggal!
Wala akong pinagtitripan dyan, di nga ako
Tinanggal
marunong
nga
yan
ni
eh.
Sir. May sound sana yan
Ganun
Sayang.
ba? Wait, check ko yung sayo ha.
Don Billion, shoutout, Idol Leo Mio daw, yun, Miko Kanoy, shoutout ko na yung mga solid team secret supporter dyan.
Shoutout sa inyo! Leo Miho, baka datnan ka dyan ha. Sabi ni Kel, shoutout sa'yo. OMG, 2 women in 1 frame, imnida.
Sabihin mo lalaki ko, pagtanggol mo ako, di ba? Natatawa ka rin nakukonsinti ko
Guys, huwag kayong mako-confuse, babae po lalaki po talaga siya. Lalaki po talaga siya.
The Rain Eboho, shoutout test. So, ano prediction nyo? Akit 2-0. Team Secret panalo, ikaw.
Syempre, ganun din. Hindi
Weh.
na nila pagbibigyan yan. Hindi
Weh.
sila makakaisa.
Ano yung score ng first map?
Oh, wow. that was a wonderful question. Next question,
Prediction
please.
mo nga sa first map, ano yung score?
Siguro, syempre.
13-0.
Siguro mga 12-1. Kasi papagbigyan niya pa. Oo, ganun lang.
Kasi lagi magiging 13-1.
Oo.
Oh, yun pala. Medyo pinainit din pala ng Team Secret kasi magbibigay ng 1.
Oo.
Yun.
Live kakots, sabi ni Jay Baited.
Ay, live ba ako sa Twitch?
Oo,
Ay, live
talaga.
mo. Ay, Kido, nice. O, sige. Maaga tayo, guys. Samahan nyo kami dahil, watch party ngayon. Check natin kung anong mga pasabog ng ating team ngayon. Okay?
Yup.
Sana manalo sila, pero alam ko, bilib ako sa mga yan. Kila Zes, kila Kelly, kila Nizi, kila Oreo. Siyempre, kay Imbi. Di ba? Paano pa pag nandun ako? Isipin mo, ako yung sinab. Kuwari, nagka-injury. Tapos, kailangan namin sub.
Alam mo, konti na.
Leo Miho, in.
Tatapalam ko na yung bibig mo. Malapit na.
Hindi ka ba bilib sa tutok ko?
Hindi.
Pino?
Sorry, hindi. Para kasing naangat-angatan kita eh. Kailangan mo pang sumabay sa akin. Hindi, minsan kasi sa buhay, hindi ka palaging angat-angat. Gulong lang yan eh. Minsan nasa taas ka, minsan nasa baba. Ako yung nagpapahambol sa'yo. Guys, minsan lang tumahimik si Leo sa live. Tingnan nyo.
Bakit naman nilalaglag mo ako? I-hype mo naman.
Sorry coach. Coach nga pala kita, mental coach.
Leo Miho, in niya. Ayaw mo.
Okay.
Walang iyang buhay naman, oo.
Okay na. Masaya ka na, oh.
Cute ni Sandy, nakasalamin. Tang na mocha, saka tang na orange. Masarap. Diba? Masarap yun. Masarap yan!
Diyos ko po. Shoutout kay Adams!
Ninyo Bondok, wala akong pakialam sa pagmumukha mo, no? Manood ka na lang, no? Tapos supportahan mo yung Team Secret. Hintik ka Madadali tayo ng mga pabugsubog ng damdamin na ganyan.
Shoutout kay Kel, our number 2 viewer sa TikTok. Leo Miho, sali ka Olympic tapos salihan mo marathon. Anong masasabi mo doon? Okay guys. Na-silent treatment po tayo for today's live. Huwag nyo kasing ginaganyan si Leo!
Kuwari ka pang galit na unatawa mo, tas late yung reaction mo sa galit. Mas natutuwa ka nga sa kino-comment nila eh.
Wait lang.
O, tinan mo, tuwang-tuwa yung mga viewer mo.
Wait lang.
Diba?
Kuya Ben, ang ganda ng bagong kanta mo, yung Saranggola. Ay, Diyos ko.
Ito ba kasama to? Makapag-watch party ba tayo ng matino? Makapag-watch party ba natin si Coach?
Minusend ako sa'yo.
Oh my God! Ano ba yan?
Shoutout naman po, Ma'am Sandy kay, shoutout kay AG Guave. Shoutout kay Kel. Shoutout kay Mark Lester Malang Manzano. Yup.
Shoutout po, nakalimutan mag-airdrop. Ay, i-drive ko na lang kay Jace Nepomuceno, ang ating, ang susi para mag-gold na si Coach. No, ang lalakas, hindi nyo masali sa akin, lang yan. Ang lalakas nyo, ba't di kayo sumasali sa akin?
Throat. Shoutout, Sandy. Shoutout kay Meowzer.
Nakakatuwa yung nakasalamin, pwede ka ba ligawan? Eto babae dito eh! Ito na lang!
Uy,
Ito isimp nyo!
Pwede kayo ligawan ng lalaki.
Eh, lalaki rin yung nagtanong eh. Alam nga mo, pumayag ako, lalaki ko. Kita mo, pati yung ano mo, balahura, pati mga viewer mo, 2 chicks.
Bakit? Hindi ko na mabasahin. Ay, Diyos ko.
Walang kakwenta-kwenta talaga. Yan ang mga susuporta, yung suporta lang talaga. Yung suporta lang talaga, guys. Yung walang panggagago ba. Pati Ben and Ben nandyan, oh. Tawa-tawa, oh.
Hindi na! Hindi na talaga.
Shoutout kay Victor
Madrio.
Madrio. Shoutout mo rin pag sinoutout ko. Shoutout mo rin, okay?
Shoutout kay Victor Madrio, sabi niya. First Australia, shoutout. Wow.
Mukhang lalaki yung nakasalamin. Natural lalaki!
Leo Miho, cute mo go. Cute ka raw. O, payag ka na nun. At least hindi maganda. Diba? Cute ka raw. Paano yung pa-cute? Ribi-chan! Siya ba yung sa Pepito Manaloto, yung anak ni Pepito? Ha? Yung babae? Ano ang pangalan ng anak ni Pepito? Pepito Manaloto. Wow! Nasaan yun? Daughter. Si Clarissa! Wow! Wow, same. Ay, hindi makita. Same face ba, guys? Same lang ba? Let me know. Lumapit ka kasi, pakita mo.
Nalayo! Ang layo! Tungtuwa ka. Tamo, hindi mo pinagtatanggol eh. Hindi talaga tamang nandito ka eh. Yung mental health ko guys eh. Kayo nababasa ko lang sa comment. Eto sul-sul. Naririnig ko o tabi ko pa.
Uy, parang Xerox
Diba?
copy lang daw tayo. Change
Sure
yata.
win na naman ba? O yan dito pala si Caster Bill eh. Shoutout Caster Bill. Sure win to, TS.
Shoutout po.
TS to boss, di ba? TS to, TS.
Ate Sandy may dalaw po ata kasama nyo ngayon.
Matatawag ba rin bang adobo gang to kung may import tayong dalawa? Oo, basta pakainin mo rin ng adobo. Oo, di ba?
Basta
Adobo
pusong-
gang.
Basta pusong Pinoy.
Adobo gang. Basta papakainin mo, subukan mo ng adobo. Adobo gang na yun, pre.
Hindi naman ibig sabihin taga ibang bansa, di ba? Hindi na siya pwede.
Hindi pwede yun.
Pwede namang pusong Pinoy lang, okay na.
Yun, pusong Pinoy kasi napamahal sila sa Pinoy.
Pakurit nga sa pisngi, Leo Miho.
Huwag mo basahin yung mga yung mga magpapa-shoutout na nga lang. Shoutout mo daw si shoutout
Shoutout
Radio.
sa'yo! Ano ba yun? Sino ba yun?
Si Mel.
Shoutout Mel! Na double L. Gagi, huwag mong tripan si Leo Miho. Baka mag-walkout yan. Binabasa ko lang. Diba, kailangan nating makicommunicate sa ating mga viewers.
Bakit ba guys, ba't ba? Ang dami-dami kong nakasama ng chicks Ba't ito ba?
Ano daw?
Pakisampal naman kay Leo Mio, nakakapikon lang itsura. Ang sama
Guys!
mo naman, Paul.
Pag naka 2,000 viewers tayo, sasampalin ko sila yung...
2,000 viewers, baka gawin ng mga yan. Alam mo naman, si Raulo netizen ngayon.
2,000 viewers nang nagsastay kayo for 1 minute, sasampalin ko po sila yung miho. 2,000 viewers, guys. As in, nagsistay ha, tapos kailangan picturean ko. Tapos, i-comment ko sa live ko sa Facebook, tapos kapag naka 2,000 viewers
Hindi ako
tayo.
natutuwa.
Saka ako sasampalin sila yung miho, guys.
Hindi ako
Legit
natutuwa.
to.
Hindi ako natutuwa. Adobong balot. Let's go. Pakainin ng adobo yung mga yan. Yeah, boy! K-Win, Impron, yan. Di ba ganun sana? Suportado mo yung Team Secret. Kasi ako, mga na-condition ko na yung mga yan eh. Medyo napapractice na nila yung inner peace.
Di ba ikaw yung mental coach?
Oo, inner peace niya dapat ang ano mo dyan. Para hindi ka kakabahan. Di ba?
So, anong masasabi mo ngayon sa game nila? And paano mo, kunyari, nagkaroon sila ng a little bit of duda sa sarili nila. Paano mo i-handle yun as their coach?
Sasapakin. Hindi.
Ang gago!
Hindi, ano mo lang yun, sasabihin mo, the sun's getting down, the sun's getting real low, stay humble, stay calm, breathe some air, sun's going down, sun's getting real low, ganun, kakalma na yun.
Ay, ganun ba
Hindi
yun?
mo alam yung reference na yun?
Hindi.
Guys, yung nakakalam ng reference na yun, sun's going down, sun's getting real low, di ba pampakalma yun?
Uy, naku ko. Mawa ka naman daw.
Dexy left the group. Guys, eto, alam nyo, wala akong baki dito! Sa inyo na, pinamimigay ko na.
Guys, pinamimigay niya ako
Sample daw, super bass, ala nakaugot kasi yung natin eh. Promise ko
Paano ba ito
nakasaksak
yan?
yun.
Paano ba ito isasaksak?
Ano saan ba yung wire niyan? Kunin mo, line mo.
Natatakot.
Ilahin mo.
Natatakot ako!
Ilahin mo lang! Natatakot ako! Ilahin mo lang!
Eto na. Yan! Sinabi ko na sa'yo! Natatakot ako! Para ka... Ay! Diyos ko! Ayoko na! Bahala ka na! Hindi ko na tawa.
Ala guys nahugot yung dependot ko with sound. Kung nakasaksak yun, may super bass kasi doon. Nung nag-collab kami noon, inano ko yun eh.
Hindi ko talaga narinig.
Hindi narinig, nagmukha akong tanga. Walang niya talaga si Sandy. Swerte talaga pag kasama ko. Swerte ako kawawa pag kasama ko to eh.
Mama mo! Kawawa!
Leo Mio, pit check tayo. Tayo ka nga.
Ikaw nga. Fit check. Ayaw mo ba?
Hindi na ako tatayo. Tatawa-tawa ka na naman eh. Iba na naman meaning mo eh. Di ba? Di ba? Ganyan ka ba sa akin talaga, Sandy?
Uy, hindi ha. Mabait naman ako sa'yo, aminin mo. Minsan nga lang. Pero at least, nagiging mabait ako sa'yo. Pero pag mga ganitong, wala talaga.
Matic 2-0, sabi ni JB. Matic yan.
Talaga?
Television ko eh.
Talaga. Pag basta si coach ang mental coach, talagang matik panalo yan, guys. Diyan lang ako nagiging honest sa kanya. Pero kapag dating sa mga ibang bagay, hindi na ako naging mabait sa kanya. Pero pag talagang si mental coach, guys, so, hindi na dapat kayo magduda pa. Leo, may humukha kang lollipop. Girl power pala tong live na to. Patugtog ka na nga man ng A Man Who Can't Be Moved, Sandy. Fave song ni Leo yan. Tumboy po ba yung nakasalamin? Oh, wow. Alam mo kung meron lang na ito, papasayawin ka talaga kita.
Ikaw sasayaw, ikaw si Super Bass eh. Ako sasayaw? Ikaw si Super Bass, ako sasayaw. Pwede ba yun?
Rock your body.
Wala.
Anak mo ba yun?
Ayoko na ulitin yun. Ayoko na. Hayop na yan. Pag natalo TS coach, magkikrip walk ka. Angel May Mendoza! Lumayas ka sa live ko! Ay, hindi. Stay ka na lang.
Bigla. Akala ko ba ayos?
Walang niya eh.
So,
Pag nanalo TS, magkikrip walk. May ganun na ba ngayon? Sa lahat na napanood nyo nag-watch party, may leader na ba?
Ikaw yung first nagagawa nun. Try mo lang.
Creep walk.
Oh. Guys, dead lang dito sa mga katabi ko. Huwag natin silang... Guys, pag napikon si Leo, okay lang yun. Kasi hindi niya naman ako mahahabol pag tumakbo ko, di ba? Isang tumbling nga, Sandy. Uy, akala ko si Leo. Grabe kayo. Pag moonwalk kay Leo, Oo nga, ba't di mo gawin yun?
So, hindi kita mahahabol, ganun.
Oh, ay, wala ko sinasabi.
Hindi kita mahabol.
Wala ko sinasabi!
Totoo naman. So, ganun na pala tayo ngayon. No?
Wala ko sinasabi talaga.
So, may sama ka ba ng loob sa akin?
Actually, minsan.
Okay naman tayo bago mag-start to, ah.
Actually, minsan lang. Pero, bonding with Papa ba yan? Uy, Papa naman kita. At least di Mama. Di ba? Oh, cute-cute naman ng chinita na yan. Oh! Ah!
Paano pag naging zombie si Leo, mamamatay siya sa gutom?
Paano pag hinabol ka ng mga zombie? Tapos yung gamit mo yung wheelchair mo, tapos tayo. Ganun ka lang kabagal lang. Hala, may zombie!
Nung nag-host ako, kawawa ako hanggang ngayon!
Pero oo nga, paano pag nagka-zombie apocalypse, anong una mong gagawin? Bibili ka ba ng much faster na na wheelchair or ano? Pipilitin mo
Zombie apocalypse, naisip mo pang mag-shopping?
Eh, bakit?
Kukuha ka ng mga Armalite nun.
Kesa mag-bike ka, di ba?
Kawawa talaga ako, guys. Ngayon nakikita nyo na kung paano ako wala talagang pagmamahal kahit konti si Sandy eh. Wala talaga. Gustong-gusto niya na nangyari to. Okay pa naman kami kanina eh.
Tingin nga sa wheelchair. Wala, guys. Tinapong ko.
Atras tayo.
Ah, sige. Yes! Tapos tayo ka. May tulak mo rin.
Uy, siraw! Uy! Ay, gagawa. Wag! Sira ulo ka! Sira ulo, hanip na babae to. Sira ulo!
Ayos to, guys. Parang ang sarap mo pala pagtripan mo.
Sira ulo, hanip!
Mag-vlog pala tayo, tapos ako yung dolobatin natin yung wheelchair mo para naka-manual siya.
Hanip ka, sira
Tapos
ulo
ako
ka.
yung bahala sa wheelchair mo. Kasi guys, ano daw doon sa wheelchair mo? Automatic ba yun? Manual, automatic.
Ba't puro leg jokes kay coach? Gapang ka nga, coach, maiba lang.
Try mo nga. Hindi mo ba nagawa sa content ko yan ever? Siguro 3 million views sa kagad yun.
May kilala, alam mo, may kilala akong mambabarang.
Uy.
May kilala akong mambabarang eh. So, di man lang ako makaganti sa'yo kasi di kita mahabol eh. Ma?
Hoy, hindi. Marami din akong kakilala. Ipaprotect nila ako no matter what. Swerte mo lang yung... Hala! Ano daw?
Yung Mio Tuna de. Ano yun?
Ano yun? Handstand ka nga. Uy, try mo yun. Kaya mo yun.
Kawawa na naman talaga ako, guys. Ba't ganito? Watch party? Ano to eh? Parang kinikengkoy ako sa watch party na to eh. Di ba?
Uy, hindi naman.
Ang daming babae dyan. Ba't ba si Sandy pa?
Eh, bakit ba? Swerte ka na nga eh. Ako na nga yung kasama mo eh. Nagreklamo ka pa.
Yung mental health ko, Sandy. Pababa na pababa eh.
Oh, sorry.
Manood na lang tayo.
Sige na nga. Nood na tayo.
Ikaw.
Hindi yung puro... Ito ba?
Ayan na! Ito ba? Mas maganda ba to? Yung sa game na miss. Hindi, ito muna.
Na lang muna. Ay, palta-palta na lang natin.
Ito na, adobo gangster! Arr! Ala yan, mahina. Ala, mas pogi yung kabila. Ala yan. Ala yan.
Si Dambi? Di ba si Dambi yung TikToker tsaka vlogger?
Nasingit mo kayo.
Persia. Oo na! Nongshim. Grabe.
Wasakin natin, Nongshim. Kanino ka ba?
Uy, TS talaga
TS
ako.
ka? Huwag ka na
Matik.
mag-re-react.
Ay, ano ba?
Wag!
Di naman naman ito shot!
Oo!
TS pa ako! Okay, guys.
Ayan na. Si Idol! Nakita mo?
What the?
Sayang hindi lalaro si Idol.
Kaya, di ba? Sabi mo pa naman,
Wala akong sinabi. Huwag mo na ituloy. Huwag mo na ituloy.
Sige.
Huwag mo na ituloy.
Pero sa totoo lang, sinong pinaka-idol mo sa kanila lang?
Jessie Batch.
Nandiyan ka si Sir! Alam ko namang idol mo yun eh! Ako si Sir Invi talaga.
Si Indy.
Oo.
Sa akin ngayon, si kay Zess muna ako eh.
Sige.
Ano muna si Indy? Kasi si Zess talaga, nung nakasama ko yan,
Bakit? Solid ba?
sobrang ingay.
Nakakatawa siya.
Kay Zess muna, tiwala ako sa kanya eh.
Uy, bakit wala ka dyan? Ikaw yung coach!
Hindi, online lang kasi pagka daw kasama nila ako mismo dyan, parang daya daw yun sa kanila.
Okay.
Kasi masyado daw iba yung strategy ko eh.
Totoo.
So, medyo lugi kalaban pag nandun ako mismo.
Tsaka
Malay
baka
mo,
magmukhang bias
minsan,
talaga.
tayong dalawa nandun, di ba?
Ayun o. Sa
Okay,
TS
okay,
yung
okay.
Ascent. Defense pa rin.
Okay.
Ay, lahat defense.
Ay, mga gusto ko yung ano na yan.
Uy,
Pero
ay-
sa Ascent, ayoko kay Ascent eh. Mas trip
Ayoko
ko yung
ng
Loto sa Sunset.
Sunset favorite ko.
Sunset favorite ko din.
Tsaka Icebox talaga. Pero dati pag naglalaro sila, madalas ko napapanood is nasa Icebox eh. Lego! Oo na.
Oo na.
Wala kaming... Uy.
Kasi Wild Oreo. Alam mo, tinanong ko minsan si Wild Oreo. Sabi ko, mahilig ka ba sa Oreo?
Oo nga.
Sabi niya, tingin mo. Oo. Tapos tinanong ko pa siya kung na-try na niya yung Oreo. Kasi Oreo nilalagay
Bakit wild?
Wild ka eh.
Okay.
Tinanong ko pa siya minsan kung yung Oreo na-try na niya. Kasi Oreo, di ba, sa gatas?
Oo.
Tinanong ko kung nasawsaw na niya yun sa gatas ng kalabaw.
Seryoso ka ba? Yung fresh?
Umo.
Umo!
Umo, si Wild Oreo, nasawsaw yung
Bakit?
Oreo sa gatas ng kalabaw.
Bakit?
Ewan.
Uy, wait lang. Si Sir Evie nakasoba,
Ay, soba.
Neon, Cypher.
Ay, men, Neon. Zizes, naka-Neon, okay. Cypher. Breach, okay. Maganda to. Maganda.
Solid
Kaso
yan.
may Viper yung kabila. Tsaka deadlock. So, very good. Lipat tayong camera pag game na.
Sige. Deadma! Babae ba yung kasama mo? Paulit-ulit, hindi nga po siya babae.
Kay Win Impron. Tiwala ka, ito na yun.
Talaga.
Kita mo, nanonood tayo ng Valorant, pero ako pa rin pinuputak eh.
Ay, hindi. Ganun ka kasi nila kamahal eh. Diba?
Si Jess!
Oh.
Ay na, let's go team! Let's go! Kayo,
Excited na siya, excited na
hindi,
siya.
mukhang kinakabahan nga eh. Pero sana hindi siya kabahan. Pag ganun ang ngiti mo. Nababasa ko kasi takong eh, pagkabado.
Grabe ka na
nung nag-ghost
talaga.
ako, nakita mo kabado
Mental
ako.
coach ka talaga.
Hindi, nababasa ko talaga. Sana mawala yung ganong
Seryoso
itsura
ba
ng
talaga
mukha.
yan? Parang hindi
Pag
kita-
medyo may ngiti ka ng... may kaba ng konti yun eh. Sana mawala yun. Alam ko timpla ng tao. Manik, dito tayo. Game, full
sige.
game. Hindi, nagsasalita pa sila boss eh. Baka sabihin bastos tayo.
Ay, di sorry sa inyo.
Shoutout sa mga nanonood dyan ng mga balahura. Baka naman supportahan nyo ang ating team. Team Secret, guys. Supportahan nyo si Coach. Ang mga kinoach ko. Ito na, Adobo Gang. Okay? Stage 2 na to.
Yup!
Team Secret versus Nongshim. Dudurugin nila yan.
Iniinis ka namin pero love ka namin. Diba? Sabi sa'yo.
Hindi, alam ko naman yung mga balahura dyan. Balahura lang yan. Huwag lang kayo magiging basher. Iba ang balahura sa basher at tita.
Babasahin ako. Sandy, pag nag-champion ba, Team Secret dyan, magbibigay ba si Leo ng standing ovation sa kanila? What do you think? Ay, guys, silence means yes. So, yeah.
Hindi pwedeng, sitting ovation lang. Kasi naintindihan nyo naman siguro. Yeah.
Kaya mo naman siguro yung handstand na sinasabi nila kanina. So, probably, kaya mo.
Manood ka na lang!
Manood ka na lang!
Yan, manood ka na lang.
Sige, game.
Okay, game na. Ayan.
11.
Ay, matay! Ay,
Wala pa.
Wala pa.
Wala pa. Paka-excited mo.
Wala pa, pasok.
5 seconds to start pa nga lang.
Sorry!
Iinis sa'yo.
Wasak to si Persia sa si Dambi sa si Abby.
Sino kayang makaka-first kill? TS yan. Pakiramdam ko si Wild Oreo. Uy!
Teka. Hindi
Nako.
hindi TS yun.
Nako.
Okay, Wild Oreo, nice!
Down na guys si Dambi.
Nice. Sige, pistol round. Nice!
Sapa! Ay, nako.
Nice.
Nako.
Ow! Oh my gulay, doki doki.
3 versus 2
Nizi
na lang,
versus Zes, kaya mo yan, Nizi. I trust you all my life, bro. You can do
Bakla
it,
meron!
Nizi. Nizi, Zes.
Planting, ate!
You can do it. Nizi and Zes, you can do it. Nasa elbow, yung dalawa.
Sige, diyan ka lang,
Mag-isa si Zes. Kinaya ni Zes isa. 2v2 na lang po yan. Kaso po si Zes. Zes, I trust you all my life. Zes! Zes! Nice! 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 Nice!
Nice.
I told you, bro. Zes is hungry. Okay.
Uy, parang galing na ni Nizi doon, ha?
Ang galing ni Nizi doon. Kumbaga maganda yung call nila
Oo.
doon. Maganda.
Good evening, ladies. Thank you so much.
Ladies, siya lang babae rito.
Alam mo, buti na lang may tubig ako dyan. Ipod nga.
Ipod.
Oh! Move.
Dasog. Move. Oh, hindi. Putar gisa. Ipod. Dahil. Nice one! Pistol round lang yaon.
Pero anong gamit mong pistol? Pistol
May
ng
baril
PS,
na siya.
no?
Pistol ng TS? Ano
Ako
pa ba?
rin.
Doon ako sa pinakamaganda.
Ako rin.
Saka nagpapaganda ng aim yun.
Ah, yun. Ganun ba yun? Oh, sige. Oh, dito guys, sila sa B. Yo! Saan kayo punta na ka?
Okay, fake B yun, fake B. Fake B yun, nakikiramdam yung Nongshim dito.
Oo.
Doon nag-smoke yung Viper. Okay, doon nag-smoke yung Viper. Ayan.
Sandy and Chariz, solid collab. True. Napaka-solid talaga.
Manood ka na lang muna, Sandy. Huwag mong binabasa yung mga walang katuturan na ganyan, no?
Dapat kasi nakikiconnect ka rin sa mga viewers mo.
Ayan! Nice one, Zes! Oy! Nice one, Zes! 2-0! Okay. Wait mo lang, Zes. I trust you all my life. I told you. Okay, stuck na kayo ngayon dyan. Lintik kayo.
Wala!
Okay, gulay. Nakachamba yun. Nakachamba yung Arvin.
Okay lang.
Nakachamba. Nasambahan si Zes.
Okay lang
Nachambahan
yun.
si Zes. Chamba yun.
Sana maubos oras talaga nila, oh.
Nachambahan yun. Maganda na nga yung pwesto ng TS doon. Kumbaga kupot na tong Nongshim dito.
You know, they only have 35
4v3,
seconds.
kayang-kaya nyo yan, boy. Nizi, kayang-kaya mo yan.
Sa kanila na talaga to.
Tutukan mo ng camera. Hindi
Grabe,
makakapasok
pakiramdam
yan. Ayan na, sumisilip na po yung soba.
Sige!
Pasok na po sila dito! Rat! Oh my God, naunahan siya. Naman! Isa lang! Isa lang! Isa lang! Isa lang! Isa lang! Sige! Alam yan! Isa lang! Nice!
Lego!
I told you 2-0.
Easy lang.
Ang galing ni Inbi doon, nadalawan pa niya. Ang ganda.
Di man lang napagod. Di man
Alam mo,
lang
nakapagod-pagod. Kasi nga, si coach ang nagturo. Ako, hindi nga ako na-pressure ng mga ganyan. Hindi ako na-pressure ng mga ganyan, bro.
Sige, kwento mo yan.
Maniwala ka naman.
Oh, ay, naniniwala ako. Replay. Ito si Zes. Nakaisa pala siya bago siya mag-go away. Oh, lapit talaga ni Inbi, no? Sabi sa'yo, idol ko talaga.
Hindi, magaling kasi lahat yan. Kumbaga yung connection nila ng mukha nila, yun talaga. Ayun si Idol. Pogi.
Uy, napapagian ka na. Masama na yan. Hindi ko nakita. Sino si Idol talaga?
Hindi mo nakita. Andun, nag-peace bump pa.
Hindi.
Sama coach.
Hindi, sayang.
Concentrated all across middle. Team Secret pushing up front. Dampy holds out from tiles though.
Okay. Oh my gulay. Okay lang yan. Kalma boys.
Secret have pushed all the way
Okay,
through.
kalma boys. 3v4,
Also-
kayang-kaya. Winnable. Wilder, Zes, and Kelly S.
Buhay pa si Zes.
Kayang-kaya. Boy si Zes, boy ang tatlo. Boy
Yan,
ang
meron
Team
dyan.
Secret. Hanggat di natatalo, kayang-kaya yan. Nice! Nice! 3v3 na lang yan. 3v3.
Police information now, you know they are pretty much all coming back.
Parang gago. Yo!
Okay, kayang-kaya yan. Kalma. Yan.
Elias, carry mo yan.
Sige,
Sige, tama!
Bam! Stan yun! Stan ng...
Sige, pasok!
Zes, kaya mo yan! Zes! Nakuha si Zes! Nakuha si Zes, sayang. Nakuha lang si Zes. Okay, 2v2 pa rin naman. Okay. 1v2. Si Kelly ang natira. Na next Zes. Ay, nanit
Okay
Kelly.
lang.
Okay lang.
Pinagbigyan
Pinagbigyan para mainit ba yung laban? Kasi pangit naman kung 13-0, di ba? Ganun lang talaga.
Hindi yung sinasabi ko sa'yo kanina yung 13 mo. So, yan na yan, hanggang dyan lang.
Medyo na ano lang doon, naglag yung server nila.
Totoo.
Parang yung kay coach.
Lag eh. Basta ko naman ang comments nila eh.
Hindi gumagalaw comment sa akin. Seryoso din sila kasi mahal nila ang Team Secret.
Sabagay.
Guess mo?
Oo. Nag-i-lady na si Lino. Kasama mo pala si Ninong, guys.
In the midst of this new-looking Nongshim.
Okay guys, start na ulit yung game. Nanda tayo, ayusin na natin itong panonood na paha.
On this map in history.
Yun na.
Good points to
Naka-wild Oreo oh! Oh, blinded oy! Blinded yan! Sayang!
Incredibly well, Persia kicking
Hindi, okay lang yun. 3v3 ulit.
Yes!
Yes! Okay. Hindi, kalma boys.
Yan, nakita mo na.
Nagkakitaan sila. Sino nga bang magwawagi dito sa pagtatagpo na to? Kalma lang, kalma ang daliri. Kayang-kaya niyo yan, boys.
Hindi, kumalma ka lang.
Kayang-kaya niyo yan.
Ay, naging dalawa.
Force the duel.
Ay! That was double.
Great spray.
Okay, what
Great
the
patience
hell?
from him.
Nice.
Just waiting as well and really not
Backflip
overplaying
daw,
his
Lelo
hand, I gotta say. When that owl drone goes out and he gets a couple of shock bolts towards
Ay,
him,
nako.
some players would just go a little bit aggressive to try and take the
Galing.
fight and catch your opponent's
Galing,
own wiser, but he
galing
plays
talaga,
patient,
galing.
waits for Zespu to come toward him.
Iba talaga din.
They go together at the end, trades
Okay.
there if needed, but just
Ingay
not
mo,
needed in
nagagalit
the
sila
end,
sa'yo.
really, are they?
Ayun na! Alakas na nung sound eh! Ayun o.
He looks a little bit confused in the beginning of that. Did I do this? Yes, I did. Let's cheer. Let's go. And of course, it does force Nongshim onto a slight eco as well. But they are close to their ultimates, looking for it at least. But still, through the Poison Cloud Envy. There he is again. Where's the rest of the team, though? That's what Team Secret are thinking about.
Ano, sabi sila.
Well,
Hindi, mag-stack
well, one away
Ikot pa
from
yun.
Harness Fury for
Ay,
RP.
mid
One
to
for
A
Persia as
yata.
well.
Hindi,
This
alis
sort of
over
round.
Oo.
Round, rather.
Eh, kailangan
Mid
abang
to B.
kayo dyan, boy!
Mid to B.
You get one kill, you feel like you can easily get one, maybe? Meanwhile, if you're Team Secret, you're thinking about all the spots on the map that are dirty right now. That definitely would have to be mid. Nizzy in front of Zespu, marking towards the back lines as well. It's going to be B main, and they know exactly.
Isa na lang.
what
Kalma
to
lang,
do.
boys.
Both
Nice one.
sides
Very
on the line.
good, Team
And it's
Secret.
the Arc of Fire
Very
that
good,
ultimately
Team Secret.
prevents
Very
RB
good.
from
Grabe
finding
ka na kung hindi
anything.
nag
Yeah, well, the lightning,
comment sa akin.
it gets shut down. Unfortunately, Darby not able to find anything with that overdrive. A little bit ill-timed on the popping of that one. Straight into the welcoming arms of Nizzy.
Shoutout
Zespu
sa'yo,
there as well for a bit of a
WHS.
hold against that eco around there,
Nico?
setting themselves up so
Backflip?
far in the
Ba't may
4-1
backflip?
position.
Di ba pwedeng cheer na lang? Masaya
Bit of
ganun.
defensive action,
Diba?
and action is what we are seeing from them. They're
Hindi
not
naman ba
so
sila, so?
passive as to
Parang
let
di ba?
Nongshim get in towards these positions of advantage that they have to try and fight towards
Wala
now,
akong
because look at this
question, wala.
little mid-biff that we're going to get.
Acidic sila.
Manood ka
Take it
na
up
lang.
and look
Oh,
at Zespu as well. A little bit
Uy,
more aggressive
nadaw na
once
si
more.
Zes.
Dabby
Hindi
reads
tayo
it
nanonood eh.
as the
Unahan tuloy si
master
Zes.
neon himself. There was some damage now from the Hunter's Fury and a
Okay
finish
lang.
off from Wild Oreo onto Darby. So
1-1
we'll
lang
say
yan.
see you later to both Neons, as that might have been one of those scenarios as an IGL on the
Tanggalin
Neon
parehong
possessed you.
Neon
You're
nila,
going to
oh.
have to learn
Match yan.
throughout the course of these games in Stage 2 for VCT
No,
Pacific
wala,
2025.
wala kang
IGL
makikita
Duelist
dyan.
is something that is
Wait a
Very
minute. Kaping
different.
mainit.
uncharacteristic for a lot of teams for specific reasons as
May
well.
ipon na sila.
You're going to have to
Invian, lupit mo
trial by
talaga.
fire,
Idol talaga
essentially.
kita.
Ano batiin?
So far, it's
Okay, 4v4 pa
good,
yan.
brings the vibes, and if anything, maybe Kelly
silang
S
A,
is the
pupunta silang A,
secondary
boys.
IGL, but off
Lipat na,
towards
boys.
this.
Oy!
Ay!
Disappointed,
Walang
by the way,
tao
with
sa
the
A,
games
naka!
Mali. Walang tao sa iyo.
Perhaps
Nakuha
off for later games. Right now, Nongshim,
Hindi,
an
nakabantay pa natin
expedition
sa B.
across the map in
Hindi,
towards
ganyan talaga
Elbow.
VCT.
Yeah, a little bit surprised though that Kelly
Start
S is still
na
hanging
yan.
around the B side at this current position as well, right? Because there could be a
Ayun
push
na.
up through
Wala pa nila sa
a little
last.
later
Wala pa
mid
nila
wrap,
sa
but
last.
look, oh, hang on. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he's
Nice!
Ay!
He only
Hindi ko
reacted
rin,
in this
ano?
kind of time because
Kung
that's
ako
what
yung
RB
pinundo ko
is
yun.
kind of thinking. How have they got here? We've had a gap in the
side
middle
na,
of the map. We've had
bes!
a gap behind us.
Hindi
and now
kaya yan.
we
Maganda
have to
yung
play a little bit
maganda pa rin
unorthodox.
ginagawa
Take
TS.
spaces, Nongshim, in this deficit for the post plant.
That's the thing, it's IGL as well. I mean, he was trying to line things up for the team to clear out the site. They managed to do just that.
Ay, okay. Ang ganda ng stun! Ang ganda ng stun! Ang ganda ng stun! Nakataboy
Trying
Francis.
to prevent them from marching through.
Uneasy,
So
nice,
far,
uneasy.
so good as he takes them down out towards Alley.
Got a grav net, just revealed, one away from
Be
annihilation,
one.
has to challenge.
Yeah, has to go in for the 1-on-2. At least isolates the first with the grab net. And then
Nice!
Annihilation comes in, but still Wild Oreo
Galing.
in for the
Nice.
rush.
Oh, that's a rough
galing.
to come out
Okay,
for
galing.
Ivy there. The
Reiner,
thing
gusto
about
dyan
the
ni
annihilation is it has to
Ay,
bounce
hindi.
off the
Ay,
surface,
Queen.
be it the
Queen,
floor that
ay.
he's attempted there,
Ganda.
or wall arounds. He's just too close
Dahil dyan, oo, pag
for that
nanalo,
cocoon to
libre
get
mo
him,
mamaya ng
and
dahil.
that is a situation for Nongshim where I feel like that was the round that they needed.
Lipusta mo ako,
Looks
lilibre
like
pa
a bit
kita.
of a recovery when Francis gets
Starbucks
those 2
na lang.
kills,
Mas ma...
but then it just all gets worrisome for
Imbis na downgrade, upgrade pa gusto
stunned
mo.
up by the sensor
Oh,
at the end
talaga?
there. Yeah, you really just
Guys,
feel
nice,
for
nice,
Nongshim.
galing,
Back
galing
towards a
talaga
lesser buy here.
True.
Starting to lose a
Ayan
lot
na,
of
another
these
round.
control positions.
Ayan, alam nila.
Gonna need
Pwede pala,
a strong
parang mas
mental
mabilis.
reset, but Team Secret
Play
not allowing
together.
you to
Easy wait lang. Kalma,
rest or
kalma ka lang,
breathe.
best.
Take a look at this position from Zespew.
Ay,
Hiding
nice,
inside the corner.
Nice, ang galing. Takbo. Ay, wala. Medyo na-delay lang.
as well.
I was kind of just waiting. That is a paper thin wall. That is a paper thin box. They can find him. That they
Pero
do.
mahalaga
They
na
get a
kapag
gun
lang
upgrade
siya
as well.
A certain bald caster is cackling to
Ano yung
himself
plano nila?
somewhere
Ay,
in Korea right
nagsi-fake
now.
B
Anyway,
sila.
Don't know who you're talking
Kasi
about.
balak.
Hindi, pick.
Nongshim?
Oo.
Kasi
Hindi,
nandun kanina
tatry
si
nila,
ano eh.
tatry nila eh.
Tap breaks.
Nagro-rotate naman, ayun, nag-abang na yung dalawa doon.
Team
Si
Secret
Nongshim
meanwhile,
RB yung
alert
magpaplante,
that
nandun
middle
siya
has
kanina
been
sa A,
left
tapos
open.
nag-back din sila.
The thing about the calling style, though, that'll come through for Nongshim at the moment is it is going to be very methodical,
Persia, nandito
right?
mag-isa sa
They
mid.
need to kind
Ayan, ano na
of
nga yun?
change it up a little bit with the way
Ano
the
ng
Team
plano nyo?
Secret are playing around
Abang
the
ka
map
lang
at the
sa
moment.
stun
Some
mo, bro.
aggression here and there,
Ayan,
some
medyo alam
passive
niya yung
approaches
stun
here
niya.
and there
Galing.
as well. This
Uy!
one, that's a
okay
wise
lang.
play from Dami, looking for another one, and this
Bak,
will be the
bak,
way
bak,
to
bak,
get
Bro,
back
kaya mo
in,
yan,
but they
kaya mo
can't
yan, kaya
finish
mo yan,
him.
kaya mo yan.
And that's the thing that then got
Nice,
one.
yeah!
But on the other hand, the IGLing for this side, where is it? You've got the Rolling Thunder that came out just in time. Persia slipped all the way through though, and that will take Envy down. With that, the weapons all
Easy, kaya
thrown
mo,
over.
easy.
It's just Nizzy
I
left.
believe.
Goes for the
Clutch
slight
talaga to,
transition
pre.
out from middle.
Meron dyan, pre.
But can he
Nandun
then
si
slice the
Bambi.
pie
I believe,
over?
I
There's
believe.
so many angles to
Naku,
watch out for.
tigisan
Positions
sila.
as well.
Lalabas yung nasa
Look at
likod
that.
niya.
Towards the back of A-Main. The swing from
Okay lang
Dami.
yan.
And he finds the
Okay
headshot
lang.
necessary.
Nice
That's
try.
a big recovery
Wala kang
for
problema.
Nongshim in that round.
Idol, ano
Ni
kalaban
Rainer.
mo?
Over-eagerness in B main for the beginning of Team Secret there,
Ano
but a
kalaban
Rolling
ng
Thunder
Pacific?
utilized
Guys,
as well
ang
to no
magkalaban dito is
avail.
Nongshim versus TS.
Well played out for Nongshim to be able to get that one back. Great from the
Team
shadows from
Secret,
Persia,
guys,
I might
versus
add too as well, and then just able to
I love
kind of
you,
catch
bro.
everybody stunned
I love
up a little
you.
bit
Salamat,
in more
salamat,
plays than one,
Bosnian.
right? You've got the vault line that goes
Salamat.
through, you've got the sensors, you've got those relay bolts as well. All of these concussive
Ano ba
items
yung gugugutan
working a
ko?
treat for
Salamat.
Nongshim in that
Salamat.
round. So
Thank
we're on the
you.
board again. But we're into a new round where there's an operator out for Zespew. See what he's going to be able to do with that one. Currently off yonder at the A side of the map, which isn't going to do too much considering where
Manood ka, kaya tayo na hindi natin
Nongshim
nakita
currently
kasi
played
nangyari.
ball.
Ngayon,
Ay,
focus, focus!
Ah,
dominant
sige.
in mid.
Ganun ba yun? Ganun ba yun?
One-way smokes as well.
Ayun na.
Is he gonna keep pushing?
Pero akala ko dati,
He's just going to hold a
anong
power
sense ng
line here,
ganong
you would
smoke?
expect.
Yung ang kita is lang,
Okay.
yung
I wonder how
paalis.
hungry he gets though on
Maganda
the
pa
back of
yung
that
ganun.
hour
Parang
drone
hindi
to keep on
maka-entry.
pushing because it could be a bait play, right? There could be someone hiding in
Parang
towards the
hindi
spawn spot.
maka-entry,
You
tas
don't know where
nakabang na
everything
lang.
else is. Mid is absence of information for
Ano
Team
yung
Secret
balak
at the moment. They're
nila?
expecting something
Grabe
towards
yung
B,
slow push nila,
perhaps.
no?
Ganyan talaga,
Very slow.
VCT na yan
Keep
eh.
considering.
Kinakabahan.
Especially
Ganyan,
since it's
ganyan
an
din
off as
kami
well, but
maglaro. Ako,
okay,
ganyan.
plays
Ganyan
cautious
ka,
and anticipates the B hit as well.
Ay, pumasok na yung Neon, nagwawala na yung Neon.
Tries to sneak
Kami
into the
hindi.
cage,
Oh,
but
may gulay.
unfortunately,
Okay lang
heads
yun.
up duel not found. And it's the rest of the
Okay
team
lang yan.
trying to play around the smokes
Okay lang, okay
backside
lang,
back
okay
towards Boba. They
Okay.
do
Kasi
not
Wild
go
Warrior is
successful.
I wonder
Sa
if
atin yung
Francis
lead,
wants to try
boys.
and pop
Huwag
it back
kakabahan.
here. Get a
Kita
little bit
niya,
of
kita niya yan,
protection
kita
on
niya
the
yan.
site itself. You do have
Kelly,
RB with
kaya mo yan.
Hunter's
Silipin
Fury,
mo,
but more
Kelly.
importantly, you've just got to
Ay,
find
nakita
those
mo yung barrel,
feet
pre.
at the
Nakita mo yung
right
barrel,
time.
pre.
Maybe
Nakita
four.
mo yung barrel, pre.
Army's noted.
Sumilip yung barrel, pre.
Still don't numbers in
Sumundot.
spades for Nongshim. will be the stun,
Naku,
but
naku,
still
naku.
look at that RB.
Okay,
The
batak din
rest
niya
of the
yun,
team,
batak din niya
rifles
yun.
ready.
Ay, isa-save
Nongshim
natin.
looking on the up and up. They've
Save,
got
save,
the
save,
guns,
save.
they've got the ults.
Save. Good
And they
decision,
can
good decision,
certainly
boys.
turn
Good
things
decision.
around.
Yeah, that one's a bit of a rogue bullet to come out from RB.
Good
Maybe that's what
decision.
it stands for. Great shot to come out there. This is looking to be a flawless one for Nongshim.
Hindi to ano.
Zespew just trying to hold on to this operator.
Wild na
Really
wild,
locked out.
sabi ni
Couldn't
Angel
off-put
ni
Dami.
Mendoza.
Corner that box either.
Okay. LFG, sabi ni Carlo Tan. Shoutout Carlo Tan. Impact tamayang, shoutout.
Starting
on.
to
Yup.
triangulate,
Okay.
where could he possibly be hiding?
Maganda guys. Ito na.
Survive with it.
Carry
So
ba
it's okay,
yan?
but you look towards the next round.
Hindi,
Kraken,
hindi
I
tayo
start to
eh.
wonder,
Walang
right?
kakabaka ba yan?
You're
Sinanay
off
natin
ball.
ang boys
Unless he's
dyan.
giving that to a teammate and wants to play overdrive again. It was
Kaso,
not really too
wala ata
successful
silang baril.
earlier on.
Oh
Si
yeah.
ano lang. Si Zes lang, no.
Now I wouldn't be surprised, I wouldn't write it off if Nongshim have just
Ulti ba?
completed their download, right? The first few rounds you weren't expecting.
Aba, mamaya
Assassins
wala
Kaya
to
mo!
play
mo na
that
yan, pre.
aggressive
Kakasaya mo
defense.
dyan.
Now you
Oo,
do.
naka-OP si
And they're
Jess.
starting to find more and more rounds.
Okay, lugi sila sa baril, so
Let's see what
I
sort of
believe in
adjustments are.
Zes,
Zespew
bro.
gonna
I
be to
believe
the
you,
B
Zes.
side
You
now
can
with
do
that
it, bro.
operator. I think that
Ano,
is certainly the
mag-ano sila,
focal point
no?
of this
Ay,
round at the moment.
naka-OP
The Team
nga.
Secret.
Tapos lahat
The
sila
rest of the
naka-pistol
pistols,
lang, oh.
the supporting
alam mo
cast.
kalaban yan. Kaya,
I mean, that's the kind of
ang
stuff
dami.
you need to
Kaya
see
na
for Team
nilang
Secret as well. You would
ano
think
eh.
with an
Hindi
ideal
kalaban
full
yung
round, how
kalaban
is my
ng
team going to
baril.
set me up for
Si Zes
success?
lang naka...
And,
Yan.
Itasin mo lang.
Just dry peeks
Naku!
for
Sayang.
now. Relay bolt
One
into
HP na yata
safety.
siya eh,
Lucky to
si
be
Zes.
alive.
Very,
pa si Zes.
very fortunate Komodo.
But the best thing about having an operator is it is
Ano mo
still
talaga?
point and shoot.
Nagtataka
Hopefully a
din ako
connection
palagi
nets a
kung
kill.
bakit ang mga
That's
pro
still
player,
going to
hindi sila
allow Zespew to have a bit of a
hindi sila
challenge.
nag-i-agent
Meanwhile,
mo
a
yung
regrouping
kaya
for Nongshim
mag-heal.
in towards the B
Baka
side that is
kasi
now
dahil
pretty
wala.
absent of players.
Hindi
While
kasi
one
nila
is
alam
Nizzy,
yung meta. Ang
one of the
pinaka-meta
newcomers.
talaga dyan.
Let's see if he
Sage.
can still be fancy.
Trying at least, but because of that tag,
Ako lang may alam
just
niya.
gotta
Sige,
back off.
sabi mo eh.
Meanwhile, with all the
Isipin mo kung may
space
Sage ka,
getting
tapos bumulag ka,
swallowed
tapos
up,
wall, then
Tabby
revive.
gets to set up however
Sarap
he
nun
wants,
eh,
and
no?
it's gonna be up towards the edges of Boba.
Bawas lang TS boys.
Recon from RB just to
Planted na,
deter
guys.
their opponents from
Tapos na.
Carlos Oriano Nobelo, shoutout. Share mo naman yung live natin,
They might
boss,
not
para
necessarily need
ganahan
him because it
tayong
is the
team
pistols,
secret.
but
Dito
he's
na.
still
Wala
gonna
yung
be
si
playing
Gabi.
it.
Oh, that's
Buti
where
naman.
Francis is.
Nagwawalay ni yun. Low nga lang si
Okay.
Zes.
They're not even aware of it, Quack.
Kelly,
As
si
he
Kelly.
begins his slow descent into sight,
Ente.
the rest of Nongshim still holding these
Eh?
crunches. Francis now alerted, but he goes
Yup.
in for
Okay.
more. Wild
Kaya
Oreo
pa
though,
din.
not too bad.
Nako.
Kaya ka?
That
Hindi lang.
unfortunately
Okay lang,
will
may
be
baril
all
tayo
the
next
damage
round.
that is
Okay lang,
found
okay
for
lang.
Team
Nice try,
Secret in the
guys.
round.
Okay lang. Entry
Nongshim
boys, entry
Oh,
boys.
buti
Continuing with
nag-save
the
sila.
streak.
At least next round.
Yeah,
meron
I
na
think
sila.
Alam nila
if,
yan,
getting ahead
condition yan.
a little
Yup.
bit too hard earlier on. Downloading all the information
Yup.
for Nongshim to try and figure out how they
Long
need
time
to
Hey,
be
Arthur.
pivoting around this
Enough
map
yet.
and
Long
off-putting
time
these
Cristo
positions,
daw.
right? Great lurk to come out there from
Baka
Francis.
ikaw.
Gets a kill.
Hindi.
I think he's even
Hindi
picked up
ako
the
yan.
operator at the tail end of that one to bring into the next round. Not
Okay.
enough heal, but
Hindi, wala
keeping
kasing
it up,
baril.
would
Yup.
be interesting
Or
because we
mahirap
have
yun.
globally seen a lot
Tapos lahat
more
sila.
Sabian,
agents
Sabian,
picking up
kaso
operators
nau-
these days, right? A lot of Sentinels have been picking that up, but does look
Carry
like
ba
they
yan?
did remove it
Ay,
from the
hindi
equation there.
kinuha. Nice.
Lots of cash to splash with
Inano,
though, as it's a
pinalitan
bit of a
natin.
quicker attempt over towards the A site. Hunter's Fury already in, and Zespew
Oh
is
my
just
God.
caught. Not a perfect grab net, but they can't finish him off. And
Ay,
he's got
Zes,
one.
nakapitas pa siya dun.
Continues forward,
Namatay na
but
siya
still
dun eh.
Danby with the trades. Overdrive kicked in, and it's Francis now all of a sudden from top mid. He cuts Team Secret off on the
1v3.
rotations.
Kaya
Just
meron.
Wild Warrior left,
Meron
Kaso
and he's
nakalak.
pinned
Meron
down,
dyan.
stuck
Kita siya.
into these corners, chased around with the
Overdrive.
drone too. Oh,
Ente, boys,
Francis
ente boys.
is
Fight,
holding
fight.
in.
Would you
Biget,
have it
biget,
any
biget.
other way? He's playing this one
Ente,
superb.
ente. Malakas to lahat,
That's
Red.
tied up
Malakas to
scoreline
lahat.
5
Shoutout
to
kay
5. A
Aaron.
quick one to come out from Nongshim, a
Redoble.
spicy one.
Shoutout,
Grab
shoutout,
that
shoutout,
combination
shoutout.
with the Hunter's
Oh,
Fury,
ikaw
they're
daw, long
cooking
time
some
crush
things up
namin
here. I mean,
Ah,
yeah, the
akala ko
Hunter's Fury went
We
through
love
the
you
floor.
daw,
I mean, we saw
Salamat,
that. If you
salamat.
didn't, well, I've highlighted there. It still gets
Salamat,
tagged.
salamat.
It's still okay.
Pagmamahal.
But it's pretty
Thank
evident
you, guys,
who was
for
the
loving
predator and who was the prey.
Dila
in
ng
that
dila.
round. Nongshim starting to flash.
Time out.
I say
Okay,
Time
good,
out.
good time out. Good time out.
They
Okay.
figured things
Dahil
out. They're
time
starting
out
to go
ngayon,
even
so
deeper.
siya nang
Team
masasabi
Secret
mo
on
sa
the
mga
other
latest
hand,
rounds?
tapping the pause button.
Pakiramdam mo ba na pressure sila lalo dahil wala sila ng baril?
If there's a little bit of inspiration to come
Hindi,
through
na
from
ano
the
lang
Gen
yan,
RNG's squad for this composition of Nongshim. I think you're looking towards these lurks from France as being going in toe-to-toe with what Munchkin likes to do and what the team tries to coordinate a little bit here and there.
Pero parang,
I say here and there.
Ngingiti ka. I-hype up ni Zes yan.
It's just great.
Redouble, boss. Hindi, in English ko, Aaron Redoble sa Aaron Redouble. Para may choice ka, bro. Mabait ka sa'yo.
He's back. He was there. He was there in Ascension.
But
yeah, I kind of mentioned it. You know, even though they play similar.
Shout out kay baby Samantha de la Cruz. Hi, baby.
Ito ba yung age 2 sa kami kasalamangka?
Ito! Francis, Persia even. I mean, they're doing things to
sa inyo na!
The Sungmin style.
Hanip na yan. Kung kanina pa yan.
Composition on Ascent against Real Order.
Kaya nga.
Wacky and wild, it works. What have we got next? We've got Ascent. When was the last time that they played that map?
Okay.
Really, it was the Real Order one.
Oh, man.
I'm excited.
If it looks anything like this map so far,
Ikaw si Mita.
Darren Rojas, easy ka lang,
Team Secret, on
bro.
the other
Kasi
hand,
ganyan
look to
talaga.
the
Hindi
leadership
pwedeng
of Coach Miao.
i-ano natin, underestimate natin yung kalaban. Lahat tayo dito, naglalaro lang.
Currently, same
Pinoy ang Pacific Idol. Ito pong PS is
aided
mga
by the
Pinoy po
Omen
ito.
Flash. Maybe of the breach
Pinoy
as well. He
and
goes in overdrive.
Oh, but Dami, he's catching off Envy, just unawares that the Hunter's Fury
Bata,
leaves him to be vulnerable. The rest of his team, they took the A
Ganun
main
lang
space.
talaga
He's
ang
by
lahat.
himself, and now Dami,
just
hot under the collar. How is he still alive?
Fun and games lang lahat
He
yan.
needs to
Samahan mo na lang ng konting
He's giving them a weapon to chase though at least.
Para sa
Taking a
goal.
look at this guy so much time away from the spike. So it
Walang
might be a
mahirap.
one
Wala lang!
which you never
Silang
still could
PS,
know, but at
paglaban
least the
nyo.
rest of the team has their
papalitan
defenses
na
short
sila
up
ng
around the spike.
gana.
The
Kailangan
shock
nila
sensor is
to, boy,
working
ulit yung
both
moment.
points,
carry
left
na
Kailangan
and
nilang
right.
magawa yun.
But how do you get back into here? Kalias with one flash.
Gilam!
Sorry.
Meanwhile, it's RB.
Okay, nice trade.
Decent on the
nice
track
trade.
so
Okay
far.
1-1's good there.
Pero
And then
3
you also
pa
carry
rin yan eh.
as
So
well,
medyo hirap
dissipates
nakapwesto
right
yung
in
kalaban,
time.
walang makita.
Smokes
Nice one,
aplenty.
isa na lang po.
Elias on the shot.
Nako.
It's all down to
May
Persia.
gulay.
Goes
Nice!
in.
Nice,
Tries
nice,
to
nice.
clutch,
Pinakabalang
but
tayo.
Elias
Carry
did.
Pinakabalang po tayo ng Team Secret, pero kinuha pa rin yung round.
But it is the
Sa
Pistons
10.
getting the job done for Team Secret. You see it there, you hear it there. The thrifty to come on through.
Angel, May Mendoza, yun, supportado
That's
pala
around the
to sa
Nongshim.
Team Secret. I love you,
By
madam.
all purposes, should have been winning just with the full investments and everything, but caught unawares over at A for the very
Ganyan lang
beginning.
talaga, guys. Hindi ba,
Great
walang
play.
mahinang team.
Simple
walang
play.
malakas
Fault
na
line
sobra
with an
lakas.
overdrive.
Balance lang
Then
lahat.
taking a little bit too much
Unahan.
space, leaving the B site kind of open for opportunity, but just Nongshim
Guys,
not able
pa-share
to
ng
hold it
live,
at the
pa-share
end.
ng
Nongshim
live.
really trades around.
Tatlong
Attempt from
Pinoy, bro.
Persia.
Tapos dalawang import
I think he
na,
thought
ano,
that,
sa...
you know, he didn't kill the
Tama,
diffuser, perhaps,
Singaporean.
which is why he's got to stay
Tama,
around in
tama.
the open. Would make
Hindi
sense.
sure eh. Basta ang alam
Alam
ko,
ko,
tatlo sila.
tama.
Pinoy sila eh.
Here we go. Once
Darren
again,
Rojas,
but the
tiwala ka
aggression
lang,
has been
bro.
read now.
Sometimes it works,
Di, pag
sometimes
may
it don't.
nakikita kang,
It
ano,
don't
sabihin mo
work
lang
when
dyan.
RB downloads
Then, improve
info.
natin.
Still though, Wildorio
Okay.
not backing down.
Gusto ko dumidila. Parang
Si
4
Darren
versus
kasi
4
malaki.
situation now. We're still looking to go in with haste at the moment towards this Bravo site.
4 versus
There's a deep
4
trap
na sila.
Sabay
that
kami
can
nag-read
potentially
yan.
play off, but he really needs his team to get on over
Grabe
here,
yung
which is why the From the
pagkayabang.
Shadows comes.
And you got Kalias towards the
Nanood
back
ka
of this
Si-
trip as
Uy,
well.
pero sa
Spike
game na to,
getting tapped in.
si Dami
Wait,
tsaka
Persia
si
good-
Snow.
Okay,
gets
okay,
the
good,
check
good.
after
Good,
Shock
nice,
gets
nice, nice.
deployed,
Pares
but
na yun, wala.
Kaso
this is why they can
nakapag-plant
evade
na
it.
pala.
And at the same time, the Viper Spit comes up.
Botline and Recon.
Okay, done.
For Kalias and Envy.
Kaya mo yan.
Now
Nice!
they utilize that
Malagbang si Envy.
Nice, nice,
utility.
nice. Stand, stand,
Recon
stand,
towards
stand.
the back.
Nice!
Into the
Galing ni
pit.
Wild Lawyer
Okay,
to.
now!
Army
No, no,
has
no,
to
no, no,
dig
no,
deep.
no, no, no,
Francis
nice.
Wild Lawyer na!
Nice one, Inbe! Nice one, Inbe! Nice one,
Once again, the
Inbe!
last one towards the back.
Very
Tries
good,
to
you
make
just
use of B
defuse
main,
the
but gets
spike
sussed out.
and then we
Yeah.
good.
These,
Very
player
good.
advantage rounds,
Very
the last
good,
couple
my
Team
friend,
Secret
my
have really
team.
just worked
Very
the
good.
tree,
We got
haven't
the
they? They've been able to
momentum
go
again,
together
bro.
as a unit and get
Oh.
those
Nakakalito
trades
po,
at
sino po yung
Okay.
babae sa
At
inyo?
maximum, they're just winning those
Chicks
duels.
po yun ang salam.
I think that that's an opening kill going the way of
Grabe kayo.
Nongshim as well. Right, we saw in the
Grabe
last
kayo.
series how many opening kills we had from Boom and then just
Kami sa
non-conversions. Similar sort of approaches here.
Galing yung Vito talaga.
That's,
Siguro, siguro.
Kelly S, galingan mo, boss. Ash de la Paz. Ako bahala. Makakarating yun
for
kay
Nongshim at a 5-7. Could have tied it up, right? 6-6. Could have even
Half-time
taken the lead.
na,
Kinabahan.
Before that thrifty.
Grabe, dahil half-time inom muna ako ng tubig.
But at least then,
Sa lalamunan.
some successful retakes
They are
coming
doing
out
it.
from Team
Darren Rojas,
Secret,
I told you,
showing
bro.
off Slight
You
flexibility.
just getting the
Nongshim, of course,
momentum
though,
and the spark
as
and the
you've
fire
mentioned,
and
not out of
the
this
moon
fight.
and the
5 to
sunlight
7
and the
is a
universe.
really,
And the
really
Milky
nice
Way.
scoreline to work off of.
Sabi niya, ewan ko.
Kainis.
Now we can have a little bit of a chit chat as well. Figure out the things
Ang ganda
that
mo,
need
Leo
to
Mio,
change
yung
for the
nakasalamin.
switch up of the halves. Team Secret
Well, they opted for the defense side of the map to start off, so going on towards attack, really, what is this going to look like now when you do have this IGL, right? But the defensive side, they've already been getting super aggressive. Are they going to turn it up to 11? Going on to the attacking side? Or are they going to be massive approach that Nongshim would really have to adjust in the middle of this, because you also have to consider for the Korean side here.
Pag nanalo TS, papakalbo ako rito. Yan, right?
Changing a couple of
Like
agents,
Udon,
when
sige.
changing roles as well, right? It's
Sige,
on the
sabi
Francis
mo,
side yelling, it's RB. What differences does that have here? Francis is on this Viper as well, right? So they're
Ba't parang
trying
iba tingin mo kay Leo Mio, Sandy, parang may something.
What we can say for sure, my dear
parang may
Komodo, is
gustong
the fact
gawin
that
eh.
you
Parang
can keep
sakalin,
your eyes
ganon.
peeled for this.
Mamaya, bigla na lang ang
Definitely wanna
bambuin.
wonder
Yun ang tingin
how
niyan.
Zesby is going to pilot the rest of the
Ayun
team
o!
on this attack,
Kanina pa eh.
given how aggressive he's already been.
Well, it's looking like they want to just go and steamroll towards this A side for the at least early beginning.
Leo,
Already
it's
with the
UJ.
recon already used in with no real utility return, so it has to give them an idea that a flank is going to come out.
Ay,
Rapid from
Lalabs! Shoutout
Nongshim.
mo nga, sabi mo.
At least
Shoutout
Team
sa'yo,
Secret now
Ikim.
are getting in towards
Uy,
the side
shoutout mo
for
daw
a
si Earth
post plant
Benedicto
in a
kanina pa
5
nag-comment.
Oy,
versus 5.
shoutout ko na
Okay.
talaga. Shoutout sa'yo, Earth Benedicto.
Wow, because you're aware of the
Shoutout
flank, you
mo,
just
Ikim.
continue pushing up. Okay,
Salamat.
Nizzy.
Shoutout mo nga, Ikim.
Through the
Kanina
smoke,
pa
spec
sinabi
the
yan.
site, and take a
Ikim.
look at what's happening
Kim,
towards
what's up,
Cali
yo?
as
What's
well.
up? Shout out,
Icky.
bro.
Oh, now marking things down all
Stay
from
safe,
elbows.
shout out.
Francis, he did what he could. But at this point, it's
Inis
just
na
down to
tayo.
Persia with
Manood
this
na tayo.
ghost.
Uy.
Number 4
Maingay,
Team Secret, they
maingay.
pick up another
Sorry,
pistol.
sorry.
Yeah, that's both
Nah,
of them
lang kasi masaya
collective
po
on
ako
here.
sa team.
So if they're
Sana
able to
po
just double
maintindihan.
down, that'd be 4 rounds essentially with pistols included in the secondary
Pag
ones,
nanalo
right?
TS,
When you think
itutuloy ko
about
na yung
this
tuli
game goes
ko.
to 13, it's huge. You
Dapat
look at
lang,
how
bro.
successful
Baka may
it was
vanguard
Talon
na
in
yung
their
ano mo eh.
last series. If
Nga,
you
may
did miss
item
that
na yung
one,
balat mo.
dismantling
Hirap ng
boom
tabasin yan.
in a quick 2-0.
God.
Pistol rounds. And I'm highlighting the fact
nagpapatawa
right
lang
now,
ako
don't
ng
really see
JR.
any big utility
Si
components
Coach
thrown their way
actually
on
hindi
the
siya
side itself, so they
nagpapatuli
do have
kasi
to expect a
ganyan
quick
talaga
break to
kami
come on
mga
out. They were
babae
very
sa
wise to that.
Philippines. Hindi namin
I'm liking
wala
what
sa
I'm seeing
culture
from Team
namin.
Secret at the moment.
Leo, bait mo. Sana kunin ka na rin.
Who would have thought?
Who would have? Well, not me. Cage trips.
Sige, gusto mo ha?
Merc and
Umugusto
3
ka
to
ha?
watch mid. Well, 4 if you consider it.
Kailan nag-pull
tiles.
new lineup ng TS? Last ano pa, nung qualifiers pa ng
And it's
ano,
an
nasa
antsy
EWC.
Nongshim that
Buenos
continues to push
dias.
up.
I love you,
Looking
baby.
for some fights, but it's Team Secret now with the fault line setups. Zesby,
Okay na,
this is
okay
around
na.
that
Uy,
he's
ang
been
lupit! Ang
hungering
galing!
for.
Ente.
Persia, though, off
Nakachamba
towards
yun,
the back.
nakachamba lang yun, nakachamba lang.
Blinded to.
Nice one!
Great shot to come on out because you look at
Nachamban mo
RB,
Yes,
lumabas
ah.
ka na
he's
siya.
in another postcode.
Ang chamba, binabalik yan, bro.
Ultimate
RB,
gathering,
isingin mo
picking
na
up
lang
the
yan.
second one there.
Or
Hey,
mag-
look, you're still giving favor for it, sure. You take what you
Sabi ka
can
ba?
when the round is just
Talagang
lost.
sa akin mo pa tinanong?
See if he can pick up any
Kalma ko eh.
extras at the
Here's
end
him.
here.
What? Oh,
Shoutout mo daw si Mo from Cebu.
Wait lang!
oh, and RB is
Nice one.
happily
Pinakaba.
lapping up onto those 2 kills until the
Oh,
unsuspecting player from mid shows up, but still.
Shoutout kay Zai!
Yes.
Shoutout mo daw yun!
Stage 2 bro,
Trampoline
Darren.
bouncing around.
May number 1 viewer
Not
tayo
on
sa
Neon.
TikTok. So
Sino?
shoutout mo yan. Si
Okay.
On half
WHS.
HP already. by the way, so I
WHS
don't know about
Nico,
that one.
what's
He's getting
up?
over
Stay
some,
safe. What's up?
an
Good
ulti
evening,
point.
good afternoon,
He
and
just-
good night.
You just
They'll upgrade, but still, come on, guys.
you remember some of his
Pabida mo.
silly
Pabida mo.
Ascent
Dapat lumalaban ka din
23
sa
or even
VCT.
just throughout the
Ban
challengers
nga
seen
ako sa
so
pro
far.
team.
Oh,
But ultimately, it still is a round picked up.
Hindi
but
Hindi
kasi
kasi minsan, hindi. Pag daw tumutok ako, parang
Yeah, and he was
naka-off-in.
2
Ay,
Nakalaki patch.
in the middle of the round, and the third with the death. This time with
Natural
Darby
sa akin.
Tsaka
dispatching
talent
his
mo na
Zest.
talaga
yun.
So this time the aggression is not going to work out for him. He's very hot and cold with going aggressive and being successive, but also then just getting flicked aside.
Ano?
Kung magiging
Preparations
ano ka,
from
magiging
Nongshim,
hayop ka,
they-
Leo, ano ka?
Read that it could have been an aggressive play,
Ayoko
so
maging
a lot
hayop.
stacked up, but now
Natatrap ako
just
sa
a
tanong
trade.
mo.
Kelly S.
Nice one, Kelly S.
Nizzy.
Nice one,
Wants
Nizzy.
the back.
This is
Okay,
sloppy
bro, just
from
go.
Sabi
Nongshim
kasi
at the
Francis na
moment.
lang
You
ng
understand the idea that they
Nongshim,
want to
guys.
go, but they're peeking individually. They're 3 individual peaks that they've just gone for, essentially. Darby got the first.
Nayopak mo.
It's just not worked out for Persia and
Shout out
RB. Now
po!
you're
Ano
at
need
deficit in
natin para
a bonus
makapasok
round.
ng Paris?
And Team Secret have pumped the brakes. They've slowed it down.
makapasok.
They can wait for the rest of the utility, which they don't really
Top
need to do
four
so,
ata,
by the
top
way, because
two,
they've already
ganun.
got it all. Recon,
Kaya
our
nila
drone,
to.
fault line.
Ay, ayan. Ako,
They can
nagturo.
certainly try to figure out who's still around
Mga
on
ganun
the
ni
side
Zes, saka ni
itself.
Kelly.
Especially when this barrier mesh falls
Gumawa yung
over on
mukha
the side of
nito.
short
Pag
too.
nagawa
Yeah,
ka
let
ng
your
high
opponent
roll.
sweat a bit. If anything, Ivy might not be
Shout out po,
overreacting.
Tita
Top
Kim.
2, oh,
Though
Earth
he
Benedicto.
has his
Medyo
grab
hard
net.
siya, pero
Got him.
malay mo,
Alright,
di ba?
plays around
Yup.
the drone, throws it
The winner
just in the
takes
nick
it all.
of time, but he gets stunned up as well.
Thank
Francis
you po sa
arrives
mga
at the crime scene, but
nagsasend
still
po ng ano,
needs to bail his
rules
teammate out.
and
It's not
everything.
happening. Here comes the rolling thunder,
Nice
and all of a
stun.
sudden Francis
Nice one,
backing
nakapag-plant.
up, and
Nice
now
one,
Planted na,
maganda,
guys.
maganda,
Get
maganda,
planted.
maganda.
Nice one, PS.
40
Yes,
seconds
si
on the
Francis
clock now.
Nakalikod
Si
na,
Francis na
nakalikod
lang.
na, nakalikod na. Oh my
All
God.
around.
Please, tutok
Does
nyo.
Team Secret become
Ayan.
aware?
Alam na nila, may
Kelly
idea
S
na
with the
nila kung
check,
nasaan
and
eh.
it's a snake bite just to try and flush him out as well. Big
Nice!
Kelly S takes it.
Nice! Kung
Bonus
magiging
round
out sila
guys.
yung
huge
isa
to
siyang
Team
T-Rex.
Secret. The
Thank
fact
you
that
guys
Kelly S
sa-
gets
thank
the
you,
damage
Jed.
under as well.
Thank you, Jed.
Not really
Sino to sa
Akala ko
pag-share
ba
ng
good
live?
bro
together
tayo,
and find
bro,
the kill
bro.
on the concussed opponent, but
Thank
to
you guys
buy
sa mga
enough
nag-share
time
ng
to
live.
scare
Keep
him
sharing
away,
the live,
make him
guys.
scurry for safety while
Shout
they
out
get the
po, Tita
plant.
Chrissy. Wala
Really
pa, Tita
quick
Chrissy dito.
realizations from Team Secret here. Oh, what a shot
Thank
to
you
come
guys
out from
for sharing
Nizzy.
the
But yeah,
live.
really, you know, it's those individual peaks.
Yung isa
in the
nagsishare ng
beginning there
live.
that
I love you all.
really hurts Nongshim.
Love you po.
I
Salamat.
think kaya na yan ng
Definitely
TS.
bringing
Mukhang
the
malakas
vibes,
na sila.
continuing
Worth
to
it
tap
na
away
pagbili
that
ko ng
corner.
dalawang team
Now
capsule
Nongshim
nila.
once again.
Uy, talagang
themselves in
bumili
an
pa
eco.
siya.
Kayang-kaya yan,
Maybe
bro.
what Darby can
Yup.
do with this shotgun here. We're talking about
Hindi naman
corrode
bias tong
being
dalawang to. Uy,
possible
hindi
to bring out a lot of
Hindi,
shotguns.
walang kabayas-bayas. Kahit
Diba?
sobrang lakas
He's
talaga ng
kinda
Team
known on
Yes,
bringing
Secret.
wala
out
kaming
this
pake
Bucky
kahit
on the
gano'n sila
neon.
kalakas.
How quick he gets up in your face and
Walang kabayas-bayas.
delivers just a decisive blow. Don't think that Team Secret are really going to allow that though, because this is really
Pinalaro.
slow.
T-Rex bro is maangas.
Fire around the corner if he
Roar,
wants to try and
ginabawi mo, Darren.
go for a little bit of a
Segway
deep
ka, bro.
stroll.
Magaling ka mang
To bump it
bola.
down here, and I mean, this is Valorant. You know that this corner is just going to be cleared by some sort of utility.
Yeah, keep hoping for it. Meanwhile, Nizzy's just
Okay,
calling to the team
eto
that
na
he
po.
doesn't really see too much towards
Naglalakad
B
lang
main,
ho
so
sila. Ayan, nag-smoke na ho dito.
still gotta be cautious,
Yeah,
right?
Okay, mukhang
Ay!
nag-snap.
Ay! Bucky, he does at least
Okay
get
lang,
the
okay
first
lang.
one.
Nagtigisa.
So
1:1.
easily
2:1.
traded. Back
3:1. 3:1. Okay, okay.
Easy.
Easy. Kayang-kaya nyo yan. Banlian nyo ang bayag. Okay, banlian nyo lang ang kanilang mga katawan upang tayo manalo sa round na to para dalawa na lang oo, pasok na tayo dyan. Nice one, isa na lang yan. Kakabahan na si Francis. Francis! You're getting owned, Francis!
He's just been hurt
Okay.
on the reload there.
Tago
Yeah,
ko na sa
communicates
palda
that to
ng...
team, and look at them, they're all hungry for this
Uy!
one.
Uy,
Careful,
nakachapa.
folks.
Okay lang yan.
Okay.
Pinagbigyan lang.
Sige, napakabala. Kaya kumbaga kailangan lang ng trade.
Ay, si Kelis, wala na kapatid.
Trying to outlurk.
Sorry, guys.
Kailangan ng
Busy,
bait.
the other lurk.
Bait.
Ah, but at that point in time, it doesn't really matter because he's
Nice
lost the rest
one,
of his
Kelis.
friends, right?
Okay,
So
11
this is the time for Nongshim that they really need to start to bring something
Neon
back.
main ka rin ba, Leo? Mabilis ka rin tumakbo.
From them, get Silken on
Andex
and
Nico.
Sungmin
Parang
in the
ibang
comms
meaning
need to
Uy, di
figure
ba
something
si
out because at
Neon,
the moment, Team
Focus
Secret
Line.
are making great decisions and they're hitting some really good
Puputakin lang nila ako
shots.
pag nagpo-post
Just like
kayo.
Big
Kaya
Time
yung
said,
girlfriend ko, di
your
na
team,
Ay,
a
oo.
lot
Si
of
Lanzi.
new colors brought into this.
Nahiya.
We'll see what
Di
Nongshim can
nagpakita
do.
si Sailor Moon.
So ano, shy type pala siya kasi.
you're
O shy type yun,
He's
medyo
giving me a cheeky
sensitive
smile
kasi
as I
yun.
said colors.
Mahal na mahal ko yun.
Komodo.
Kailan kayo magkikita?
5 to 11 though.
Yeah, that's
Yung God
red
Girl
on
kasi
the,
yung
yeah,
sa
come on.
uli-uli lumabas. Medyo
5 to
pinagpalit ko si Sailor
11.
Moon.
Ay, ito ba? Wait
Not
lang,
the scoreline that you wanted to see for
Yung God
Nongshim
Girl kasi
here.
yung si ano,
Again,
si
I
God
know I've
Girl.
highlighted this a couple of
Yun yung
times, but for the
lumabas kong
parallels
suota.
and what this means
Jet,
for our
medyo
Ascension
nagtatampuan
teams and
kami
this
nun.
Ascension
Ay,
winning
ni Jet,
team of
sa Nino
Nongshim
Bara.
Red Force here
Medyo di-go trip si
Failure
Jet sa
to get to
Sinobara. Yung God
playoffs.
Girl, wild.
means
Sobrang
elimination and relegation
Isa na
back
siya.
to Tier 2. And we've just had a couple of players on the
Pero
opponent's side that have
meron
just come
siguro
from there.
pag ano, mga etong
I
this
love that,
month,
by the way.
tingin ko
Kaya
na
Ito
yun.
yun, ito yun, di ba?
The way it looks, yeah. Well,
Oh, yan yung God
Heck
Girl
yeah.
na ano ko eh.
Well-
Kirida ko yan, Kirida.
definitely not the result that I was expecting
Frida ka rin
today.
pala.
Pero hindi ako yan.
Regardless of
Ay,
the
di ba ikaw yan?
prediction.
Oh, nagsawa
Pero
kasi.
nagsawi kayo ah.
Nongshim's map pick, and this
Yep.
is
Ayos yun ah.
Mahirap
the
lang
exact
kasama kasi si
scoreline
Jet
that
saka si
they're-
Nobara.
Yeah,
Tapos
I mean,
si Blandy naman
think,
si Sailor Moon.
You know,
mabait
Pearl Split
sensitive.
score, what
Mabait
do you go
yun.
for?
Siya yung
It's an unexpected
the one
map.
that got away
Talon
ko.
did the same
Pero-
thing and they came
Wow,
out guns a blazing.
Pero
expected
nagkalabuan na
opponent
talaga
as well.
kami.
But
Ooh, what a
Pero
what
reveal.
ano,
attack
mahal mo
What a
pa.
shot. That's just found
Umiiyak.
3 extra members.
Okay lang.
Confirm that they're still around
Bakit
for
umiiyak
RB.
ka?
And you consider,
Kasi
will the Hunter's
balahura
Fury
daw
come out after that ping? And yes, it
Sabagay.
will. Shroud to step
Akala
out
ko
of dodge, but
balahura.
80
Walang tatama
points
dyan,
of
bro,
damage
bro.
already delivered, furthering.
Lang yung
Oh, I thought that would have connected again, but it just didn't.
Nakapitas ng
Meanwhile,
isa. Jesus.
you're stuck here. 2.
Ivy's deployed the barrier mesh in mid, so you can't stroll up
Guys,
there.
yung
You've got
Team
Francis on a
Secret,
very
yung
deep line in towards B main as
Filipinos,
well.
tapos
So you
meron
have a
silang
really good
kasama
idea at the moment as
Vietnamese
Nongshim
and
for a couple more moments now on
Singaporean.
where Team Secret are.
Precisely,
Tamo!
right?
Gago.
Singaporean ata.
Early phase in the round, you just block off A main.
RB has to be finding 1 or 2 here.
Baka mali tayong information.
Barrier mesh from before, RB.
Oh my gulay, nakachamba to. Lakas naman sa chamba nitong
It's
RB na to.
all over every single Team
Oh
Secret
my
player that tried to
gulay.
touch for it. RB denies. Rogue bullet!
Nakuha ng
Rogue
damage.
bullet! That shot should have
Apat.
never happened!
But it did.
Sorry.
I said he needs 1 or 2 there because it would have exploded a map gap up through mid, allowed them to pivot to A or to B, pulled members out into the open. But the fact that he just finds
Okay lang
all of
yun.
them.
Kumbaga gusto lang pasarapin ng
Just
TS
casually
kasi.
shrugs it off.
Na-inspire ako maglaro.
They know that they've got to
Uy,
focus on
okay
this
lang
map.
si...
Okay lang ako, Radiant
Leo nga
lang.
eh.
Diba? Nagsimula ako sa bronze,
So
ngayon
much
Radiant
more.
na.
You still have that off.
Kumbaga gapang lang talaga sa
Iron lang
round.
si Leo ngayon, guys.
Yeah, but now look at that. The
Silver
crunch
naman,
in
ha?
towards these
Binubus
early
ko.
forward positions. It does leave a
Grabe
gap
na
on towards the
naman.
B side though, and Team Secret have read that.
And you got to remember the Hunter's Fury was just used by RB, so you don't have to contend with that. It is a free plant, though. I look towards Ivy. Can he get the annihilation here?
Oo, kasi
How
hindi mo
do
pa
you
marinig yung
figure
mga
this
comms
out
ng-
throughout the mid round? Team
Parang
Secret have
naglaro
read
tayo
that they
ng
want to continue
What the
pushing,
Andy?
prevent the retake from coming online.
Uy!
But Nongshim, they've stacked up. It's 3 kills now, and Dambi in with the overdrive. He's hopping. Nizzy can't find the shot. What is that?
What the hell, bro?
Oh, we have had
Kailangan
so
kasi
many
mag-focus
laughs
daw tayo sa
today.
pinapanood natin
From
para
Nizzy
naninalo.
jumping around in a couple of rounds ago and making us think, oh, it's doable. To an overdrive jumping around as Darby there,
Kaya yan.
guys.
Ano ba? Lamang naman tayo
Dalawa
eh.
na lang
I hope they're having
kaya.
as much fun as we are.
Lamang naman tayo.
Certainly looks like it. A lot of laughs and smiles as he was finding that final kill.
Oh,
But at the same time, ultimately,
nakachamba po dun.
Little by little,
Ako yun.
Nongshim just getting the job done.
Naku.
Magyayabang ka na naman.
Like,
Ah,
what?
sige lang, okay lang yan. Umiti ka ngayon, bro.
I just don't
Galit ka ba?
like the
May baril
fact
pa
that
rin
it
naman ng
works,
TS.
but it's just
Galit ka na ba,
fun.
Coach?
Hindi.
Ah, hindi.
Now the operator is out from Darby
sarap
though.
mo yaman.
and
Leo,
on the
pag
flip side,
nag-top to
Zespew's
TS,
got now
mag-mid
a
outfit ka sa
short
live.
lucky because he's got his own overdrive.
Sana naman tuloy, manood nga
There's a
muna
rough
tayo,
to
bro.
Cali, yes, but now you got to be a little bit more careful because Zespew does have the
Akala ko
overdrive on out.
nagsimula
He
sa
gets shut
Radiant,
down
tapos
yet
ngayon bronze.
again.
RB, that's
Kaya
an
pa,
experience,
kaya pa.
but still
Sige,
Nizzy
Paul.
trying to create some more space. Market, presence
Oh my
found.
God.
Francis
Grabe.
holds down the line, looks for the
Naku.
taps, and swaps back over in towards
tayo
main as well. Envy though,
Naniniwala
for
ako
the
sa-
trade, but now
Hirap to, iikot
finds
siya.
himself alone.
Yeah, you just got to be careful.
Akala
The
ko
saan
Darby
na
doesn't
lang
miss
tumawa
this
sa
shot, good
deadlock.
opportunity, but you know he won't. He's already on the power
Alam
line,
nga
and
niyang
that is a
iikot yun
powerful
kasi
round
lock nga ng
to come out
deadlock
from
yung
Nongshim.
ano.
They, on the back of that timeout that they call, have got 3 on the trot, and they are
Galing
making
din
sure that
talaga
they are
ng
not
ano,
giving Team
yung
Secret
props din
any
sa
more
kanila.
space to find map point.
Hi, Idol.
Great
Hi kay
angle back there,
Alexander.
but exactly
Sure,
as you've
TS
mentioned,
na
no
nakasmile
space
kasi sila
early
yung
on in the
Nino.
round. I mean, take a look at that.
Ah,
They've been
kapag
doing this for
whole live
the past couple
nakasmile siya,
rounds now.
panalong
The
TS.
early
So, ganyan ka
sprays,
lang dapat.
first it was in the A
Dito
main,
daw dapat
now it's in the
nagagalit.
B.
Okay?
Just lining
Yan.
up
So
for
guys,
his fault
the whole
line,
live, ganito lang siya.
and the shot just comes through the wall.
Thank you kay
Right away,
Ivan na
expect free fire.
nagsasend ng gift sa
Coming on out
amin.
there.
Salamat po. Oh, so
See
guys
how
ha,
much more
pag
Nongshim
nawala
have
yung
in
smile
the
nila
tank
yung
here
ibig
on the
sabihin siya
successive
yung may
run,
dahilan
because
kung
you
bakit.
expect that they got to refill somewhere.
Ganyan na siya. Wala na siyang ibang gagawin kundi
Secret
gumiti.
trying to
Sunny,
switch
shoutout
the pace.
ako.
Yeah,
Ano, shoutout
slow
kay
down.
Justin.
They're going fast and it's just
Yeah,
not
focus
been
ka na.
working. Now see what they can
sige,
do.
pa-focus na
I'd
kami,
be
guys.
expecting some breach utility
Kaya
here.
mo
Going
yan,
for a
bro.
peek at the
Zes,
start with
Kelly,
Flash, trying to
Indy,
assist.
Nizzy, and Wild
Evading out
Oreo.
what utility that
I
they
believe
can.
you, bro. I
RB
trust
getting
you
a
all
decent
my
read
life.
at least. Blocking off Market as well. That's that early barrier match that we're talking about.
Such a
Wow,
focus
yeah.
though in towards mid. It's
No,
another
no, no,
wallbang
no,
onto
no.
Kelly. Yes, he's not been able to see opponents before losing his life these
Ang
last
hirap
couple of
talaga naging
rounds.
attacker.
With Kelly has gone, that might make things a little bit tougher for Zespew.
Lalo na sa ano,
So-
sa Ascent.
Just hovering around middle,
Ay,
trying to find whatever
ka-attacker
you
ka
can.
dun.
Yeah.
Ayaw na ayoko.
Meanwhile, Nongshim are happy to...
talaga.
Oh, there it is.
I love the timing. As soon as the barrier mesh is about to go down, you use the
Lotus.
Viper's Pit. You do get tagged out though by
Ay,
the
may Lotus.
Gal drone. You need
Lotus.
some assistance. A Hunter's Fury in.
Nice,
Zespew
Zes.
trying to see what he can do for this team. Trying to get on in towards this B site. They need to look for the plant because there's 30 seconds to go. The spike has been elevated now on the
Spike
plat.
drop na tayo.
That makes things a lot more
Nice one, nice one,
difficult.
nice one.
And even with 30
Nakuha
seconds,
ulit,
they will
nakuha ulit.
still
Zes na,
bulldoze
na-plant
their
ni
way
Zes,
into
guys.
sight.
What a call from
Okay,
Zespew.
planted na.
Now Dambi and RB trying to do
Hi,
it
kay
all.
Keith.
They've Swapped on over
Shoutout
to the
sa'yo.
rifles.
Napag-plant na tayo, boys. Kalma na lang, boys.
Boba.
10 seconds
to
till the
tayo.
recon.
We have
Can you
Nisi
afford to
and we
wait
have
that
Wild
long?
Oreo. Ay, 3
don't
versus
know.
3.
Magandang pwesto yan, bro. Please.
Still trying to slice
Buhay
the
pa pala
pie,
si
but
Zes,
where
mga
could these
kaibigan.
Team Secret players be? That's what you have to
Wow!
Okay.
We have to
Sapay,
consider.
sapay. Papasok yan, papasok yan.
The unexpected Ano
Gulay,
by
dapat
the
sinabayin
corner.
nyo na. Nice
Arby
one,
might
nice
try
one.
as he might.
Isa na
It
lang
still
po,
is
mga kapuso.
ultimately the
Ay,
numbers that
ganun pala.
prevail. Map point now found by Team Secret.
Well, we found where Nongshim ran out of gas and need to go for a bit of a refill, didn't we? 3 rounds in a row before Team Secret gets back
NS to,
into
papakalbo
the
ako
map.
kapag
That
tiis
is
na
finding
na.
map
Madali
point, as you
basahin.
mentioned.
Bro, lahat naman
Spike, it was
nababasa
just
eh,
a
pero
dribble from the bottom there,
siyempre
so
ano
that's
na lang
actually
yun sa
kind of a little
tutok.
bit
Tutukan
lucky.
na
If
lang
it was any
yan.
deeper,
Last
could have
one,
been a
sabi ni
lot more
Angel
awkward
May
for Team
Mendoza.
Secret to try and get that
Si
one
Zes
back.
ba IGL ng
It's just
TS? Yes,
RB.
Earth Benedicto.
Tries
Last
to
one,
go 1
Angel.
versus 3 and
May
they
mga
eventually do
supportado
go
tayong
out
tunay,
for
hindi
the
balahura.
trades.
Aso kanina, balahura to si
4
Angel.
in a
Oh,
row.
medyo binabalahura
Nongshim
ko
need,
din.
and we're
Parang
back towards
gusto
standard
makatikim.
proceedings for the slight tickle.
Hindi,
at the
si
beginning
Ralph
of the
pan
round.
ng TS
Quick
yan,
A-main
ng loloko lang
exploration,
yan.
falling
Gusto
on
lang
back,
niyang batiin na
laying out
mananalo
some
yung
utility.
Nongshim.
Ganun ba
Ganun
yun?
kasi mga mentalidad ng Pinoy.
Ay, oo. Kung
Kuwari lang sila hater, pero pan talaga ng TS.
Begin to work their way
Pero may
around
mga
that.
hater
For
talaga.
now,
Kung sino pa yung mga
back in the
Pinoy,
middle
sila
and
din yung
RB
hater na
alongside
kapanalo.
Persia still.
Pag talo
Block
hater. Pag
off
panalo,
his entrance.
jump shot
Ivy
pa.
still with that annihilation as
Ayun na.
well, mind you.
Pakiramdam ko,
Peace,
once
peace,
na
dalawa yung
pumasok sila
kabilaan
dito sa
yan.
smoke. Ay,
Hindi,
siya,
hindi,
sige,
hindi.
pasok na.
Wait lang.
Barrier mesh
Huwag nakabang.
Magkabilaan pala yun.
That's
Kasi
gonna
soba.
create some gaps
Naku!
across the other
Naku,
side.
malilikuran ka, pre!
Wild
Gulay.
swing
Okay
from
lang,
Wild
1 is to
Oreo.
1.
RB for the trade. All of a sudden, Davi, as he
Scan!
extends his reach.
Nice, 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 nice,
Yeah,
nice,
didn't expect
nice,
the fault
nice,
line to come there, and he realizes it
Patay siya,
right at the last moment.
Oh, RB though.
Player advantage for Team Secret. Reset, go
Told ya lang yung
together.
ihunid
Kalma,
lang ng
boys.
smile
On the
mo.
lurk, Kelly S
Yan,
picking up the
basta.
rolling thunder. If they want 100% this, they use it to
Oo,
get
may
in towards the
nag-comment.
site
Sabi
because
ni
30
Ivan,
seconds,
basahin
it
mo.
starts
Hindi
to
ko
get a
na
little bit
babasahin.
sweaty.
Siya ba si Red Uncle?
A bit.
Sino si Red Uncle?
Those droplets of sweat beginning to
Okay, manood na lang
pool
tayo.
all the way up,
Maskit na
especially around
kasalamin.
this A side.
Pero-
Yes,
RB
nagulit na, nagulit na.
does have the read, but
Uy.
without the numbers, I'm afraid
Zes!
it's not gonna hold up
Nice
too long.
imbe!
Annihilation was sped, but then
Nice! Isa na lang po! Nice!
13 to 8.
Very good team, very good team.
A map that was
Sweet
selected by
smoothie.
Nongshim.
Sweet smoothie.
Yeah, Team
Sweet
Secret have come out guns blazing,
smoothie.
haven't they? From the beginning of this map, from the 5-1 start that they had before we see Nongshim start to really get in
Solid.
towards the server. It just felt like they were a
Nagre-rage
little bit
bait lang
behind
ibang
time and
warranty
time
pa ng
again.
TS.
You
Alam
look
ko
at
naman
both
yun.
pistols
May-
being
Basta
collected
ako
by
kasi
Team
utaw
Secret.
ng tao.
You look
Pero
at
pag
Zespew
panalo talaga
setting
yan,
himself
pan
up.
yung
You would
mga yan.
expect
Parang
on this
si Pacquiao
IGL
lang
department
yan.
from the team,
Pagtalo si
getting
Pacquiao.
them to pop utility for
Panalo.
him to provide him the way into these
Uy,
duels.
Philippines!
Yeah, it's excessive a lot of the
Ganun.
time.
Philippines!
Sometimes it
Philippines
wasn't,
lang yung
but they
iba.
kept adjusting. They kept
Tingnan
getting
mo
the
to.
shots. And I think when you've got Zespew
Gigis
hitting
isang
that,
trip walk
you've
naman
also
dyan,
got
Coach.
Nizzy
Angel,
hitting the shots that he
pakita
did,
kita.
and even Envy just finding the right timings and the
Ay,
right
hindi,
moments to
Angel,
shine as
mahal kita,
well.
pero
I mean,
wala.
this is a Team
Joker ka
Secret
pala,
that
no?
have a first showing on this map,
Isa pa, isa pa.
looking pretty
Oh,
good.
sorry,
But
Kato,
my
Kato.
real
Sabi sa'yo,
question,
tama yung
Quack,
predict
is
natin.
can they continue to do it,
Albuhan
or is
na.
this just an outlier?
Leo, I
That's
love
exactly
you.
what
Sana
we gotta wonder about.
mapanagipan
The
kita.
map
Sabi
veto
ni Q
kind of
Arthur.
went their way, if you can think about
Okay
that.
lang, panaginip.
So
Oh,
far, so
panaginip
good,
lang.
and we'll see if they can continue on
Smile
with
lang.
that
Sabi
streak,
kanina
because
dito,
this Team
yung
Secret
smile mo daw
definitely
yung
looks
magpapanalo.
like they're headed towards this upwards trajectory, right? Back in
Kaya
stage
kaya
one,
yan,
only
sabi
finding
ni
a long
Madam
way against
Angie
RQ.
Beatriz.
Right at the end,
Madam.
yeah, at the end of the group
Shout out
stage,
sa
but
mga ating
now
sa ating
you
mga
feel
viewers. Kindly
that
share the live,
energy,
guys, if
and
you
they are
want.
going
May mga kalbo
in
na,
with a
hindi, ano
heat
lang
for
niya yun.
Nongshim. I mean, yeah, it's slight
Mine-mentality lang tayo nun, pero pan talaga ng TS yun.
Yeah, if
Yup!
they can just throw
Napalakas
this map
lang
one
yun,
away and say,
ano,
all
yung
right, it didn't
karma.
really work out.
Hi,
Now we've
kay
really figured out what
Pepot
Team
05.
Secret are
Hi,
doing.
kay
We can
Aya
adjust in
Asuncion. Hi,
towards
kay
Ascent,
Pepot
where we might have been
05
cooking
ulit.
something as well, because it's
Smile
another
lang daw,
map
Leo.
that
Alam
we
mo ba yung
don't really
nagpapanalo
play.
daw
Right?
talaga
Nongshim
si
do
Steve
not
from
play
this.
Sunset.
Actually,
Last
your
stage, for the
smile.
longest time,
So,
same with Ascent.
I
So
hope
I'm looking
na
for it
buong
right
game
now
nakasmile
to
ka
see if
lang,
they
hindi
can
naging
throw
puro kasunod
it
ng
better
sayaw
into
dahil
this one. But
nabibigyan
we
ako sa'yo.
need to throw it to the desk.
Ay, grabe. Ang kita mo ng ng botong to.
Isa pa para rekta sa
Don't
gyud
you
na.
just love SEA Valorant? Don't you just love running in with the neons and messy plays and all of these shotguns in your eyes and running around and you're not sure where the spike is? Oh, it's over there. Oh, it's over here. Who cares? You're dead.
Yeah, I mean, Nongshim usually love that. I don't think they love being on the other end of it, especially given, again, a team has doubled the first kills
guys,
and
miss
ended
you,
up
Maram,
losing. I
Andy.
mean, Team
Miss
Secret,
you,
some
Andy.
crazy resilience from them. Very, very solid in the post
Wait, Leo,
plants,
may
and
dance
they really
mo.
set the tone for this game, which we'll get a little bit more into the replays. But I'm
Alam mo,
extremely worried
bitaw.
about Nongshim here because
Swerte
we've set
mo,
up the
Leo
narrative
Miho.
already. These guys need to have a good run in the group stage.
Ate
Team
Sandy,
Secret should have been
Happy
one of the easier
Happy
opponents
Happy
in their
High
group.
Play.
They've now
Oo
lost their
naman.
pick of Sunset,
Tetrade
and they'll
Migos,
have to
pal.
look towards Ascent, a map that they have actively
Ano?
tried to
Ano
avoid
sinabi?
Tetrade
since
Migos,
the end of
tatry
last
mo
year
ako.
to try to make sure that they can turn
Ayusin
this
mo yan,
series around.
ayusin mo
Yeah,
yan.
I mean, it's looking rough
Ay,
for them.
ito
This
yung
was
ano,
not
MVP
how they
MVP
wanted
natin for
Sunset to
today.
go. We saw shades of old school Danby in the pace. You know, I love that round. He runs up
Oh,
top mid
diba?
and kills Indy.
Si,
He's
ano,
goes
si
to
Indy ang
Sobro.
MVP.
That felt vintage. I enjoyed
Oo.
that. But they can't make that consistent across the whole
Nongshim
map. Because like
naman,
you say,
si
Team
RB.
Secret bringing their own
Tama
unique
yung
style
kills
to this
niya,
map.
18.
Just Nongshim
Lupit
could not
talaga ng
really
idol
find
ko
a
yan.
foothold into this game. And you know, this is not 2024
Pinoy
anymore.
pa
This is
rin
not the
ang
same
nangingibabaw.
level that you're playing at. So something has to change.
Yeah, and especially when you have Zesbu also keeping pace with Dambi.
Wala.
It felt, there were so many rounds where it felt so
Kalma lang,
manic.
boys.
Just
Basta
watching
thank
what
you,
was
Ivan,
happening
sa
on your
pag-send
screen
ng
with
gifts.
so many utilities in your face, and you're watching both POVs of the Neons. It was just
Ay,
absolutely crazy
na ako
to watch,
magselos eh.
but
Buti
so
na lang,
enjoyable.
rin
For
kasama
sure,
ni
good
San.
debut back
Totoo.
from
Tama na
RB as
nanonood.
well,
Doon
despite the
sa
fact that they
Twitch.
didn't win.
Doon.
He put up his numbers on the Sova. I mean, he was the best performing player right up there with Francis, who was unshackled from the
para
RGL
nakikita natin
duties.
mga
So
comments
I think for Nongshim,
Prediction
they've
is
missed a little bit of a
Team
trick there,
Secret
especially
na
like I said, with how many
champion
opening
dito,
kills and
walang puso.
advantages they
Oo,
ended up
sabi
with
ni
in
Ralph
that map.
Lego
But
doon.
you got to
Uy,
give credit to
ato,
Team
galing
Secret.
to
It's
sa
very
mga
clear that
ano
they're
mo, sa
embracing
mga-
the
Ikaw,
underdog
Campo,
mentality, and they
why
want to be
cry?
a scrappy
Makinig
team
ka!
that teams are
Sa galing to sa
underestimating,
Twitch
and they
mo,
really came
sabi
to
ng
play here on this
mga
game of
viewers mo sa
Sunset.
Twitch,
Yeah, I mean,
grabe
that's
easy
exactly
win,
what they
parang
need to
rank
do, right?
kings lang
Unshackle
dito.
yourself from this
Andito pala
burden,
si-
the weight
diba?
that this kind of
Deko,
organization has
Deku.
had on
Crowd
for so
control
long,
lang.
always placing in the middle.
Drew.
It's so
Okra dan
nice
Log.
to...
Oh, kilala
it's
ko yung
I
Drew.
feel so
Or
refreshed
Kararin,
after watching Team
WCT.
Secret. That never happens.
Exactly,
Crew
exactly.
nandito
Shake
rin.
off all of that history. You know, you have a chance to
Si Baldo
rewrite
Herrera,
that today,
Limeo,
and I think
pa-shoutout,
they
idol
did.
Limeo,
You
idol
had
po kita
so
since
many
bata pa
new
po ako.
playstyles. You had such new energy, and I have to give credit to Zesbu as
Sabi
well,
ni
because
Ralph
we know how this guy
Grabe,
is.
Yeah, he
prediction
brings,
is on
he brings the
Team
energy.
Secret.
Yeah.
You know,
Mag-champion dito. Good luck,
definitely
boys.
in the
Sila
Ascension
crowd
run,
control
he was kind of that
nandito. Nandyan yung mga,
talismanic player that would really try to
iyaw-iyaw
keep
gang
the
ko.
energy going, because not only did they have the
Magaling
crowd
mo,
behind them,
Coach
but
East,
Zesby was definitely the one who was trying to keep everyone G'd up in the server. I'm not sure it necessarily
Oy, mag-comment nga kayo dyan, chat.
vibed the
Ay,
best with
ay
the
daw
rest of the
sabi
team
ni
because he
crowd.
didn't stay on the
Ay, Ate
roster. We know that
Randy.
Hello,
Drew can be that
crowd
team that
control.
can,
Si
go
Aning
down
to,
with a bit of
naalala mo
energy,
si
or
Aning
maybe
na
the
mahina.
nerves can
Ay,
play up. And we need, you know, I would
hindi
say
marunong
it's something
mag-plan.
I've heard from sports
Ah.
psychologists in the past. I don't know if this is something that you've heard with the teams that you've
Bastos
coached
mo
as well,
talaga,
Morgan,
no?
but
Lahat ng
energy
balahura mo
levels
sa
need
lahat
to
ng
kind of
Sino
match
kalaban
the
ng
team. And if you have
TS?
a
Nongshim,
team
bro,
with
Nongshim.
high energy
Hi,
on a
Aneng.
team
Yan ba yung
that
nag-save?
kind of struggles
Tapos
with
nahila
nerves,
ko.
it could be kind of a bad match sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Everybody
bro.
needs to be on a similar wavelength.
Hello,
and you need to
coach. Sabi
understand
ni
how to get the
Dick-
best out of
Decode.
the people around you.
Very
right? So
balanced ang
sometimes
team
him
na
being
yun,
Uy,
you know,
dapat
crazy
English din
high
kayo.
energy
Tayo
like we
na
know
natin
he is might not have landed
you
in
know
the same way with the Boom guys, but I love the energy he's bringing into this Team Secret roster. And I saw them all getting fired up down in the
Exactly.
stage. You
You know-
see Kelly
you know.
giving it,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though
yeah,
he's,
yeah.
you know,
Wow.
he's getting wall-bagged every single round. He didn't see
Wow.
people for
You
like
know,
6 rounds
yes.
in a row. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was getting excited.
It was a
Yeah.
breach holding a
Today
wall
is,
line that was getting shot in the side of the
Yeah.
wall by
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wall
yeah.
and a box.
But that's exactly it. You
Wow.
remember the Team Secret from years
nakaya
back
ng
that had
Team
that
Heretics.
same
Uy,
kind of
English
energy.
daw.
You
English
look
mo
at
lahat ng
last year where
comments nila.
maybe they were a little quieter. Now
If
they
Team
have that
Heretics
refresh
can
and
do
you can
it,
see
Team
them,
Secret-
hear
Team
them
Secret
as well.
too.
But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
let's not
yeah,
let
yeah,
one
yeah.
side too much
What a
because
nice,
there were
what a
crazy
nice.
cheers for
Ikaw na,
Nongshim
oy,
as well,
pati yung
especially
puta, nice mo
for
that
RB.
English.
And it's
Yeah,
I saw
that's
by the way
English.
when RB got that excellent, I think it was at 4K. Will Chopra was just like all up in arms.
Yeah, I think the main thing I wanted to
these
highlight is
two,
just how
um,
hyper-aggressive
ladies
Team Secret
is
were
so
right from the
beautiful.
get-go. You look here on the
Kid
middle
Sandy
of
and
their
Leo
bonus
is
round,
just-
a crunch straight through B main and middle simultaneously, which Nongshim is quite easy able to respond with, but even if it didn't work out in this round, you saw a lot of hyper-aggressive
Yes,
play
yes.
from
Yeah,
Team
yeah.
Secret, and you could tell
What
they
a
were really
nice.
trying to set the tone in this
Paldo,
game early
oy.
on.
I mean, this is what Nongshim
Shout
were
out,
doing
Leo
last
Miho.
year when, of course, they were that SPG
Kanina
roster.
pa to.
They made you play that game.
Ayun sa'yo
They
eh,
made you play
supporter
to
sila Emerald.
their pace.
True. Shout out kay
Very,
Luis,
very
thank you
rarely
so
got
much
led
for
away
send
from
ng
that.
sticker.
But, you know, I do think Nongshim
gifts.
came in with some nice
Ano ba yung
ideas.
gift?
Here we see the
Ano yun?
combination of the
Nakakonvert
grab net
yan into
with
dollar.
that Hunter's Fury. This is
siya pala
really,
yung
really cool.
magpapayaman
Doesn't
sa
end up
akin.
paying off, doesn't get a kill. But I like that they're still
Sige,
trying to
pasukin na rin
innovate.
natin.
But ultimately,
Para hindi
it's not
madali yung
enough on
pagyaman
the map.
natin.
I mean, Danby
Para
takes full
magpa-
advantage of
Diretsuhan
that.
na, di ba?
Francis is on the lurk.
Gift
This
kayo,
is
para
the
yumaman
quintessential
kayo.
classic
Guys, nagmamakaawa
Nongshim
na kayo
combo.
mag-gift kayo.
And you did see
Ganun lang.
RB. I mean, what I was most impressed with this 4K was the crowd reaction. Here in Korea, they are very hype about this guy coming back. You know, you could see every time he was able to put a good play together, the crowd was really getting around him, and he was the best performer in the serve for Nongshim. But to no one's surprise, Envy was the MVP and the best performer for Team Secret. Although I will say, again, similar to what I said about Talon earlier, I give credit to all of Team Secret coaching staff, including they came into this game with really good approaches, great focus, and they understand that this is a very winnable series for them. And Envy being very consistent, he's going to get his numbers. It's why I put him on my team.
Wait lang.
But
For a while,
I'm very impressed with what
Angel
Team
Me
Secret's been able to
Mendoza
put together
Toledo,
as a whole
ang
in such a
kapag ba
limited amount of
may
time.
isa sa amin
So did I.
nakapag-predict and
I'm happy that
tamang-tama
he's
yung
on my build
prediction
team
namin.
as well.
Bibigyan mo
As
ba
well
kami
as
ng
Kelly S too.
5
There are a
million sa
lot of
Gcash?
rounds wherein, you know,
Ako mismo,
perhaps in
bibira
the
dito,
early
Angel,
stage, we were like,
kapag
okay,
gusto
Kelly
mo.
S perhaps like
5 million
hanging back
naman.
a little bit as that breach, but he was able to
Asa
hold his
fucking
own.
kita eh.
He was
sige,
like
500.
7-2-8 at one point, and he ended dead even 14 to 14 with a
Parang
handful of
1 million
assists as well.
tayo.
So he's done quite well there.
Take that every day as that breach player. To even go even is good. You know, especially when
Hindi,
you're playing with that
prediction ko
Neon, you
dito,
do
may,
have to be so supportive.
yung
You
same
have to
game
have
lang
so
ng
much
kanina,
chemistry there.
medyo
So shout out
papakabahin
Kelly S.
tayo.
Hindi
I
dapat
feel
yung
like he did a really good job,
mismo,
really solid,
score
filled his
nila.
role. It's a great debut for him here at Team Secret.
It's just a mishmash of players in
Sabi mo,
roles that
sino
you're not
13
necessarily
13
expecting, and
DS.
they bloody made it work.
It's probably also safe to assume that Kelly S is also
13-8.
helping with the mid-rounding, especially when you have Zesbu
Yeah.
off on his
Ako
own,
naman,
right? He's just a
hindi
little
lang
bit of a
malayo sa'yo,
Trojan
pero
horse
pakiramdam
kind
ko
of
mga
style with
13-7
New Team Secret nowadays, where they send
Uy,
Zesbu
kinuha
in,
nire-request
get as many
nila,
as you
baka
can.
naman.
When
Hindi ko
Zesbu
na-
does
sabi ni
fall,
Billy Joe.
if he
Sana
does,
makarating
right?
kayong
Because there are so
dalawa
many
dito sa
rounds where he
Korea,
didn't.
tapos dito
You
kayo
have Kelly
mag-drive
S
tulad
actually
ng kay Rafi
able
dati.
to be able to,
Uy!
hold on those rounds.
You're,
Uy!
you're flashing
Talaga?
your play needs to be
Ano
focused.
yun?
Uy!
Ang plano
The
namin yun ni
communication
Leo,
between
tapos
them and
papaliparin
your
ko
duel
si
is
Leo.
very, very important. But let's get into Ascent. I want to see
Ay,
what
nilig
Nongshim are
sasakay
going to
siya
be
ng
playing here,
plano.
because this is the map
Oo,
where they have been
kami
trying to
guys sa
avoid it.
Korea.
And
Okay,
interestingly
magdadala,
enough, this is looking
pag
very
binigay
similar
sa
to the
akin si
Sunset
Lord,
comp. Dambi is on the
makakarating
Neon
kami
on Bloody Ascent. Francis is
Iba,
going to play
bit-bit,
Vodka
tatali na
on
lang kami
Ascent.
sa-
This is just weird as hell.
Oh, this is going to be a
Over
fun
tayo.
one. Over across of the time of Steve.
Cute
I
lang yung
can't
Mio.
talk. Over
Paborito
across
ko sa
on the
pisngi.
side of Team Secret.
Naniniwala.
They are running with that Yoru that's been so meta.
May
They're
piso
bringing in
ako
the
dito,
Deadlock.
Kassan.
Nizzy on the Yoru.
Yes.
Zespi on the
Malakas
Omen.
talaga ng
A raw
TS,
swap.
sumasagasa.
Man, I love
Medium
Ascent these
preview.
days. I can't wait.
I mean, Team Secret, they're playing a comp
Oy,
that was
ito pala,
popularized in that
hinagis
Tier
pala.
2 NA scene.
Sabi
This
ni
was,
Coach.
I'm used to
What's
seeing
up, Coach?
MAD
Sabi
running
ni
this
Ninong
double
Luigi.
seti with the
Ninong
Deadlock
Luigi,
side
shout out.
and the
Rank
Yoru
tayo,
on the
Coach. Bukas, bukas.
solo duelist.
After
I
nito.
think this is
Guys,
definitely
pa-share ng
something
live
that
dito
will
sa
help them. We're
TikTok.
gonna see a
Share
lot
the
of set
live
plays
and
on
I
attack.
will give you
A lot of
mga
roles
high.
flexing around.
Okay,
And
so
that's
share
what
like
is expected
Oo
with this
naman.
squad that has this many
Pwede
flex
din nila
players.
i-repost.
And on the side of Nongshim, they can still make a comeback
live na
on
yun.
Ascent. So we'll toss
So
it
guys,
over to
if
your
mahal nyo
casters,
ako,
Quack and
i-repost
Komodo, to
nyo to.
see if they do exactly
Nag-share
that.
kayo, la-like nyo to, lahat na.
We shall see indeed.
Pero
I mean,
seryoso
you're
yan,
definitely happy if you're a Southeast Asian hopeful for
Kung
Team
talagang mahal
Secret.
nyo ako.
Nizzy, our
Gagawin
second
nyo yan.
Vietnamese
Athena
representative.
says hello
Now in with the
sa'yo.
Yoru. Back onto the duelist.
Okay,
Now for
another-
Nongshim.
Eto na, ito na.
Oy, pag nanalo, ay alam ko na.
Ito, ayoko
Those that
map.
aren't familiar with Nizzy's game, you
Ayoko
don't play
yung map na
Duelist,
to.
it's more
Ay,
from
ayoko
like
din.
Jet
Ano
or
map na
Reyna.
ito?
But back on towards this Yoru here, we'll see what he's going to be able to do with this new Team
Ascent.
Secret
Sabi mo,
squad.
gusto mo to.
Oo, Ascent to. Hindi ko 3%.
Around the map though.
Guys,
See what they can
i-pub
sniff
ka,
out. No
na lang, pabak
over-eagerness
na lang
from
yung
Nongshim
live.
at the
Tingnan mo,
moment.
Sinabi niya favorite niya yung Ascent kasi masyado na ako niloloko ni
Very
si Coach.
deliberate trip, but
Bagay pala sa iyo, Sandy, may salamin.
reconvene towards this A site.
Naan daw background ng konti.
Francis alongside Persia trying to
Background
mark.
sound ba, bro?
Trying to take a duel as well with the Omen Flash going over, but still, Team Secret with the grouped up duels, they managed to take numbers against Nongshim.
Yung
There's
ano
a lot
ba,
of
yung
players
mismo
for
sound
Team
ng
Secret
game
here,
ba,
don't
bro?
get me wrong.
Okay.
But
Yan na.
Ivy would need some
Uy!
more
Wow,
shots. Just
grabe,
more
DS,
shots like
ah.
that. It's simple, right?
Nice,
Sa Ivy na lang po natitira, mga
Sa Ivy
kaibigan.
na natitira.
Simple.
Magaling talaga sila sa pistol.
Effective.
Oo.
It all starts up with
Thank you so much, Athena says, for
which
sharing the
position
live.
they're trying
Guys,
to take
pa-share
up
naman
right
ng
now.
live. And,
Team Secret quite
yeah.
aware. They can
Shout out
stack
to you,
up a
JC.
lot.
Manood tayo ng
And when
TS,
they
guys.
find him,
Let's support
Kelly S can just
TS.
throw a
Huwag kayong
grab net.
mag-alala, mananalo
They
sila.
can't
Kasi
share
nakikita
nyo live,
namin
share nyo
to.
live.
Thank you so much, RJ, for sharing the live. Dahil dyan, mahal na mahal ko na kayo.
Yeah, it's
Join
like,
the live. Thank
how
you
you
so
gonna
much
take
for
the
joining
duel?
our
You know.
live.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Ninja
Julio,
Beats
for
are
sharing
an
the live. Thank you
attempt
so
at
much.
everyone ones
pressure
inside of
down
aim
for
in. Now
sure in the
they're
line.
firing off some
Ascent.
early shots just to pick
Nice
him out into the
one.
open. And
1-0.
Wow! Nice one,
Okay.
PS.
Team Secret will
Boss,
find
di ba,
another pistol.
Jurgen
It'll be the
Yapiel?
third of the day. one more and they'll
Ano
get
ba
all four,
inaanatan?
just like
Yung sound
Talon.
ng game
So
o
it
yung
looks like
sound
from
ng
stage
buwangan
one,
namin?
where they were
Oo nga,
second
parang
in our total
wala
tally of
akong
teams on pistol collections,
Ayun na,
but they're still
nagkakasama.
pretty good at
Nagka-highlights.
pistols.
Guys, yung highlights kanina.
Pretty darn good. And also
Game
pretty darn
two.
good at
Ibi talaga!
setting themselves
Wow,
up on
nakadalawa ka
Ascent
team
as
yun.
well. I mean, it is still just one round.
Bigay
But
na
Talaga
sila
sila sa
that
pistol.
round.
and it really brings back to mind that they
You're so
didn't
pretty.
have
Pasalamat. Uy, ang gandang
many,
daw.
or if any successes
Shoutout
on
kay
Ascent
F11
back in
Sedi.
stage 1. I
Map 2 na to, Dexter
we'll see a
Lim.
lot
Yup,
more.
Ascent
Yeah,
pa
I mean,
guys.
they lost to
Okay, isa na
RRQ
TS.
convincingly, Talon beating them as well, relatively
Yun yung
close.
live
to
natin, boys.
439,
Sabi ni their code,
relatively
Ascent daw.
close.
Yup, salamat kay code.
And then the last
Guys,
time
share
from
the
that
live, share the
was,
live. Salamat
Ascension
po.
way back when, where they did have wins. Don't get me wrong.
Hindi ako
that was
ma-shoutout.
Talon
Kapag share mo na
Jonas
yung live.
Lama.
No, this is
Jonas Rama.
stage.
RJ, thank you so much for sharing our live.
Certainly,
RJ,
wishing or
salamat.
hoping for
Thank you so much. I
Thank
saw
you, thank you, thank you, thank
more
you very
exciting,
much.
but for
Watch
now,
out,
Dizzy,
watch out.
Yup, okay. Ito na si
slow
NS.
movements across, trying to
RB.
keep
Naghihintay
the
sa
attention, the
mga...
focus
Lang,
from
pistol pa rin
Nongshim
to.
onto its middle, while
Okay,
the
may
rest of
baril
the
na si
team,
Zes.
yeah, they're across the
Ano
map.
naman ang
Yeah,
boss
Team
mo?
Secret.
Baril na si Zes,
Playing
nakagat.
Wala,
playing
boss
passive,
Minions,
playing patient. You don't mind it as well.
Thank you so
Eventually
much,
going to have to
Athena.
make a
Says kanina
decision
ka
on where
pa,
they
kiss
want
na kita,
to
Athena.
sort of tend towards to end. Looks like it's
Hi,
going to be a
Mads
bit of a
Kiori,
resell
bago ka
over
magpa-shout
at A,
out,
with Nizzy hanging around and then
mag-share
get
ka muna
crash
ng
out for
live,
the team to go
mama
towards
mo.
B. If they want to sell a story, they
Yup.
want to
Si
sell a
Nizzy talaga.
fake, well, that's a
Oh.
hook, line, and sinker. If
You
you're
know,
going
wala,
to see
wala.
it,
Pakiramdaman
it's just
nyo lang,
Ivy now
boys.
at this B site.
Pakiramdaman nyo lang, boys.
Yeah, more than enough as well, right? I mean, they baited out every single
Yan.
bit of juice from that toxic
Game
screen. Now
ano
it's just
to. Game
Ivy
2, mga
trying
kaibigan.
Okay, nice
singular
one.
kill, but not happening. Everyone's arrived though, all towards the back of CT.
Okay, nagpa-planta
but at
guys,
this point,
Keles. And planted.
Okay, very good.
Guns
Position,
like-
position, position, boys.
Yan na.
oh,
Ang dami
down.
dyan!
Ideas
Two!
trying to
Uy,
sneak
sayang.
past the
Okay.
Nice one,
but,
Jess.
unfortunately, you
Whoop!
got
Nice
players
one, sana lang
inside
po,
of B
sana
main,
lang po si Persha.
and that's
Yan na,
where
nandyan, nandyan.
Persha.
we'll find more
Don't
Prince
Okay.
of Persha. Prince of Persha is
Just while
the
Persia
only
will
one
eventually look to do some
standing
damage and
in
die,
Team
which
Nongshim.
Ay!
gets some damage and
Nice!
there you go.
Pinapakabalang pag ganun
I'm a little
eh.
bit interested by the fact that Team
Pinapakabalang
Secret
talaga.
decided to pull a fake play in the
Huwag yun ang
second
bigyan
round
ng
as well.
baril yan.
Right?
Thank you
Because
so
that
much,
means that they're
Luis,
gonna
for
give
sending. Thank
some
you so
ideas
much,
to Nongshim that they do
IMRC, for
now
sending
already
gifts.
have to be careful of these fake plays and these bait fake plays.
Na-share na daw niya.
We'll see which way that kind of swings
Okay,
here.
shoutout kay F11 Seri.
Yeah, fair enough.
Into the
Guys,
bonus round next,
okay
though.
sa mga nanonood,
We'll
okay na ba
see
yung voice natin
it
or
looks like
ano
for
hinaan
Nongshim.
natin?
If they
Sound
wanna
ng
play
game
passive,
o
if they
sound...
wanna get
Oh,
aggressive,
yup.
'cause
Sound
there's a lot
ng
of
game or
weapons
sound
on the
namin
side
or
of
talagang
Team Secret
tapusin
there.
na natin.
Indie is better than Ivy.
Bonus round now, does it?
Thank you so much, RJ,
Vandals,
for sharing the
Phantoms,
live.
a
Boss
single
Lego,
Guardian.
kaya mo ba mag-moonwalk?
Two light shields. It's a pretty
Manood
well
tayo,
equipped
huwag mong
round
binabasa
for
yung
Team
mga
Secret.
nakatuturan.
Manonood na ako, guys.
Already
Huwag
just
mo
the
na kasi
passive
gamitin.
nature for Team
Iniingay
Secret,
nyo.
for Nongshim rather, over at this A
Ayan na.
site.
Ano
Bit
kaya
of a
binabalak
deeper
niyo?
high-low
Alam
setup
mo,
for Persian
hirap
Francis.
Okay,
ano
you got
talaga
some
dyan?
potential
Plan
gate
dito sa
crash
A.
plays.
Ayoko
There goes
nga
the
eh.
first.
Ayoko talaga,
Persia,
ayoko
though,
na,
in for the
ayoko.
sprays.
Ang
Manages to
hirap-hirap
catch a
mag- ano dyan,
couple.
dami kasi
Oh,
yung
tries to stay alive around Generator. Another swing. It's a shock that ultimately
Versus the
delivers him
round
death. But RB has arrived back up top on
Ivy.
Heaven. Ivy
Oh,
nearby
si
as
Ivy
well.
pa.
But Envy, he does have the ultimate available if he can get himself into a situation to use it. But the drone spotting out where he is.
Hirap.
RB.
Di ako
He
makahinga.
ate that dart for
Lay, takbo ka
breakfast.
nga.
Nandun,
Or
nandun,
dinner,
nandun.
depending on
Naku,
the
Just for
wala
that
dyan.
drone.
Boss.
Okay, pwede
Still need a
naman.
spike
Nasa
plant
ano,
though if you're
nasa
trying to
middle.
create an advantageous
The thing
situation.
is, he doesn't know where Ivy is.
Nice.
That's why he's second
Nice.
guessing
Ay,
if anyone's
nagsama,
throwing
nagsama.
it.
Okay,
Boss!
ayan, okay, nice.
Yan,
nice.
nandiyan,
Kaya niyan, kaya niyan,
Now
kaya
the
Invi,
niyan.
wall
Invi,
broken,
Invi.
so you're
Babab.
quite
Ah!
low.
TNT,
Okay lang
nice
yan,
try,
okay
boy.
lang.
Nice try, boy.
Really
Nice try,
healthy
nice
Ivy
try, nice try,
to bring
boy.
Nongshim back into
Nice try,
some
boy.
balance.
Well, they pick up their first gun.
Tawa ka?
You know, the bonus of
Binabasa ka
Team
na
Secret
naman,
not
no?
going their way, similarly to the last map. But
Huminga po.
another parallel is that flipped on over and went
Basahin mo
around
kasi
the
yun,
way
no?
with the
Layer,
rounds for
pasok
Team
kita sa
Secret
Kung Fu.
after that. So we'll see how much they're going to be able to potentially even double down for
Musta, Ma'am
in this
Leo?
map of Ascent that is their
Ma'am,
own
hindi
choosing.
ba basahin, ma'am? Sasagot.
Guys, pa-share ng live. Guys, pa-share ng live.
So
Thank you so
plays
much.
up towards Ascent. You can see once again.
Hindi nga! bumabay si Leo!
Ideas.
Yes,
By the
hindi.
way, in a composition
Yan,
for Team
gusto ko
Secret,
sa'yo.
was probably the more
Nagtatanggol mo naman, kaya mo naman
what
palang
this roster
gawin
may
eh.
look like,
Kapag
right?
ano lang,
Zespio on the
kapag ano lang,
smokes,
nasa mood ako.
and
Do
Nizzy
it,
potentially
team.
taking over
Thank
the
you
duelist
for
role. We
sharing
might
the
see
live.
double
It's
with
your
Waldorio, and then,
RJ. Thank
you
you
got
so
your
much.
Senti
Shoutout
players as
sa'yo.
well as
Number 2
Kelly
ka pa
S.
namang viewers namin.
Indeed.
Dahil
taking
dyan,
the
ang bibigyan ka nila
initiator
ng
in my
1
mind.
million pesos sa
So-
Gcash mo.
Probably
Hello
gonna keep
po.
an eye on that.
See if the dragon can roar here for Dami
Naka-shotgun.
when he wants to try and pull the
Sandy
trigger on
single
this
ba
one
yung
and go
tomboy na
for
katabi
a
mo?
little bit of
Uy,
further
tomboy naman,
information,
at least.
if at all.
Siya, huwag pasahin pag walang
Receiving end of that
pagpalaura eh.
Okay, guys.
Oh, may
Uy,
gulay na
From
dyan
before
sa
as well,
dito.
Danby
Dito talaga
certainly
yun.
suspecting that there might be someone lurking on the other side. Meanwhile, it is Team Secret
Kalma lang,
who needs to
boys.
be more
Thank you
aware.
for sharing the live,
I'm looking at
Batosai.
what happens in through
Thank
main.
you so much, Batosai.
There's been a shift walk from Persia into
may
Wine,
gulay.
where the sonic sensor is actually on the wall already. Yes, that was a disgusting kill, by the way.
Hirap din na ito kapag konti na lang yung money nila.
So as the dust settles past these 2 kills now, Team Secret.
Thank you so much, Sheena, for sharing the live. Oh, kahit
just
ako talaga
because of
yung
these dark covers, generally you expect that Wine is a vulnerable position. So he should be knowing. It's more so if there's any extra traps on the side itself. And he is aware.
Nice
As I said,
one.
those
Okay,
smokes
boy,
should be
boy,
known.
boy.
First down, guys.
Does that give the
Kung
pivot
nanalo
to Team
TS
Secret to
jump
the A side now or not?
True.
Possible attempt, but still.
Ayan na.
Dimensional
Easy.
drift instantly ripped just to try to keep players
Easy
on
is
the B
getting,
side.
RB's
information,
position,
guys.
he can just drop the spike. And he does.
Oh, no.
This becomes
Oh,
insurmountable for
yeah.
Team Secret, you'd expect here.
Spike drop
And that's
tayo,
the
guys,
experience
kami.
from RB, right?
Thank
Fully
you,
reading the
Zayn
map. He
Ruiz,
saw
for
the
sharing
dimensional
the
drift,
live.
nothing
Maraming
else, and he's
salamat,
quite
Zayn Ruiz.
aware that
And
there could
please support
be
TS, guys.
another position that's under fire. Now Nizzy
Oh,
down, just SBU
Muna
left.
tayo ng konti
So
na.
despite the
Nakasalamin ka na ngayon, San.
pre-aim shot
Hindi po ako
in towards
nakasalamin.
Wine.
Si Leo po
Yeah,
to,
the
wag
rest
kayo
of his
guys
team
malimit.
really couldn't
Si Leo,
collect
ito
it.
po si
May
Leo.
gulay. Narubusan ng
So,
time.
2-2,
Sige na, pwede
Nongshim.
naman, pwede naman.
Oh,
Good
maaga
choice.
pa naman eh.
Good choice.
Still quite
early game pa lang
able
naman
to
to,
bring
guys.
themselves
Sandy ngayon ka lang
some
nagkalog,
success on
labas
a map like
itong
Ascent.
Yeah, it's just pretty readable.
Sabi niyan.
Kay
Got
El,
the
thank you
judge
so
playing
thank you
into
so
B
much for
main.
sharing the live. Zayn
That
Ruiz.
shot, I mean-
Thank you so much for sharing the live.
It's just a pre-fire in towards
Sayang,
Wine when
kasi.
they're starting to fall back after the information you've already
Pakiramdam ko
collected.
mag-save sila
He's
kagad
lucky
yun.
that he's got the kill.
Yung
Sure.
pakiramdam ko. Si
Kailangan
Coach
makuha
ikaw.
nila yung round na to, hindi
Round
sila
played
malaman.
nicely for
Coach
Nongshim.
na sa'yo, pakiramdam mo.
Now we've got a
Save mo sila.
haphazard buy to come
Hindi
through
sila
from Team
nag-save.
Secret. It looks like
Ang
it's going to be a
nag-save
little
dyan,
bit faster
yung
here. And mind you,
sinignan
there is no
nila yung
dimensional
dalawa.
drift.
So,
They used that in the last one. Ivy dead to rights, caught in the utility.
Yeah, quick in with the grab
Ay,
there from
naka-ano
Kelly,
lang,
yes.
Darby just got spotted, by the way.
Full
So
hit, but yes, Danby does slow things down. He had that relay
OP
bolt.
ba to? Kung gamit
gotta get out of this one though. Tagged up by the drone. Luckily to escape here. Meanwhile, Kelly S
Wala
not
doon
in a
sa
position
lakas
to
sinabi ko.
throw out that
Tama,
cocoon
guys, si
either.
Bautlo eh.
5 HP. Does he even toy with the
What is
idea in this
this
round,
sound?
given
Hello?
the fact that they do have a player
Bye
advantage?
po. Bye, Athena
despite
says. Thank
being
you so
lesser
much for
equipped.
sharing our live. Thank you so much for being here. Salamat.
Jonathan Canceran Baroga, shout out. Stay boys.
Saan
Kalma
anong
lang,
laro
boys.
yan?
Ayan.
Valorant po,
At
Valorant. So
the
guys,
moment,
ito
them
pong
locked in
pinapanood
towards
natin
main.
is Team Secret
Pushed all the way
versus
past A.
Nongshim.
Nongshim.
Dreadful as well.
Hayaan bigay yung lead boys.
Francis checking
Boys.
middle. Oh, Team Secret.
Alam mo mga...
This is a problem though for Nongshim. If they think
up,
that
Coach?
everyone's still grouped up out
Sabi ni
towards
Drake.
B and he rotates and it gives a
Don't
gap,
leave
there's
that
some
on,
timing that
bro.
Persia
Oh,
will
no,
lose
solo,
everything,
bro.
but he's good for one.
Oh,
Can he
no,
find
no,
the
no, no, no.
third? It's 30 seconds to go.
Trying
and
to
the
wall
spike
bang
is
over. He
just
sends in that
contained.
Yoma flash.
Thank you so much, Seno.
And that
For
would be
sending
enough,
Sila
I think.
gifts.
makapag-plant bro.
Even with the recon,
Uy.
some trades being found, but Francis with the
Bibili ka
work.
yan. Gago, plant nyo. Ako,
Darby
nakaikot
potentially
na
beat
rin
them here as
ni
well.
yun. What the
Gonna take
fuck?
the toxins through this one. He's already on the line. Gorgeous.
Carry lang yan.
Clean
No
shots
about.
and a
Early
lot of
game
control
pa lang.
across the
What
map
the
for
hell pala?
Nongshim.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of staleness to come through from Team Secret, honestly.
Sayang,
Right?
nakakabilis
They're lesser
umikot
equipped,
eh. Yan
so
ang kaya
it is
ayoko
what
kasi
it is.
maging
But
attacker
through B main
dito.
when they get locked out
Defenders
completely,
kaya
and you do
pa.
have the commanding information from Persia up
What
through
if Zag
short.
Draken?
Sorry, Persia up through main, Francis up through short. It's just all the info that you really do want.
Sayang yun, nakaikot
And it's just
agad.
fish in a barrel at that point.
Ay, maging,
Team
ano
Secret
ito.
dispatched off.
Sabay po ba kayo pag nire...
Going to see a couple of different ideas come out from them, maybe back towards
Sige.
those faster-paced plays.
Kambal ba to, guys? Huy, hindi
One of
kami
those things
kambal,
that
guys.
also
Time
kind
out
of do wanna
muna.
watch out
Ang
for.
nag-time out for
Remember,
today
the
is
last time
Reliel
that
is
they did
the...
try a
Ang
fast
TS.
set play in towards the A side.
Tama yun,
Persia
tama yun.
was able to
Inano
pull
nila
all
na
of it
agad
down
ng
towards
time out
generator.
para...
I don't know how we managed to get another one on 18 HP, by the way. The shock dart
Maganda yan,
eventually came and
magandang
he was
adjust
smashed
yan.
up before that, but the fact that he's just still swinging.
RB is back.
And as Pilsky mentioned, a lot of hype surrounding RB's
Okay,
return.
sabi niya eh.
For sure.
Shoutout Ate Sandy. Shoutout kay Zani.
So far, I mean, it's not been the
Zani?
greatest
Zani.
showing from map number
shout
one.
out kay Zani. Shout out
instances
sa'yo,
that it
bro.
was looking
Guys, pa-share
pretty
ng
good,
live,
don't
pa-share
get me
ng
wrong.
live.
Share ng live guys, shout out sa
But
mga
the
TS
quote-unquote better
supporter
showing
dyan.
Yup,
is, you know,
and
a really good map performance
paki-support, and
victory
pag
for them
nag-stay
and a
po
great
kayo
start
dito,
towards the
bibigyan po
second
kayo nila
map,
yung
right?
link ng
And
2 million
it's
subscribers.
not been there, but
Thank you so much,
they
Jonel
can afford
Mayores.
themselves a bit of a slow start.
Kita mo mamaya nga talaga maniwala yan eh.
Sabi ni
Ayan na,
Reno.
ayan na, ayan na, ayan na.
Potentially avalanche into a lot
Shoutout
more
na
lead
ako.
off for
Share
Team
mo muna
Secret.
live para
Similar approaches
ma-shoutout.
once again.
Okay,
Maybe
another
snipping
round
beats setting
guys.
up for
Mabawit
the
ang TS.
faster
Simple lang.
paced
Early
play
game lang
towards
yan.
A,
So,
but
wala tayong
now
dapat
it's gonna be the smokes.
Wait some minute. Wait
Yeah,
some
very
minute.
disconnected across the map though, right?
BFF po ba kayo?
So they get a bit of a faster aim main control, and then look to potentially
Kaibigan
go
lang,
green
okay na
pastures.
yun. Sige na.
Sige,
Pakasama mo
At
sa akin
the
na.
same time, though, this
Pag-isip mo
toxic screen from
Jonel
Francis.
Mayores,
Oh,
salamat ng marami sa'yo, kaibigan!
sounds it off. He breaks the
Yes.
drone.
Takes a
Kalma
little
lang
bit of
boys, kalma lang
damage
boys.
to getting out of this
Seno,
one.
hello!
They should
Hi,
throw the
Seno!
operators here, of course.
Thank you,
The shot
thank you so
echoed
much for
out.
gifting.
Zen
Nice,
used
nice
dispatch to
guess.
Persia
Ayan,
and
manonood lang ako
escaped.
guys, ha?
That was Persia getting a little
Attitude
bit
ni ating
cheeky
nakaglasses.
with
RJ,
the
thank you so much for
info
sharing the
gathering.
live.
Wanted to peek out.
Please boys, kalma lang. Ang hirap mag-plant.
Slight gaps found by Team Secret now that Spike getting called back in towards A main.
Hirap.
The fact that there's no ultimates
Gobi,
available
Gobi,
for Nongshim
Gobi.
here does
Pinatay
mean
nila
that they're
punta sa
susceptible
trio,
to an
kaso
explosion
nandito
from
na si
Team Secret to
RB.
rip out a Hunter's
Galing
Fury
nila
and
ito.
an Annihilation, maybe together, maybe individually. With 40 seconds to go, Envy does have that recon available.
Thank you so
Zesty
much,
still
Bantay
does have
sarado
power in
talaga.
Noya. That's
Oh, nakaisa pa siya dun.
ambitious from Francis
Sige
too.
lang, ha?
At least
Uy,
finds one.
madami
Also
si
responsibly
Easy.
falls on towards Stampy's
Kaya
shoulders.
guys!
Gets the first.
Nice!
Caught on
Nakuha
into
niya,
a
guys!
Barbie, then in for the
Nice one,
sweep.
yes!
Quickly spotted
Plant
out by
niyo,
Stampy.
boys!
Si
Just
Joshua
Ivy.
Garcia ba katabi mo, Sandy?
Out from
Ako
heaven,
kala.
tries to get
Uy.
some
Ulo.
bursts in, spots out the sonic sensor, so that's extra information.
Planted na,
Of course, you gotta wonder
Dito.
about where
Bumaba na,
Wild
boy.
Warrior is
Boy,
as
boy,
well.
narinig mo
Ivy
yun, boy.
Alam
making
namin
its way
na.
down.
Hindi.
Downtown.
Nice one!
Waldo! Ay!
Nice one,
Down for
Kelly.
the
Sige,
set
di pala.
pick, and that's
Okay.
gonna be 3-3. Team Secret.
Yeah, a little bit too slow at the end
Guys,
there
share ng
for
live,
Ivy in the
share our
1
live,
versus
and
3.
then,
Finds the
yup.
first
Sino
nose.
nanalo
It's
kanina
Elias
ng
playing
Sunset?
Generator with that
McLaren's
center.
TS,
Had he
siyempre.
maybe
Talaga.
been a little bit more focused on
Mati.
towards it and destroyed it, he
Nice,
could have
Thank you so
gone
much,
for a little
RJ,
bit of
for
a hunt
sharing our
before
live.
that eventual
Hindi
lurker
ko
comes
aming
on
number
through.
3 viewer.
Just didn't work out, unfortunately.
Hindi
Nongshim
nga po, babae
able
si
to
Leo!
get rounds.
Yes,
And that,
I'm
another
not.
different story as well, by the way. If
Live
an
din ba si
operator
Leo?
doesn't get
Yes.
jumped over,
Ah,
you're
kabayo
removing
sumisipa
the
si Leo,
annihilation
ma.
from play. It doesn't get ripped before you get the kill.
Uy, kaya mo naman.
These little components here, contributing factors.
Thank you
And
so
this
much.
is
Ano
now
ang pangalan na
on a
ito?
reset territory for
Ribbon.
Nongshim. If you're not able to
Ribbon
find this
for sharing
round.
our live.
Operator
Ribbon.
again for Darby. You still got that
Ribbon.
overdrive in play as well, should you need
Okay,
it.
another round,
I
guys.
wouldn't
All
actually
3
mind
na
Another
sila.
round, another
Darby
day,
has
another
no
team
weapon.
secret.
Maybe he's just a
Uy,
glorified
pag nanalo,
info
TS, libre mo
player
ako
at this
sa
one. Rip a Hunter's Fury
Hamlet
later.
tayo.
Call mo naman,
be.
Sandy.
His
Ikaw man
position is towards
lilibre,
four,
Sandy.
right? So he can
Mamu,
hop either
libre.
side that they run into.
Ikaw man lilibre. Ayan ang
Sentinels
usapan,
both
ha.
on
Pagka
B.
nanalo, TS.
Nope, ikaw talaga.
Super
Nope,
conservative.
you.
Team Secret.
Nope.
Nope,
I mean,
you.
It's
Nope.
get unsettling at
Nope.
some point. Francis, though,
Basta mana, uy. Hindi sila dala sa pick.
continuing to hold the angle, spots that it's a clone.
Imagine if
Mga
it was the
pro
real
na yan
one.
eh. Hindi na madadala
Oh, yeah.
sa pick yan.
Ako na, naku.
Ang madadala na lang sa
No,
mga
it's
pick
with
na ganun
Waldex
sila.
too.
Draken,
Here's the TP as
Sinobitsky.
well. So calls it out to the rest of the team.
Ganun ba?
RB is
Ganon.
within range of
Ganon ang
Nongshim.
ugali mo.
Standard
Si
things you'd
Sandy,
expect the
yun ang
drone to
madadala
do.
Uy,
Go
Joshua
out
Garcia
on
pa,
the
shout out
side,
daw.
start to
Joshua
scope out what they
Garcia.
can find and then going together as a unit. 40 seconds to
ito.
go.
But now you gotta wait for that toxic screen.
Shout out to
Francis, unfortunately,
Shout out
with
to
the
muna to,
bounce
Joshua
again.
Garcia ka daw.
It's been said that he
Kurlo.
trusts his instincts, but unfortunately
Kurlo,
that
shout out,
moment
Shout out, bro.
doesn't quite
Kurlo.
pay off.
RJ, thank you so
Very
much.
much out
Blooming
front
sa
as
layo
well.
nyo. Ganda
Team
nila
Secret,
yung
they
fort. Sabi
captured
na.
Nice!
Persia got done by that
5v3 na lang yan. Nice, nakapag-plant pa. Yan ang masarap dyan. Nice!
Post plant.
5v2.
And it's an
Position mo lang,
offense
boys.
wall.
Hindi na tayo maaaring matalo pa ng mga yan.
Save
2 versus
Secret so
Dambi,
far, so
wala.
Ay,
good
2 versus
again.
5 pa. Nice.
Ang
Fast
layo
set
nyo.
plays as
Okay,
well
thank you so
as
much.
slow ones.
Ribbon for sharing our live. Alden Richards yan.
Ah,
And they
nag-save
know there's an
na.
operator in play as well. Figuring
Nag-save
out
mo.
where that is and
Pakislay
not
yung
going
Mio, sabi
there.
ni Ellie.
Always a
Okay,
great avenue.
mag-watch lang kami mga kaibigan.
Nag-save na sila.
Oo,
Nag-save.
nasabi sila eh.
Danby was at the
Lahat
A
si-
side.
Shoutout
earlier
kay
on,
Brandon
started to move
Jeku
coverage towards
Barakio.
mid.
Hi kay Jacob
RB
Beronia.
shifts
Hello
towards the
sa'yo.
B site. That was the wrong call.
Alden Richards
Nongshim.
trends nga ate Sandy. Ikaw na lang.
Ano?
Alden Richards trend.
It's going to be the 4th round here for
Ako
Team
na
Secret,
naman!
just as this hunt
Hindi
is
naman
on.
sila natutuwa
See if
sa
they
akin,
can
sa'yo
Ikaw
na
na,
lang.
natutuwa
steal
sa'yo
away
yan.
these guns here.
Uy, mas magaling ka dun. Promise.
Natuwa ako, Sandy. Natuwa ako.
HP.
At
Go
least
on.
kahit di ka matuwa.
Sige, sige.
Nakikita kita sa SBZ
Still though,
dati.
Komodo, I mean, really makes
School
you
ko
wonder
yun,
because
dati.
it's been the past
Okay,
couple
sige,
of
sige.
rounds where we've seen Nongshim going
Shoutout
in
sa'yo,
for some
Lu.
of these
Pa-share ng live guys, mga kaibigan.
Shoutout mo daw siya.
Shoutout sa'yo.
then leads into
Hello.
Team Secret
Ay,
taking
si
space,
Marvin
taking the
Clean.
site.
Ay, ate naman eh.
Ikaw ate.
Ay, hindi naman ako
See
nagla-live
if there's
eh.
any changes here.
Like tayo pareho eh. Sino ba babae?
Ay, shoutout tayo natin pareho! Marvlen,
backing
Clean,
towards this
Ortega.
A side.
Shoutout sa'yo.
It's going to be one
Uy,
of these
pakisnuli yung
early
Mio
little
sabi
pop
Sandy,
plays
ano
of the
pick rank
one-way.
mo?
Ano, guys?
Iron
This would be their last
Uy, hindi
purchase so far for now.
Talagang ang yabang mo!
Team Secret on
Guys,
the other
ano
hand,
lang
then
naman, nagre-radiant
beginning to
din ako.
shift the attention over to
Pikram ko na
Ivy
yan.
needs help.
Galit na
He's
sila
by
yung port.
himself here with a little
Shoutout
bit
kay
of
Jonel
utility.
Mayores,
One away
kanina
from
ka pa
the
nanonood.
lockdown, so you
Salamat.
can see that RB's rotated. Look at the reveal, man! The Guardian for the
Tom,
wallbangs.
tama ka na, RB. Hindi namin natutuwa sa'yo.
incredible read. It does slow the approach.
Hi, babe! Hi, babe! Hello!
For the
Buti
trade.
nabawi ni Indy.
From the shadows as well,
Sure
destroyed
win na guys,
in wine.
naka-smile against sila
Can't be
yun.
aware of its
Yup.
location there.
Hello guys, pa-share ng live. Thank you
Just
so
as soon
much.
as you
Thank you
feel
so
a
much
bit
sa
of
gifts. Kay
contact, right
Sen,
back
kay
in
John
towards
Carl.
middle, then
Thank you
the
so
peek
much.
out from
Sa
Francis.
Panda.
Again, it's Francis with the peaks,
Sa Love You,
unfortunately.
thank you so much guys. Pa-share ng live.
doing a
Manood lang
lot
tayo
through
na tong
short,
sa
so maybe
ng
needs to be
VCT
reeled in a
Pacific.
little bit there.
Everything.
Meanwhile,
Napapagod na ako
up the
umik ha.
guts of mid. Team
Hi
Secret
Sandy and Leo
looking
Mio,
to
sayang
explode
tulog
back
ka pa
towards
daw
this B side. Again,
kanina.
it's going to be
Dumaan
Ivy
kami sa
tested.
bootcamp, sabi ni
Yeah,
Pat.
just an alarm bot. At
Ay,
least
buti na lang,
RB
boss,
will
di
have
ako
the Hunter's Fury to
binulabog ni
possibly
Buenay
bail
ko.
Ivy out, though. Ivy digging himself deep in towards Boathouse. There goes the
Nasali ako
ult.
next game. Guys, hindi
But Team
hindi kami
Secret
naglalaro.
able to dance
Oh
around it
no.
for now. Ivy.
Nice!
we saw
Okay
the
naman,
first shot, still-
binawian boys.
Nizzy
Planting,
comes
back.
planting. Nice.
Zombie
Ito
taking
sa
the
Zombie.
overdrive a little bit too early. He can't capitalize upon the timing of this one. Brings out.
Nakadami na yan.
Iinis na ako
Does
kayo.
take a
Hindi
shot
nga,
against
iniisahan din.
Then you're
Nababawian
gonna wonder
nila.
about the
Kelly,
Sonic
Pwesto na lang,
Nandyan!
please. Pwesto
Kelly!
na lang, boys.
stairs. Kelly S with
Pwesto na lang, boys.
good
Magandang
angle
pwesto
up
na yan.
towards lane as well.
Lahat naman na eh.
So
Nasa
I
na
don't
ako,
think you're
okay
going to
na.
be able to
Yes, pa-share ng
sprint
live. Thank you
into
so
sight
much,
the way
pa-share
that you
talaga.
want to. But he
Smile ka din
has
natin
to
sa
step
live.
up away for a
no.
fan. Human recall.
Bakit?
Shot! Wallback throw
Blinded
onto
pa siya!
Kelly S.
Oof.
And then it falls onto Nizzy. Low
Sige!
man
Nice!
as well.
Huwag
and he
kakakabahan,
does
bro.
find a tap on the
Nice!
triple!
Wow!
Team
Muntik
Secret!
na! Kinakabalang!
Aminin ko daw,
Kinakabalang, kinakabalang.
Through the
Nako,
wall
isa
by
pa yun
Darby
eh.
on the antics of this Neon,
Pakit
and
ka
then
daw,
the Red Bull
pakit ka daw
clutch
sa-
comes through like that from Nizzy. I
Wait
thought
naman
he was
ako,
going to
kahit
play on the
bibitray.
back of the patient game. I thought he can toy with the gate crash.
Kwento
He
mo
can
yan.
bring
Thank you so
out
much,
the
Shannon,
ult,
for the love
right?
you say.
Drift around. But no,
Thank you so much,
he just swings and
Alfred
shoots.
Chavez. You for sharing our live.
What
Guys,
a
share our live
great
and then, yup,
Player
shoutout
added to
kayo
this
ni
Team
Leo
Secret
Minho.
Isaiah
roster.
Bambilya, bakit nag-comment ka niyan dito? Hindi.
Exactly what
Bakit?
we're
Ano
talking
sabi?
about. New blood, new faces. And Team Secret definitely looking refreshed. Meanwhile, for
Danas, thank
Nongshim,
you so much for sharing our live.
Yeah, they might have
Inet,
struggled with
29,
Ascent
thank you so
before.
much. Thank you
Magagaling
kay
yung
Berry.
struggle.
Hi,
Magagaling ng
Berry.
viewer
But
natin, no,
timeout.
Eka. No,
It's
2
attempt
versus
to
1. Masyado malapit
try to
makakalaban,
right
tas
some of
di
these
niya
Hello
pa
guys,
yung
sa
ito sa
mga
heaven.
nagjo-join na yung
If we can
live.
continue
Hubaan
to get
doon,
this
kaya siya tumingin sa
consistency from
inning.
Nizzy,
Saka kaya
from the rest of the team as well, whether it be on their supporting affairs or their lurking plays and just the team chemistry as well.
Kayo ng mga ano nyo. Ay,
Mga tots
Could be
nyo.
a new looking Team Secret that can give some
sabi ko
great
nga sa'yo
hope.
nandyan.
Boss
A
Jessie
lot of fans
Bash!
out there.
especially if they're
FS lang.
delivering this win
Ay!
with 2-0 in the
Ang
series.
FS fan sign, no? Paano yun?
I'm not gonna hedge my bets on that too early
FS
though.
panahon pa ng ano eh.
Parang nila bossin yan eh.
Panahon pa nila boss yan eh.
Leaving this
FS
map
pero
open with,
ala kami kasing panulat dito bro eh.
Been an
Yup.
option
So,
or
shoutout kay
Shoutout mo na lang sa happy
Shoutout na
birthday
lang
sa
sa'yo.
inyo.
Happy birthday
this
sa'yo.
comp, to say the least, is
Jonel
definitely
Mayores and
something
kay
we're seeing
Alfred
Davy trying to do Davy
Chavez
things.
too.
I mean,
Shoutout
sometimes
sa'yo.
map rotations of 7
Shoutout
go your way,
secretly din.
sometimes they
I-share
don't.
mo muna ang
right?
live bago magpa-shoutout.
Sometimes metas go your way.
Whoa.
sometimes
Okay,
they
game na.
don't. Case in point, the Terra meta that we had previously didn't really work out for a couple of teams. Now it changes into a little bit more of an older mainstream.
Oh no.
Working a treat for some.
Yay!
That's what happens. Still though, at least
Kalma mo.
earlier on at the start of this round, it's a
Yay!
lot of
And just
mid-presence
a
from
dom.
Team Secret. Spotted out, sure.
Ay,
but
lalabas. Nag-smoke ulit.
see how Nongshim
Okay.
decides to shift their way
Kalma lang
across.
boys.
If
Nasa
Team
atin
Secret
ang
keep
lead.
playing this one, you know, quite patient here and there, they should be able to isolate a couple of these great angles and
Kalma,
just force Nongshim into a sticky spot. Speaking of which, RB up close and personal, I think Persia's going to be able to bail him out
Ano?
easy enough here.
Ano?
Persia even moves
Kita,
away from
alam
market,
na.
so
Thank you
RB
so much,
really is on
Harman
an island by
Atienza, for sharing
himself.
our
Nako.
live.
Just for info, a
Nice!
decent
Nice
dig.
one.
Nice one, nice
Yeah,
one. Galing talaga ni
oh,
Inbi.
damage
Tulo,
exact.
boy.
One.
Pero
Elias
nabawasan
of
niya.
one. Has the ult as well, so it plays it
Guys,
safe.
nasa nasa market sila.
Spams
Ay,
in towards the
nakataw sila
smoke.
ulit.
There. Kelly has even a
Yeah!
finds a shot, but Francis
Kubito ko
with a
yun.
stinger.
Paano
No
nangyari?
reply.
Spike needs to be retrieved. They can find themselves a little bit of time in the 20 seconds right now. Can they just try and go through this one quick? Can they try and find a 2 versus 1? When the spike plant goes down, you know what?
Lalabas yan. Iputok mo agad.
Zespy's playing on the back of.
Well, they've broken it at least.
Reposition.
Work off of does maybe force Zespy back. But
Yep.
here comes Wall.
Nice! Nice one, boys!
Zespy
Nice.
4 in a row
Cute ng
for
nasa
Team
right,
Secret.
totoo.
That was
Promise,
a
pag
timeout
nakapag-plant
not
na sila, wala nang
converted
problema
there
eh.
for
Ganito ka nga.
Nongshim. And that one now, hopefully,
Kahit wala nga akong itry,
the discussion
cute
was
na
for this
ako.
round instead of the previous, right? You would expect, you would hope, a little bit of words to go into that
Ba't mo
eco,
dinidig
but this
voice
has got to
mo,
be
Leo?
the
Akala
round
ko
for
cute
them
voice ka.
on this
Hindi, bro,
defensive
kasi
side to
hindi talaga
really start to figure things out.
Talaga ako.
It really is shaping up to be one hell of a chess match of the map.
I'll add, by the way,
Nice
Team
one, sabi ni
Secret on the back
WH
of timeouts
as
were the
Nico.
worst
Ayaw mo ganun, boss.
conversion from last stage.
Guys,
The fact that there's a timeout,
guys,
they
share
do
us
win after
live.
that.
Share our live and spread the word.
A whole new team.
Share our live, tapos
Secret
may libre
2.0
po kayong
numbers
shoutout from Leo.
And also,
Sapakin pa ako naman. Kahit
well,
huwag ka nang nagpapangako sa kanila.
Ayun na, blinded! Blinded!
Ayun, blinded! Oh no!
Even though
Okay lang,
Brian was
okay!
able to answer, but Team
Tigisahan
Secret
lang
continued
po
to fight
sila.
until Ivy arrived. The double is good.
Kaya ni Oreo yan.
Meanwhile, though, there's been a lot of players that have fallen in this round. It's just Wild Oreo.
Sisilip, bro.
Slowly
Sisilip
making
siya.
his way into sight. Of course, the turret. First point of
Ako!
contact. And then this
Okay lang yan.
swing off of it.
Yan.
How is Ivy
Walang
alive
problema.
when
Sai,
he
thank you
gets
so much
double
for sharing our live.
Blinded na unahan pa si Kelly.
paranoid? They all expire.
Guys, share our
and he
live
ends
lang.
with the
Walang
3
problema. Okay, tingnan natin ang mga...
We gotta check the replays on that one, Chief.
That is unfortunate that Team
Hindi,
Secret
hindi
couldn't
ako nanonood ng live nila
capitalize
eh.
upon
Mamaya,
that.
baka. Tapos na ba?
And Francis even kind of missed the spray.
Marunong ka ba
Yeah,
niyan?
okay.
Obvious ba?
Look,
Malamang!
really unfortunate.
Hindi
If
man
the
ako
timeout
magaling.
previously was to go in towards this one, then well done
Grabe
for
ka ng
Nongshim.
coach
You're
nga,
holding on,
Fred.
you're trying to get yourselves up to a tight scoreline 6-6
Kaya
right
nga,
now.
coach kita
Which is what
eh.
they got to look
Masaya sa
for,
kanya
because
di
the ultimates are
Icon.
starting to build on up for both teams. You're still holding
Ganyan
on
kayo,
to
ah!
these ones for Team Secret side, but Ivy with the lockdown, Francis with the Viper's Pit, they are at the correct site here.
Sasa'yo ba yung iPhone ko?
At this point in the first half as well, certainly will be a great time to set up a stronghold.
They can't
Thank you
get
so much,
Francis out.
Sai, for sharing our live.
Oh no! Collect from Dabby, what? In towards Francis, who swaps over the classic for a flawless win. Oh,
What
out
happened?
of nowhere!
They did get him out
Carl,
in
thank
the
you so
end
much for
there.
sharing our live.
And that's a flawless for Nongshim. I think
Huwag
we need
niyo
a
bigay,
replay.
bro.
That was
Huwag
too
niyo bigyan
quick
ng
for my eyes to see what's
adrenaline rush
happened on
yan.
there. A
Mismo
collateral
ako
from
babalik ng
Darby.
Mamaya
Everyone
na!
focal
Stress na
point
nga kami
towards
dito sa
A-Main.
larong to.
And it's just a blender that comes on out. Team Secret.
Oh, you know,
just
Dalawa agad!
Hindi, nagtabi kasi. Ayun. Tapos nakaisa pa yun kahit siya yung stun.
The smoke pushes in.
That's very risky, by the way, for Envy to
Ang
bring
lakas
a Hunter's
tumamba
Fury
na
out in the
ito.
middle of the open there.
GTS kaya pa yan.
Last round of the half, rapid affair from Darby. Clearing space, scaring them back, and they scurry away like flies.
Sayang na
Especially
Blade. True, WHS
with the
Nico.
aftermath of the past two rounds.
Nagtabi.
Team Secret have been pushing
Type ko yung
A a
sinitawag
lot,
glass.
and now
Lagi
Nongshim
nag-rush.
getting a read for it. It's space.
Guys, pa-share na live, pa-share na
info,
live.
but now
Kindly
you
share
gotta work
live.
off
Thank you
it.
so much.
Yeah, and what do you do now, though? Do you still hold this space as Nongshim, or do you just recognize, all right,
Si Envy
we've
very ano
forced
na
them all
siya.
back, we're going to be at a deficit if we hang around in any of these choke point positions. Maybe you do want to look to
Yan.
fall on back.
Ito na ang kalaban,
Oh,
guys.
but Dambi's making a bit of noise. The recon does check.
Alam
Might be
nito.
false
Na-reveal
info
na
depending on
ng
how he
location.
plays. He fires off a
Thank you
shot
so much,
from top.
Kyle, for
They've got to
sharing
get out
our
of this one.
live. Guys,
It's
pa-share lang na
hellfire raining
live.
towards them now.
For sure,
A minute
mananalo
to go for Team Secret to have a decision where they want to end, and that Viper's Pit will kind of push you
Oh,
towards the
samgyup
B
na
side, right?
pagkatapos.
We would
Libre mo
also
yan eh.
kind of maybe hope, because they
Slime,
have to
thank you so much
contend
for
with the
sharing
pit,
our
all
live.
of that killjoy utility.
Slime, thank you so much.
So B might be
Thank you so much, nag-share ng live
Eventually,
natin.
you can have a
Solid
lockdown
support.
zone
Smile na
from
daw,
Ivy
Lemmy.
if somehow
Smile ka
Team
lang daw,
Secret
parang
managed to
wala
get
na
Hindi
in.
na, kinakabahan ako eh.
Yeah,
Ang ganda
Team
ng laban.
Kaya,
It is Team Secret. It's a
Sabi-
Southeast
gigil na din
team
kasi
Grabe
both
yung
sides.
lakas tumamba nun.
close to the Viper's Pit,
Dikit
but
kasi.
now opting to go
Hirap
down
kasi,
deep
sana
in mid.
Hirap
But
pumasok
they're
oh.
set in their face,
Sana
though.
mag-switch na talaga sila.
They're starting to run out of time. They
Hindi,
need to
dahil
check the
pag
Rolex
nag-switch
on their
sila,
wrist.
ayan. Naku po.
Lockdown over towards the A side at the moment. It's going to be null and void because right now it's the B
Yun,
side that's
wala naman, okay
looking
lang
for
yan.
the taken.
And it's Dambi really close by as well. I don't think this round's gonna go their way. Dambi strikes from behind, slides on over.
Nice one, Envy!
Maybe a
Kaya
trade
pinasa
found.
smoke!
Andy, he's still
No
around
time
the
eh.
corner. You got Francis marking
No
down
time
back
yun.
from
Ang
B
hirap
main.
talaga mag-plant,
We end
boys.
the first half 6-6
Kabado
Coda.
and Tep.
Yeah, so it is that recovery on the round
Thank you
after
so
the
much,
timeout that they
Hey,
did drop
Ribbon,
there,
for
where you would
sharing
expect
our
that
live.
conversation to have been
Thank you
happening
bro,
for
sa
the next
support.
round, and maybe
Yan,
they
pag
were
sinare
able to
niya,
steal
support
away
lane eh.
with a bit of a cheap
Support mo
pistol
talaga yun.
fire.
Grabe naman, ang hirap nila
6 to 6, is that
mag-plant.
going to be enough
Kinakabahan
for
ako eh,
Nongshim
baka
going on
tayo
towards their
ito.
attacking side? Do they feel like they've seen enough
Hindi.
on how this game plan
Di
of
ba?
Team Secrets is with this
Nakakulog
new
ka na
fresh
eh.
look towards that roster?
Kaya,
Right? I gotta be honest,
Halftime
Komodo,
switch.
it's been a little bit tough, I think,
Pakiramdam
for
ko
both
dito na,
teams
dito
to
na sila
get a
talaga
read on
sila
each other
magkakita.
just
Sana nga,
because of
before
how
switch that,
the pace
kinuha
has
nila
gone
naman. Pero kaya pa
how
yan,
they
boys.
constantly switch things
Parang
up,
hindi
but
nahirap.
Team
Hindi
Secret have
kita
shown that they
laban.
have some
Sinare ko
mid-rounding
na, sino
calls
bias
just
mo?
to bring
Si
things back to
Suga!
normalcy. Meanwhile, for Nongshim,
Susuyuin ko yan
after
mamaya,
that
baka
one
gusto mo daw
little
ng milk.
coach timeout,
Tsaka burger.
they definitely brought things back.
Loko-loko.
Now I kind of wonder as
Walang
well.
yay. Guys, so share ng
It's
live.
been-
Pakinggan
it's
mo
been a
Lomi
map
sila
that has
yun.
been
Kaya
out
nga
for
eh!
so
Lomi
long.
Batangas.
And you're looking towards this
Lotong
Nongshim side
Batangas
going
din,
onto the
sarap
attacking
din.
side.
Lotong
RB's
Batangas.
Papatay ko
Pacific
to sa
now.
Batangas, huwag kayong magalala.
Surely
May
for
spaghetti
the
Batangas
map
ba?
is a
Wala.
the map
Pansit
that is as
Batangas.
old as this game and a player that's been here since the beginning.
Cake
And on
Batangas.
which team as well, you know, on this map.
Adobong Batangas.
Correct, right? That's
Wala
what I'm
nga
trying to draw at.
Sinigang
Surely
na
you're not
Batangas.
losing your first series
Ako unang
on,
gagawa, tapos papatikin ko
you
sa'yo.
know, call it the map.
The map.
Kaso may
Your map.
Ay na, makinig ka na.
Oh, sige, ito
Come
na.
on, RB.
Yun na! Ay, grabe po ako sa'yo.
Nakangiti
Bossing
na,
Jesse Bash!
nakangiti.
Shoutout sa'yo, Bossing Jesse Bash! Idol ka
na
namin
ang
talaga.
bobuo ng
Then
buhay
again,
ko.
the first map wasn't too bad for them either.
Yeah.
But
Guys,
you really
share ng
gotta
live,
wonder,
share ng live.
'cause
Taga
you're
Cebu ako, pero
running
nakatingin na
into
ako
this
yan salita.
attacking side
Ay.
with a
Ang
deliberate
lasa, nasa
composition.
Batangas.
How's Francis
Bakit
gonna
nila
play?
sa Batangas? Alam mo,
Yeah, playing Viper on
Naku,
both of the maps
wala
in this
ka
series
talaga
so
sa
far.
akin.
We get to Lotus.
lalaki ka po ba?
I've seen a couple of
Babae si
Vipers on the map
Sandy.
here and there.
Babae, ako yung lalaki.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like it's one of the mains.
Lea, sirain yung
Uy,
buhay
yun
ko.
na, yun na, yun na.
Yun na.
Switch na.
Okay, right up to the mouth of
Ay,
a main.
please.
Please lang. Ay,
Is
sinisira
he
nila.
going to
Info na
scare
guys,
them
ano
away,
yun?
May info na.
scream
Wala
at
nang
them or
problema
not?
to. Sinisira.
Or
And
use that
matagtag
toxic
na
screen
nila guys
towards
ang
the A
wall
side as
nila.
well,
Lock.
mind you.
And humingi ng permission to sila.
Toss out the
Yan! Ang dami!
Zes, ang dami niyan, Zes!
Ang dami!
Zes!
Risky.
Tago ka sa miner.
Well, there's no explosion through this dark cover at the moment. We'll start to see the spectacles of it.
Diyan, alam pa rin niya, alam niya nasa miner.
Reposition the wine as well.
Comeback na totoo! WHSD ko. Guys, pa-share ng live. Kindly share our live.
Probably
Gagi,
They're gonna have to
alam.
clear it.
mark this.
Bro,
There they go.
dalawa, no.
Nako!
Nice!
Trade,
Sayang! Sayang! Nice one, Nizzy!
For two.
Nice one,
Managed
Nizzy!
to do that one. It's a 4 versus 2 now.
Guys, kalma
Don't
lang,
tell me that
ubusin
Team
nyo na lang yung
Secret
oras
are
nila.
going to also get 4 out of 4 pistols.
Oh, and was
Jump
it just
shot.
Sheriff Smith
Jump
the
shot,
smoke? Now
jump shot.
Persia with the
Tuloy,
right clicks as he
tuloy.
digs himself deep inside a tree. Envy
Nice, isa na lang, isa na lang.
Nice! Generator, and
Magaling talaga sila sa
that is
pistol.
Team
Pistol round.
Secret
Laban.
clean
Nice.
pistols all throughout today.
All
Didn't expect
4
you to play
gathered.
Valorant.
They are just
Kahit ako din,
absolutely
guys.
proficient
Sayang kung hindi
on
na
these
nag-smoke
styles
si
of
Zes
play.
doon.
And I think it was a
Mapapatay
little
pa
bit
niya yung
readable for them as well, right? When they
Ayun, no? Nagbuga
recognize that there's a bit of a tree pop happening and a bit of a later split
Hindi
through
niya
the
alam na
main.
dalawa pa
You start to
papalapit sa
pepper out the
kanya.
bullets.
Guys,
Hit
can
the
we share
shots,
our
hit the
live? Share our
crossfires, play
live?
it together as a
Oh,
team.
guys, naman nag-share shoutout support
Couple
Team
of loose
Secret.
shots from
Team
Nizzy.
Secret lang
As
number
well,
1.
of course, yeah, for sure.
Coach, pag nanalo ba
Another
TS,
pistol.
magka-cosplay ka?
From this pistol, they
Guys,
shall
iko-cosplay
try
niya
and
si
springing forward
Neon.
into even more rounds. The guns have been purchased up. Meanwhile, for Nongshim, we got
Yes!
the sheriffs to work off
Saan
of.
ito yung kailan ka naglalaro sa Hunters?
Now
Kapag
hold
po
up instead
nasa
of being
Batangas, kaso po wala na po
The
ako
recon
Batangas.
definitely spots all of them out. Ooh, what?
These secondary rounds for Team Secret have generally been slow as well.
Basahin
This is a bit different. Than a little bit
Gagi, basahin mo to.
ambitious
Ikaw,
from
basahin mo.
TS whilst they lose Zesty
Aha, nagsama yung
towards the
dalawang
A
may
side.
kapansanan.
Francis is looking here.
Oh, mas malala yung
There was a
kanya.
little bit of damage exchanged in mid. So they should know that this is a
Tutulak kita para
vulnerable
walang
position.
tutulong sa'yo.
Ginawa mo na kanina eh. Ewan ko ba't
Francis
bigla
does
mo
turn back
naisip
around,
gawin yun.
but Elias with the
Napaka
weaponry.
ano ng
Oy,
zoom.
mapanood ka!
Done,
4 versus 4
essentially,
na.
Nakaisan
out
eh.
here, right? Dump a bit of utility apparently,
much,
but
E.
their
Ribbon.
wall itself actually
Hindi,
doesn't
tigisan
stretch
lang
all the
sila.
way, so they can still technically
Kaso
pivot
nakuha
towards
si
A.
Elias.
What?
Yeah, for for some info at least, they might break the wall and
Mainit
go
kaping
through it
mainit.
short, but
Try mo daw
Sila
i-block
yun.
si
Kasi
Simon.
nakalamang sila
Absolutely solid.
kanina nung
Look at
sila
it,
yung
it's all 4
pinagputan.
members here. And he can't even really get
Guys,
out of
can you
it
share
here,
a live,
unfortunately,
share a live?
either.
Ah,
because
share
there's
the
already
live,
a little bit
guys.
of a
Ate, anong
tiles
nas-
flank to come out from
Ate,
Kelly. Yes,
nasa
fully
kanan, ano po,
expected.
hike nyo?
Probably not.
Nice! Wala ka na, Dambi boy!
Thanks to Danby's
Wala na yung ace
distractions.
player nila.
Team shock darting?
Yun lang
Si
naman
RB
malakas
pa
tumakas.
talaga!
Just to check
Hindi yan, yung RB saka si Dambi.
ultimately-
Si RB yung
Tumamba.
MVP!
Yeah, that one fast lane brought
Naku,
Kelias
planting
over
na.
towards tiles and away from that
Hindi nila
mirror match.
nabantayan
That's why
to.
Nongshim has the sight.
Ayun.
Yan ako.
Oh no, blinded
Where they
Danip.
could possibly
Ang dami,
go for even
tatlo
more
sila.
than
Pistol lang yan.
Oh, they're going for the
Kaya
fight.
iba nila
Oh, they have the
yan.
sheriff.
Huwag lang sila talagang...
Oh no, 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 no,
Wild
bro.
Oreo.
Bro!
Don't lose it
Oh
all.
my
but the
God.
Spectre will
Okay
reign
lang, okay lang, okay
supreme.
lang. 2 versus 2
Wild
pa.
Oreo now with this outlaw. One
Naku.
shot fired off. Has to reload.
Ano lang,
Ghost.
wild
It's
Oreo.
just RP.
Oreo bro,
Yeah, he
Oreo
knows
bro,
where he
you can do
is.
it,
You
Oreo
need
bro,
that one
Oreo
headshot,
bro,
one
bro.
clean
Nice!
shot.
W Oreo!
8 to 6,
Nice!
but
Nakakakaba naman yun.
He's still
Iba na sila nakatingin.
lingering from that one.
The damage is there, the plan is there, yeah, for sure.
tumitingin eh!
But you got to give respect to how Team
Sa
Secret are
smoke,
playing at the
alam
moment
din
and
ng
how
isa
they're
eh.
shooting.
Guys, can you share our live, share our live? Thank you so much for watching.
Hanip na yun.
In
Di sila
isolation.
nakatingin.
But
Kaya nga.
he can still shoot, right? It's 1 versus 1 at the end
Sabi
there for
tayo may
RB, who
tulak
does
si
get a
Deo.
recon
Mamaya,
dart
guys,
online.
tulak
He
natin.
knows that he's gotten off the spike as well. Opts to take the fight instead of falling
WTS,
back
let's
for a little
go.
bit of extra time with a recon.
Siege cosplay pag
You gotta
nanalo
back yourself in
TS.
these kind of positions when Persia sets yourselves up for a
Ang
bit of
galing!
success, a bit of
Ang galing
possibility.
mo! Wild Oreo, yes! Ang ganda ng pistol.
The shot out.
Galing ni Oreo doon, walang kakaba-kaba.
Yeah,
Nakita mo yun?
second round
Kita mo
for
ba
Team
yung itsura
Secret.
niya
Now it's the
pagkatapos?
bonus, and it's a proper bonus, right? Team
Ganun
Secret do not have too
Turo ba
much
yung
hit.
Kinakabahan ako.
Oh,
Hanip
galing.
kasi hindi nakatingin.
Crowd, Team Secret ran that previous round, but now Nongshim, they've got the guns.
Ba't di
Cosplay
sila
daw.
nakatingin sa
Busy.
harap ng wall?
Out into B main, taking out the turret.
Okay guys, kindly share our live, share our live. Thank
Maybe
you so
does
much.
have a Guardian
Unsent letter for
Playing on
gifting.
this right line.
Nanonood si
More though,
Boss!
doesn't get pre-fired out.
Boss Nika!
He'll have to fall on that.
WHS Miko, thank you so much for sharing our live.
Nice one, Nizi!
Yeah!
They were trying to create some presence, but Nizzy's found an angle.
One down, si Dambi guys, down na
Ang
tinamaan.
lakas talaga tumamba nun.
Space and checks in towards
Lagi guys, check
Back
nyo
of
lagi
B main.
ano.
Nice.
Paligid
been
nyo.
taken.
Madalas
Sorry,
din nila
yun,
nakikita eh.
bound.
Guys, kindly share our live, share our live. Thank you so much.
Persia across the map.
Ako.
Oh, RB.
Sabi sa'yo, magaling yung RB na yan eh.
Where do
Hits
you
na ako
really
dyan
want to
eh.
end this one? It's going to have to be towards the A
Hindi
site
nga
and destroy
position
some of this
naman sila.
utility
Hindi
because
nga
it's
ako.
sub 30 seconds
Really?
before you start to
Hi,
get
Saan
some
dito
Three,
nila
share
sa
our
A?
live,
Bro,
share
bro,
our
bro,
live.
digo.
Is
Nice
just
Oreo.
finding
Oh, tulog
a
this one.
disgusting shot on
Ako.
towards Francis. If he's
Na-blind
able to
ko.
find another one,
Kita, alam.
absolutely bloody blast.
Nice!
Got
Nice
another
one!
one.
Oreo!
We're starting to
Ente,
come
ente,
on 2 versus 2.
Repositioned because
2v2, 2v2, 2v2.
Planting, planting. Ba, mga kaibigan.
Still
Yan na, yan na.
possible for Team
Hindi!
Secret.
Okay lang,
Ooh,
okay
gets
lang.
close.
Tumamba
Yes,
nito.
RB.
Iis na ako dito kay RB.
Must
Saka
be low
inis siya.
HP.
He's got to get out of this. He has to make
Kanina
sure
pa
they play
yan.
this in a 2 versus 1 properly because
Si
Nizzy
Dambi wala
has been
na,
hitting
na-down siya.
some
Hindi
stellar
kaya ni
shots.
Nizi yan, low naman ni RB.
Guys, kindly share our live, share our live.
Bro, bro, bro.
It is that
Tick,
Guardian.
tick, tick.
Crouched underneath Persia.
Empty,
Ayan lang,
empty.
okay lang,
Takes the
okay lang,
initiative.
okay lang.
Empty
Still
boys,
gets
empty,
tagged up a
empty,
little
empty.
bit, so you start to question what would
May
it have been possible.
ipagsipahan ako kay Leo
The answer is
Miho
yes,
pag
but
nanalo
Nongshim
natalo
do
TS.
win the bonus
Mananalo
yet
to,
again.
saka wala akong balang
Now they
magpagsipahan
need to
sa'yo.
look for the
Nintik
next
ka bro,
ones.
Clark, Kervin.
Kit ng katabi mo sabi.
That's
Oo
where he
nga,
looks
alam
to
niya na!
reverse around
Stage
and
2 na to,
just
Clark.
go for this one.
Sayang galing ni Oreo dito, one tap lahat.
I mean, he's been a player that we've seen him on the chamber.
Kung
right?
napatay
So it's
pa
not
ni
like
Oreo yung
pistols
last
are too
Carry.
unexpected from him.
Nakuha nila yung
Headhunter
Hindi
versus
kasi
Sheriff.
naka-sheriff lang siya.
Similar approach style.
Guys, kindly
Pistol
share our
shots.
live.
Ah, may baril na pareho.
Pearl's gone, so he's lucky there.
Ano
Those
ni
that know.
Dambi na to.
Bawi na lang, sabi ni WHS Nico. Thank you so much, Nico, for staying on our live.
Early
Sobrang.
presence towards A, clearing out wine. Zespew this time.
Saan, di bakit mo
playing
nilagyan ng
much
baterya
further
yung
back
katabi mo?
than
Sorry
before.
guys, mamaya tatagtagin ko.
He was tempting fate a little bit though because he was.
Guys,
sitting in
kindly
the
share
top.
our live, share our live.
Kasi binabasa mo yung walang katutura, walang connecta rito.
Meron talaga!
Kelly
Ayan na,
has
ayan
with
na.
him, but mind
Naku,
you, the
naku!
rifle point is on the
Nice,
top
nice,
of
nice,
mid,
nice
and you've got to get out of
out.
dodge there. Confirm some information. No
Nice.
damage.
Tipid yung mabuti.
Nasa mid sila, going
Good
sila
timing
sa
on the
3.
barrier mesh as well. What can Francis
Wala,
find
hindi
back
ka
of this
makakadaan dyan,
Yes,
Francis, tigilan mo kami.
Tan.
It's all the
Ayun na, ang dami!
Sila sa A.
Ang dami guys sa A!
Sila sa A, boys. Magpupush. Ayan na, binasag na. Alam naman na nila yung info, kaso gunfight na lang
Nongshim will
talaga
look
to.
to exploit Dambi.
Naku.
Slides up front.
Kelly,
Iba lang ma! Nice, 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 nice. Nakabawi naman, nakabawi naman. 3v2. Kaya pa rin, possible, winnable.
Kaya nga sa Enu, thank you so
Boy pa
much
si
sa
Oreo,
Enu.
boy pa si
First
Oreo.
day.
Just a bit
Boy pa si
ago.
Oreo.
But they set
So
themselves
maganda
up
ng
for
pwesto
this
kasi
post
ng
plant. Drone just bought out some info, confirms one.
Ito yung sa
With
map
that,
na
might
to.
be able to
Dito kasi
push
sa
up
map
front.
na yan. Pag nakapag-plant
Still
ka
though,
na.
you gotta wonder where the rest of them
Medyo
are.
alam ko
One
yun.
generator, but the other one out towards Dice. It's
tumamba
Dabby.
nun.
Dabby triple kill.
He thought he confirmed the kill. He'd already pulled out the knife, swiped it to the floor.
Ba't parang mas,
Lucky his teammates there to actually finish it off at the
Sandy
end.
pa sa TikTok namin nila
But we
Leo
are
at
tied up.
Jolly.
There's that
Wait,
secondary
daw.
founding
Ayun!
succession
Wait
for
lang po, ha?
Nongshim. So this is
Kaya
where
to, bro,
things do
Joshua
start
Luke.
to get interesting. You reset the economy a little bit more on Team Secret.
So
You
guys,
start to take
share
the
ng
lead,
live.
then you
Kindly
start
share
to
our live. Pag share po yun,
get a little
yun.
bit,
Oh, sayang na
yan.
dalawa ni Nizzy. Oo.
Uy!
Kita mo.
Even with the shots.
Hapdog kasi. Kabilaan eh.
He's okay.
Ngiti-ngiti ka dyan.
8-8 naman eh.
Ultimately, it is still Team Secret that needs to.
Rock.
Kulang
Guys,
baril
kindly share our
ng
live. Hi,
TS.
Sano. Hello, Sano. Guys, kindly
Nagilang
share
baril
our
ng
live.
TS.
Always feel like
Para po
Nizzy
mas madaming
with some
sumuporta
kind
sa
of sniper.
TS.
Yulay.
It's good for one.
Wala
Gets
tayong
revealed
baril,
though,
guys.
Slow
Kaya yan,
start of a round for
binabul.
Nongshim again. When they know they have an advantage.
Guys, kindly share our live.
Little
Kaya pa
trap
to,
plays,
kaya
little
to.
bait and switch plays, confirming
alam nilang
Omen
meron
and
dun
Soba
sa tree.
towards short.
Ito naman si RB, talagang Ay!
What do you look to do with that information too?
At the very least, even if it's not information, it's a really early
Online selling po ba to?
that's
Hindi po
direct
to online
sent out.
selling!
Watch party to!
You know
Pero
the
mamaya,
Omen doesn't
bebenta ko
have
na
flash
sila
on
eh.
him anymore.
Please guys,
They're
wala kayong
calling in for the
baril.
regroup towards this A site.
Pumitas na kayo.
Don't mind it, but I kind of want RB to come over here when you consider that he's your reconnaissance lad. So if he's going over towards B to try and sell a bit of a
Oh
fake,
my
well,
gulay!
Ba't lumabas?
it'd be
May
awkward, but with
gulay,
that kill,
why,
I think the
bro?
awkwardness was the spray,
nakapitas
not
na
the
sila,
how this round's going to go for
Nakain
Nongshim.
na to.
Why you check,
Oh.
bro? Why
Or
you
not,
check? You
it's
don't
still
have
the
a gun.
site now under Nongshim's control. Zesview might be close by, but there's not much that he can
30
do.
seconds
RB
left po.
could
Kung
even
kung
play
naunahan lang sa
spoiler
ano eh.
on his rotations.
Kelly S
Easy
has
boys!
just B main orb too, so
30
that
seconds
annihilation
lang
is
eh,
online
plant
for
na.
now if they feel like there's a
Ako,
way
planted
that
na
they
to.
can win this round.
Lag.
Save siguro.
Possibly. Ooh, RB does have to watch out though.
Hindi ko
He's aware.
nila to eh.
Don't want
Gagi
to
si
lose this
Arvin.
rifle.
Ay kaso,
Is he
Nice
mga
one.
pistol pala
As I
sila.
said, always good for one.
Kailangan silang
Wala,
baril.
wala.
Hands down.
Spots out another as well.
Bossing,
Francis
bossing,
Spots out
sige.
three.
jiggles and
Bossing!
holds. At this point, you would be
Meron pa!
very aware
Nandiyan na!
where the
Oh
final
my gulay, ang lakas
Dabby.
mo!
Oh, the relay
Lakas
forward.
numamba nun!
just off of Francis's info. Unexpected positions played.
Nice!
Yes, with a sudden swing. The sheriff shots are good. He does have a weapon now, but still the time ticking away. He has to back off. He has an ult.
Wala, no time na.
He wants to hold on to these.
Save mo na lang, bro.
Well, Ivy's going to fall to the spike if he doesn't win this duel.
NT,
all
NT boys,
Wins
kaya
the
Carry
yan.
lang
Dikit lang
yan.
laban,
But
NT.
two alive.
Wala lang
Baril.
baril.
That one. Some good
Wala lang
damage to
baril.
come through from Kelly S will
Naglalaro ba
keep
idolo
the
ko?
economy
Opo!
in a small amount of check.
Guys, thank you so much for sharing our live. Pa-share pa po, pa-share ng pa-share.
Not
Maraming
too bad,
salamat
but
sa pag-share.
ultimately just being able to
Galing
read the
ni
gaps
Easy.
across the
Hi!
map,
Sayang
right?
kasi
Nico.
napitas si
Kaya nga
That
eh.
flash getting sent out.
Muna niya
It's
sinilip.
telling.
Yeah. Baka gusto niyo nang kumuha
Nongshim
ng
will take the lead though,
Kaso
Quack here.
nagkamali siya ng...
Something that they've not been
Kaso
able to
nagkamali
do.
siya ng timing doon eh.
Taste of something new in towards
Thank
a
you,
big
Demi.
backed up alt
Guys,
rounds.
kindly
Early
share our
challenge
live,
over
kindly share
towards
our live.
B
Thank you so
main
much.
As well. Gravnet though, you can't find anything on
Guys,
the back of
magsa-
that
Nice!
utility, so you've
Magwe-wet
got to go
na
in with the
Ben si
weaponry.
Leo kapag
Kelly S does
nanalo
so
ang TS,
successfully. They can back out. They can
Tagal na
reset
niyan
it.
ah.
And additional
talaga,
support
Sandy.
from Nizzy will be able to
Mas nice na pitas nila
Bring
si
you
ano.
down.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much
lock
for
down
the follow.
deployment.
Pitas nila si Dambi Chamba boy.
Commitment.
From the shadows to the back of the
Okay
side.
na yan, si Dambi
Meanwhile, the
natagtag na si
barrier
RB naman ang
mesh
sunod.
will get destroyed. So you
Planting
start
na
to set
nga
yourselves
lang.
up for a bit of a
They low
post play
naman.
now. Keep an eye on Nizzy
Okay.
with
Alam
dimensional
na
drift for
sila
the
dyan.
info and Kelly S
Yup.
with the annihilation. As this pick goes out, you surely have to use these ults, and they already do.
Yeah,
Gandaan mo lang
Sinisyo.
pwesto mo, bro. Ganda mo lang pwesto mo, bro. Yan! Maganda yan, bro! Nakapasok siya kaso lang nakuha si... Oh my gulay! Ang lakas tumamba ng RB na yun.
Secret as well as
Nice! Last one!
Pushes
Last one! Yan! Nice one! Ang ganda ng ano ni Nizzy
That
doon.
Hunter's
Lupa,
Fury
hindi
has
siya
found 2
nakita.
kills, but it's the
Oh, yeah.
only
Para
kills.
daw
I saw in the
magkaroon
kill
ng
feed that there were 3
si
assists
Mother.
come through from Nongshim's side. I saw that Francis
Kabado
was
rin
one of
ng
them, so you know the
mga
decays and the
manonood natin,
toxins
no?
are in
Sino, may
there as
private
well.
account ba
But
sila
then
yun?
lo and
Yes, of
behold,
course.
Kelly S has already found somebody in the Annihilation, and there's extra kills that come through from the team.
Nawala na yung chance. Ang lakas
You think
tumamba
that
ng
that
RB
play
na
was
yun sa
looking to be
kanit ng
successful for
Dambi.
Nongshim, and you blink, you miss it.
Ating nakasalamin
Everyone's
tayo
gone.
ka nga po.
I blinked.
Hoy, magsasamgip tayo
They
ah.
have the pit, but still, I mean, taking a look
Hindi,
at how
hindi,
Team
hindi,
Secret
hindi,
made their way
hindi,
back
hindi,
in,
hindi,
the slight
ikaw ka
lineup.
RV was running back towards the site with his knife out and just not
Bibigyan na tayo
expecting
ng
someone to be
pang-samgip,
that
pwede naman.
close.
Oo, send nga kayo kahit 5K.
Tied up yet again,
5K lang guys,
9-9. This is where we
pang-samgip lang
start to
namin.
have
Palimos po.
a real back and forth affair be possible.
Minura tayo, no?
Is it going to happen though?
Okay guys,
Who
Sherwin
really
na
knows?
TS sabi ni
Team Secret.
Ivan. Shoutout sa'yo Ivan. Shoutout din sa'yo. It's your
Is
RJ.
this
Mga
time for them
kanina
to
ko
figure out what they need to do on their
Maraming
defenses?
salamat for still staying here. 5K take out to sila.
Sila naman may
Will
ult.
be Nongshim to
Na.
kick things off into the A side.
Nice one,
Danby
Invi.
ultimately stopped.
Sige!
Ako, yun lang,
Yeah, spike
nakapag-plant
plant
ka
down,
agad.
reposition from Zespew. He's
Oh
gonna
no!
pick the land.
Nice!
As
Nice
well.
timing
RV
yun
down
ah!
for the countdown. This
Ba yun,
is spicy.
Gagi? Uy,
Whoa, Ivy.
Mga galing itong mga baril
Push
nito.
all the way
ah.
up.
Down si
window.
Envy.
He's still got so much utility as well. Alarmbot, Nanos. He's very focused on the crosshair at the moment, and he's going to get sandwiched.
Nice!
Silenced.
Naku, nasa kaliwa mo lang.
Brought away. Kelly S then back into the
Naku,
fray.
hindi sana
Persia
sila.
now on for the trade. And it's Francis as
Sige.
well inside of Hell. Ultimately spotted.
Nice!
Oh, he just goes for it.
Diffuse.
Knows where the last player is as well, but can he? He does!
Abot ang dapat yung
Points.
NT.
I saw the circle.
A gold clap to come out for him. From the receiving end
Sayang.
under Hell.
Nakakainis!
That's certainly where he sent Francis,
Sayang.
but my oh my.
Sayang.
He's just
Isang yun
so
eh.
quick with it. Have a look back into these replays as well. Darby getting taken out. Zespew sticking the landing, and I mean, there's just so much backwards and
Please,
forwards
TS
in this
manalo
round.
kayo
I'm
para
gonna
sa
see the
Sage
Nizzy kill
cost.
coming
Hindi
up.
umabot,
Here we go.
pre.
Bang.
Oh!
He's so sharp with his crosshair
Hindi,
placement,
bilang
just
yan,
can't
bilang
get it
kaya
done at
lumabas
the end
na.
of the round. So while
Bilang
Nongshim
yun.
hold on, now they're in with another bye. We can't say the same for Team Secret, and they line up Persia for 3.
And a little bit more as well as Danby continues
Wala
to
silang
be a
baril.
human decoy.
That's how you're supposed to do it, Nizzy.
Wala silang berde,
There's
okay
really
lang,
not much
save
that you can
naman.
really do,
Guys,
especially with the
pa-share
gun
ng
that
live,
you
pa-share
have.
ng
I mean,
live.
tried to get
Let's
the
support
read,
TS, guys. Let's support Team Secret.
but Nongshim just
Wala.
one step
NT,
ahead.
kaya pa yan. Dalawang round pa
delivers
naman.
it.
Hindi pa tapos ang laban.
Maybe this is where we start to see
Ay,
Nongshim
yung
look
plant
to
na
close
yun.
it out if they've figured out what works on this
Lamang kami
attacking
dun
side of
eh.
theirs and what some of the weak
Pero
gaps are for
sayang,
Team Secret,
10-10
because we've
sana
not
ngayon.
really seen a lot of Wild
Guys,
Warriors
pa-share ng live, pa-share ng
utility
live.
retreat, have we? We haven't really seen too many traps be
Hindi kaya pa yan.
you know,
Go all
run
in yan.
into and finished on the back of it. He's really just been dancing around his cages and trying to find something that way.
Di pa
Maybe
tapos ang
opening the
boxing,
camera
sabi ni
here and
Nico.
there,
Tama.
but
Nice time out.
Shoutout sa'yo,
Silence
Ron
more often than not.
July?
Ang swerte
It's one of those
nun.
sentinel things,
0.1.
especially when you're all the way across the
Inis
map
sa
as
inyo.
well. And Nongshim just dancing around the graves of their
Bossing
foes.
Jesse Bosch nasan? Yes! Shoutout sa'yo,
Timeout
Boss
to come
Jesse Bosch. Ito,
through
very focused.
for Team Secret, now trailing.
You know, yeah.
Just want to say, it does look very weird to see Jesse Vash in a coaching spot.
Ganun ba? Ganun
Likewise, it was for
Ganun ba
Mind Freak as
mag-coaching?
well.
Sinabi ni boss.
Diba, sinabihan mo siya ng... Siya
But
ang...
having ex-players be in there, understanding what works for the team and the server itself,
Thank you so much,
is a very
Adrian. Buena
valuable
fed.
thing.
9-11, parang si Leo Miho lang maglaro yan, hahabol.
Timeout will subside.
Okay guys, let's
See
see
what
sino
things
mga
will look
nag-share
like
ng
now for
live
Team
natin.
Secret.
Let's
Try
shower
and
out.
hold Nongshim
VCT
back
VCT
on
stage
towards
2,
map
Mark
point.
Andrew.
Tanda ako, nakasabay ko
First
sa
challenge, isn't it?
Kinilig ako.
Balancing your economy on the back of it too, because you got a lot of light shields in the play.
Dami na-comment. Wait lang, ang dami nyo.
And
Hala!
some mind games off of this
Sunod-sunod. Wait lang guys,
toxic screen
dahan-dahan.
once more.
Huwag mong basahin, delikado.
Fave song ni Leo Miho.
So it is Nizzy
You
with a
see
slight
me
escape
rolling.
plan off towards
Manood
A.
ka na, kaya tayo
which gives us a
natatalo eh.
peek into B main.
Tanda ako,
Some
nakasabay kita sa
early
Jeep,
info
kinilig
found
ako
for
eh.
Team
Sige.
Secret.
Kano pa to, boys? Please, may baril na kayo.
Wondering if they choose to
Lakas
go far
tumambon
forward
itong
if they don't
Danby na
see
to.
anything, right? They'd eventually notice that the turret's going to be there, so there's a
Oh
killjoy
my
hanging
gosh.
around. You'd recognize that you're not
Stop
seeing anything
fine,
else
shit. Thank
there,
you so
so you
much.
anticipate it being a bit more of a default. And are you okay with that? Are you fine with letting Nongshim
Tama
just
nga,
play the
hula,
default
tama,
and you having to
kanina.
react a little bit later because it'll play with the time, it'll tick it on
Oh
down.
my gosh.
You just have to get a good
Wala na
idea of
ako
where
sa
things
pag-ibig.
might eventuate.
13-11 daw.
I'm also
So,
noting the Wild
sino
Warrior
yan?
does have the hat available.
Ay, kinukabahan ako.
Neural theft for all the information. They gotta get a kill.
Oh my god. And in Team Secret shoes, it's just so unsettling. you're forced to
Guys,
peek out for
nag-focus
info.
kami
And unfortunately, Zesby will take a couple of tags. Persia as well.
But the camera, it's playing Overlook at the moment in towards Tree, so they can feel that they don't need to evacuate the site yet. Get the assistance now. It's destroyed. Maybe now. Start to
Di alam.
And it's help gonna arrive in time. Zesby with a shot.
Nice, boys.
Spike down.
Easy,
And
spike down.
Naku,
Naku,
It's in though. Again, it's Dambi. Neural theft does alert
Nice one,
towards
Easy.
Ivy from the back.
Yeah, he was the
2v3
straggler, so
boys,
finding him
2v3
gets to
boys.
advantage, double down now.
3v1, Dambi,
Just in time.
Gets to fast
Dambi.
lane and full sprint. He has to hit some shots in this 1 versus 3. Where Nizzy has 2 blindsides, you got a Paranoia, a Grav Net.
Yeah, trying to play anti-flash because of
him.
those, but ultimately
Naku
caught in
po!
by Gravnet. Can't
Slog
keep
na!
every single shot.
Nice.
Not quite gonna happen.
Yes!
Still wall
Very good.
bangable,
Boy ang
and
laban,
that
boys.
will
Boy
be
ang laban.
Team Secret, bringing the score a little bit closer. It's 10
Woo!
to 11.
Yeah, they throw the kitchen sink in there,
Grabe
didn't they?
kayo, grabe
Throwing
kayo
all the
pa
utility
ba?
around the site to make sure that he's
Kayo
either
side
blinded or
Sabi mo lang
concussed
tayo
up, stunned
turong
up, off-put,
Hindi na
essentially. And can't really get it done. So well
Di
done
alam
to
si
Team
Jis, oh.
Secret. It's a conversion rate after their timeout. And they do hold Nongshim off from getting the
Akala ko
map
lalaki
point,
lang
more
nanonood ng
importantly.
Valorant.
Try and
Of
close
course
this one
hindi.
2-0.
Anong tingin mo sa mga babae?
O ano tingin mo kay Sandy,
As we
babae?
mentioned that,
Ako
this is
kasi
where
Valorant
Nongshim once
talaga mga
again
hibot ko.
could toss things up a little if they want to, right? It was the early B main peak with Nizzy.
Oo.
Nongshim could
Grabe.
definitely
Kanina
make
ko
a way
ba
around it.
ano? Kanina ko pa
Yeah,
kinukuha.
Manood ka na, ito na
Ito
yung
na!
intense moment.
Pinapanood ko na nga. Guys, kindly share our live. Share our live. Pakishare po ng live. Hindi nga babae si Leo!
Oh, Shibal, please, iputok mo na. Iputok mo na. Ay, nakap! Wow!
Dahan-dahan!
Kaya dun siya na, ano lagi.
Unless
Nag-ano
Waldo
siya.
Oreo can
Sayang
hold,
dapat din na
he
siya
has
Dire-diretso
teleport.
na lang.
spotting from hell time and time again, but now that
Ngayon
you
po
don't
tong
see,
live,
the
iba
question
naman
where else
obvious
he
ba?
might be in V.
Oy!
Ay, gulay.
Yeah,
Nangiulti
if
to.
he tried, but it was the slide and the jump, the hop from Dambi into the overdrive.
Naku,
And
na-stun
that
pa.
gives a lot of pressure into hell,
Oh,
tracked
no, no, no,
perfectly.
no.
No joy found for Wild Oreo.
You might even have to call it
Nip.
here because you don't have an
Sayang
economy going into
yun.
what might be the last round. If they go for this one, it's a 2 versus 4. Kelly S gets 1, he gets his ult. Maybe that's the way in. It'd have to be the way in.
I trust you, boys.
It's just these sudden slow bursts again and again, and it catches
save
Team
sila.
Secret.
They're
Save
not met
sila.
with anything, so they have to
Tama.
pull it. They've got to
Oh
go
my
for the save.
gosh.
It is the wiser
Hindi.
approach. There's a gun down in tree. They
Hindi,
can
hindi.
pick that up. So it's an
Oo.
upgrade from the Guardian. But it feels rough. It's one of those
So
kind of stomach moments, right? That gut
No,
feeling
kailangan
that just
nilang
sinks a
i-ult.
bit. You were looking so good in this map. You found both pistols. You found the rounds after.
Saving.
You were figuring out what works together as this team. And now Nongshim, they've actually figured it
Isipin mo
out.
kung dinipuse mo, no?
Playing a patience game, as well as moving a lot of chess pieces across
Hindi,
the
bilang
board.
nila yun.
Especially with the
Bilang
rounds that
nila
they found on this attacking side. Ultimately, Nongshim have
Map
the momentum
3,
to
Darren,
continue
sana
switching
naman
things up,
hindi.
while Team Secret tries to play tag.
Nag-save naman.
essentially.
Sayang,
And they
oh,
already used both their
magte-teleport
timeouts
kasi
as
siya.
well, right? So they can't even just have a discussion back with the coaches unless they get it in towards overtime.
Guys, kindly share
So it
our
really
live,
is
share our
down to
live.
team
Salamat
right now,
po.
and it's,
Thank you
you
all
know,
for sending
it's
gifts.
new
Thank you,
things
Ron,
for this Team
July,
Secret roster as
Julin.
well in this
Hindi
tier
pa
1
tapos ang laban,
environment.
sabi ni Seno. Thank you so much,
Zesbu.
Seno. Kanina ka pa ha.
IGLing a brand new
Sabi kasama mo
team
tita mo.
that he's joined, new
Nakiligit
players that
na
he's
ako
never
sa
played
biglang
with.
nugget edits. Naglag kasi server ng TS.
Well, they've had some time to work off of it, but now hopefully it's enough for them to push this into OT. Nongshim not letting it happen though. Hunter Shrew gives them space. They break the walls.
Wala.
They can reset here though,
Walang baril
right?
si Ori.
Nongshim don't need to just charge straight on in. Off yonder, Ivy drawing some attention over towards B main. There's a gap in the map as well. If they did manage to double in, they could find him here. Very heads up on the alarm bot. Now he knows that the pressure is on.
And that could be an audible to the team as
Idol
well.
ko yan
You
yung katabi
know
mo,
that they're
Sandy.
beginning to
Idol
peek
ko.
forward. They don't quite have the guns.
Siyempre, ako ang coach eh.
This is the
Oh,
scenario though for Team
talaga.
Secret, right? Where they are.
Guys, kindly share our live.
But they managed to win the first one,
Kinakamay
right?
kami, grabe.
It's
Yeah.
not like it's an elimination factor or anything.
Also,
Dambi
situations
dyan ka na lang!
don't have
Huwag
much
ka nang-
utility left in
Tigas
the
pa kayo,
round.
boys.
All of it was baited out
Carry nyo yan,
earlier
carry nyo
on.
yan.
As long as you can hold down B main though, but it's not happening. Nongshim,
Thank you so much, Leg, for sharing
door.
our live.
Francis, on towards the back as well. Lurk presence. Now RP, a secondary lurk.
Guys,
What can Zespu do here on 45 HP? Ivy is even looking in the right spot when they smoked the turrets.
Checked. Just Nizzy now. 5 HP. Sniped out from the back. Nongshim. They take that to 13 to 10. It was a 6-6 at first, but down onto this attacking side, they show off all shades of red.
That means we do need the third and final map of this series to decide who is going to be the victor for the opening day of Stage 2 for VCT Pacific 2025. Lotus will be that map. These teams have a little bit of a reprieve now to have some discussions on what that might feel like right now, because I feel like they do have a lot to discuss from what we've seen.
Certainly a lot. And from map 1 to map 2, you're seeing both teams coming off with two different, very vastly different looks, right? One slightly aggressive at times, but then all of a sudden you got this double sentinel composition. Meanwhile, for Nongshim, just the way that they've been operating all across Komodo.
Yeah, that was definitely a bit of learning throughout that map as well. Team adjusting a little bit towards RB's calling, you would expect to, but it's good to see that Darby was kind of just working the tree around the map, the whole team as well, hitting some stellar shots. Everybody in the server was kind of hitting some really neat shots, some really neat power plays when you do look back at it as a whole. Just collectively as a team, thought the first half Team Secret were looking a lot better than Nongshim were, and then we flip it on over, and Nongshim was looking a lot better, right? So attacking side for the
guys, kindly share our live,
It's the attacking side that really makes you scratch your head at times. But you know what? Our desk isn't scratching their heads. They're gonna break all this down for you.
Guys, magkakaroon pa tayo ng map 3. Kasi first round,
how do you know? You don't know. I was probably scratching my
head. Kaya to boys.
There are so many rounds where it's like, okay, it's going one way and suddenly a few seconds later it's going another way. So many rounds on both sides.
I was just scratching my head watching Francis play that map.
Yan, sabi ni Jay Ortega, nice try, Team Secret.
Hindi na map 3. Every round on defense. Try walking up A main every round on attack. Like, respect, honestly. You also have to scratch your head a little bit at the fact that Team Secret, pretty good attacking side, they go into the defensive side with the double senti comp and they can't close this series out against a team that doesn't play this map.
Yeah, I mean, it looked tough, especially after that side swap. I
really
thought
boys,
Team Secret would have this. You know, we
just
spoke
share the live,
guys,
and hashtag Team Secret.
Categorically, they have not liked it.
Look at their comp, they're trying to like triangle in the bloody square hole.
Sabi ni crowd control
Honestly, I quite liked it. I thought they had some good ideas. It's very unique. It's very Nongshim. But they managed to pull it off, especially with some good individual performances to back it up. Really solid across the board, all the way there for Nongshim, which is crucial to win a map like this. Everybody has to be switched on, especially when you're trying to catch your opponents off guard like Nongshim were.
Yeah, I feel like also Ivy had a lot of great performances on Nongshim and popped up a lot more than he did on the first map. And on the side of Team Secret, there were just so many questionable rounds that they threw away, and just some unlucky positions, unlucky rounds, and just unlucky rotations as well.
Yeah, I think they would, spending a lot of the game, I think, trying to work out what Nongshim was doing. Like, the aura of Francis was very real, like, just putting the wall
Were they confusing each other? Is that
guys, can you share our live? Thank you so much.
Sometimes you get lost in the source, just trying to adapt to a team that's doing something weird or something that you're not used to, and then you stop kind of playing your game a little bit. So I think that was definitely an element of that for Team Secret. I'm also looking at Wild Oreo flexing across all of these different roles, and it's not just Wild Oreo, actually all of Team Secret, and I'm wondering, like, on an individual basis, at what point does someone have a for a map, and that might cost you. And I think at the end of the day, if you look at someone going sub 100 ACS on a Cypher when you can't get any defense rounds, you have to question that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think adapting to really anything in Valorant that you've never seen before is really hard. In general, you need to have understood it. You'll try to understand what's going on. But I can promise you, not many people play that combat scripts. Team Secret won't have seen this before. So all of a sudden, you're trying to find answers in that mid-round. You're having to take time out to try and fix problems that you've never had to fix before. So, you know, we call these kind of the cheese comps, the one and dones in a way, but I do think it helps you steal
Yan,
a map
favorite
away.
ka.
And, you know, Nongshim are good at being off meta. They really excel there. So, fair play, they made it work.
I mean, in the past, that's what Nongshim has done. They've done a lot of actual throwaway comps on this map. Going back to Essential last year because they just don't usually like to play it. So,
Yeah, I think that Nongshim, you know, this isn't exactly what they planned 100% on Ascent, right? Because we did see Team Secret have a little bit of that momentum early on. But it actually paid off in the long run when they managed to get a feel of how this was and how it was playing against Team Secret, which is also very new for them because they have that new energy and new IGL and new strats coming in, new rotations coming in too. It's, you know, Nongshim finally seeing how this whole piece works for them, especially with RB coming in. And that's new flavor too for Nongshim, right? You have a new IGL, you have new comps, and you have new ideas coming into a core that was just so stable coming from Ascension.
Yeah, for sure. I think, look, RB has definitely fulfilled his task at the moment. I mean, there were a lot of things to like about Nongshim. The defense comp as well, I like the way they used the library, had a wall across A main and middle, and then a one-way in big main, and it was really there's so much control of the map, and Ascent is a very choke pointy map. It's why you've seen Astra be useful for the same reason. You can lock down a lot of those choke points, but this is what it's like to choose 5-gun, or in this case play against Nongshim. You've got Dambi sliding at you with a shotgun in B main, and then you just get randomly spammed through the short smoke by RB. And, you know, Dambi just has an aura. Yeah, I hate everything about this.
I mean, this is classic Nongshim, man. This is why everyone hates playing against them. Dambi is suddenly in B main with the Judge running at you, and it's just this is what made them so good in that Ascension run last year. Is just how different they were, how unpredictable they were, how cheesy they were with these little things, and that's really what made them so unique, so fun to watch. So it was a joy for me to find them, be able to recapture that on this map. But as much as it was a joy, I was also frustrated for Team Secret. It is not fun to play against a team like Gun, and that's deliberately. You know, they don't want to be fun to play. They want you to think, oh no, it's Nongshim that we have to play this.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was running through Team Secret's head as well. Because they knew they had to deal with the likes of Dambi, they had to deal with the likes of RB making his comeback here on the Pacific stage, and you know, nobody's going to underestimate, of course, one of the OGs of Valorant, right? But Team Secret, I do think they just lost a little bit of that momentum in the later half, obviously, but there were a lot of good plays, I feel, from the players.
Ang hina ng... mahina ba? Kanina kasi ang lakas! Marami nagagalit!
Nizzy, I actually did like Nizzy's performance on this one.
What's up, Ras de la Cruz?
I much prefer the Yoru to the Neon. To be honest, actually, both of the comps, I would have preferred Neon over Yoru over Neon, even on Sunset with the Viper comp. I would have preferred the Yoru there, although the Neon's totally fine. But particularly here on Ascent, I think Yoru melds a lot better into these Viper comps with how much you can flash through the wall and how disruptive it can be. I think it just does that duelist role a lot better than what the Neon can offer, particularly on Ascent.
Guardian, bro. Gusto ko rin, Guardian.
Yoru worked very well in that comp because you've seen it be slotted into that comp in the past.
I mean, the flip side of that is conflict. You know, Nongshim swapped back to this Neon last stage because they want Dambi to thrive, they want him to be comfortable. So I don't mind them sticking with it. Sometimes being sub-optimal compared to the meta can make your team that little bit more efficient. So I'm happy for them to do that. But we do have this Lotus coming up, and we don't know what to expect here. Was Teo meta last time we saw Team Secret, and I think that's going to change.
I mean, it was a completely different team last
Parang
time we
ngayon,
saw
outlaw
Team
na
Secret. You could throw
coach.
Team Secret's data out the window. For Nongshim, this has been a map that they've been comfortable on in the past. The only thing I don't want to see is Ivy on ISO. I want to burn that and never see that again. And I don't think they're going to go towards it. I really wouldn't be surprised to see, once again, Neon in the hands of Dambi. But again, I'm questioning the RB Francis kind of role swap and how that's going to settle into the team here and who's going to be playing Senti, because you are seeing Francis pick up the Viper 2 maps in a row instead of playing the Enid, and RB very consistently be on the Enid. So I want to see if they are going to play a double controller Viper comp, or whether they are going to have a Senti in the comp and have Ivy playing that Senti. Francis maybe on the Viper I could see, and then the solo Enid like the Fade on RB could definitely work.
Honestly, after watching Francis play Viper on that last map, I kind of he's just going to go. He was so so fun to watch because you can tell he's been released from this IPL. He doesn't have to think across the map anymore. He takes his time and he pushes. He exemplifies what Nongshim is really about now.
I'm on my own adventure now.
Baka kasi yung mentalidad ko sa pagko-coach, iba yung strat ko sa
yan. But it's part of that role swap that becomes, a big adjustment for Nongshim,
yung
right?
smoke nyo, dapat dyan ka mag-smoke. Ako,
quite
freestyle
different
smoke.
going into Lotus because I feel like they're probably going to push for this kind of lineup once again. But hey, who knows? Double for both RB and Francis, it could be. And coming on the side of Team Secret, we saw the role swaps coming in for them entirely, right? What is it going to look like this time around? Does the duelist go back to Desmond?
Lakas naman talaga ni Idol eh. Pero ngayon kasi may titimplayin lang tayo. Sana maglaro si Idol.
Oh my god!
Okay, we'll talk about Secret in a sec. Look, I mean, looking at Nongshim's comp, they're running the deadlock here. And it's just what they've been rolling with today. Like, it feels like they're just trying to fit their style, their comps to different maps. I mean, this is something we have seen on this map in the past, but Sober as the solo in it could be troublesome.
Sa akin kasi hybrid. Sa akin lang makakita.
One-dimensional sometimes.
Yeah, we tend to see
Watching
Fade
from
there on the
Japan,
solo
si
role, so
Kelpon
we'll be interested
Tanilla.
across on the side of Team Secret. The roles are going crazy. We've got Kelly on the Raze, Zesty staying around, which now Lizzie is on the Viper. They are cooking something here. The Kelly and Raze not really what we would have expected heading into this game, but I'm excited and I can't wait.
Oh my god.
I think this is a perfect example of these players who have been more flexible in Tier 2, being able to pick up Team Secret.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was expecting. All of these players can flex, and we have Kelias on the Raze, a classic from the VCT scene. We're gonna see if Nongshim is prepared from that, or if they have their own agenda with their own role swaps over to the casters, Quack and Komodo.
Please, you can do it, boys.
Thank you very much, Mika. Yeah, it's a lot of flexibility, a lot of role swaps again. Team Secret now, yep, it might be a Filipino classic with Kalias back on the Raze, but we'll see how it shakes up on a map that Nongshim are rather familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, unlike Sunset and Ascent, where Nongshim kind of try to avoid it like the plague, they go to a map that they should be more known on when it comes to the normal 4 ages for them, right? The normal 4 players, where RB onto the Sova, you would expect that to be Comfort over the Fade instead, but I flip it to Kelly going on his most played age ever on Raze. It's been a little bit between drinks for him on that one, so I'm keen to see what he's going to be able to do. And for Nizzy in the sort of stale spots of this first round here, his second ever Viper. So we'll still see.
You know. Maganda na panoorin na wala yung isa, di ba? Mas maganda panoorin pag ako lang.
Staying online right now as the lurk alongside that toxic screen. Door being popped as well.
Toxins going up.
Wait and see if he can spot anything just hanging around rubble at the moment. You know it's just going to be one of these big old bait plays. Persia at the ready with the paranoia. Darby can relay bolt to get out of dodge. Can not fast lane, but he can still sprint away. Meanwhile, there's a lot of bullets being wasted in towards this barrier mesh. My word. Ivy's getting some great value out of that one. In a pistol round where you don't have a lot of ammunition. But look at the timing, that is woeful for RB. They can shift in towards this big side, he might have been none the wiser, but it's the popping of the util, and it's Darby.
Just quick for a little peek, and he finds those 2 headshots necessary to take the round, and now Team Secret stuck inside of B, up towards that smoke. Ivy dives in as well, and it's the Gravnet that catches Envy, and it will be Nongshim's first pistol today.
First pistol, they've done it Quack. And they've actually done it quite
Quite
convincingly, haven't they? As soon as I thought Team Secret were just going to be walking in towards the site, somebody makes noise, a Sonic Sensor grabs them, Darby then relay bolts them, so they're extra stunned again for extra time. And it's a flawless round to come through for Nongshim at the end for the pistol.
Positions, making sure
Maniwala kayo sa akin,
cognizant of all the
PS2.
gaps that they might have left behind. As soon as RB rotates over, Dambi arrives up towards Link. That's exactly what Nongshim needed. I've got the guns up.
Boys.
I wonder if we're in a
kalma lang.
stage for Nongshim now.
First round pa lang naman.
That we're just gonna have Francis being Viper always.
Ayun, blinded si Dambi.
Possibly.
Ayan.
Yay!
Still,
Nice one, boy.
Elias this time, however, as the Rays will be able to deliver that right click.
Yeah, because if they're playing him on Sunset, on
Legend,
Ascent,
madalas
on Lotus,
nag-i-aim.
you would expect maybe on Icebox as
Pero
well.
hirap ako dyan.
Maybe on Corrode if they bring that out. Like, there's a lot of Viper option when it comes to the current map pool.
Guys, kindly share our live, share our live.
But they made it work.
Share the live,
so-
boys. Support Team Secret. Support us. Support
Hit
Sandy
daw ng
and
side
Leo
bangs
Mio.
mo.
And with that Guardian picked up now, Team Secret back
Kaso tawag
paddling
sa'yo, te.
across.
Yeah, just slow and steady at the moment. As Team Secret do have the
Shout
player
out to
advantage,
Draco,
right?
number
See
2
what they can
viewer
kind
na
of
natin
set
siya
up to
for
kill yes.
today.
Shout
Bare
out
bones in
Draco.
structure though. When you consider that there's a season or haunt
Kalma
for
lang, boys.
Envy, pretty much it.
Trying to create more pressure.
Hindi talaga
While
nawawala
the
yung
rest of the
Viper
team-
sa ano. Hindi nawawala yung Viper sa Nongshim.
Moves up into A. Still got 2 players from
Meron din
Nongshim up
palang
around
si
this
Easy
corner.
Viper natin.
Yeah, but up at C, they're
Nice
very
try.
deep and they spot that no one's there, so you need to get a little bit occupied on what's going to happen around the side itself. Envy traded.
Nice one,
RB
nice one.
goes.
Shout out
This is
guys,
gonna
kindly
be a
share our
tricky-
live.
Also decayed up
Planting
by
na
that
guys
toxic
ang
screen as
PS.
well, but
Si Zes.
still able to make it work
Planted!
through the tree.
4v2 na
Now
lang, boys.
planted
Kahit
for
kalma nyo
the
na lang,
tree.
nakapag-plant naman na tayo, boys.
Nongshim
Ang problema yan, kayang-kaya na yan.
scrambling.
Taas.
Still though, yeah.
Sila dun sa loob.
Guys, kindly share our
Nasa door
live.
sila lahat.
4 players all bunched up together.
Mahirap yan
Imagine
kapag
just
biglang
the
pinasok
zoom
silang
in
dalawa.
of the Bulldog. A single
Yan ang dalawa
burst
pala
fire, 3 bullets
Isang
all
tumbling
through
lang.
everyone.
Ayan ako.
Okay, they're beginning to disperse now the smokes as well. Looking for the C's, looking for the lineups. Guardian in hand.
They're going to have to go for the fight.
Delikado yung ginagawa nila na yan, ha?
Nongshim
No.
has to push
Yan, no.
up, and that's where it gets dangerous and
Naku!
dicey, but still the shots line up for Francis!
I mean, the Bulldog still gets the lineup, as I said, as I foreshadowed, just in a little bit of a different way. The defuse comes through with enough time. You're not worried. You wipe the sweat off your brow, folks. More importantly, that could have been a bad round for Nongshim had they lost that one to the
Coach ako.
The nil investment.
Definitely came dicey. But Francis ultimately brings it back to normalcy.
Ganyan talaga yan.
Slight smiles for himself for that one. But we look to the next round with
Oh my
Team Secret
God!
being
Ay,
able to
hindi
tie
bro,
up
sabi ko
now.
sa'yo, delikado yung ginagawa nila na yun.
Eh, bakit? Paano mo nasabi ko?
Oo,
early rubble
mga
control.
pro
Could
yan eh,
definitely
mag-stack
be
ka dun.
a wild fight.
Di ba? Sabi ko sa'yo
Played
eh.
out the utility early. They weren't able to beat it.
Poison Cloud though.
Gosh!
Oh, reveal on an RB. I know someone else was there too, Darby.
Di nga nakanapkin si Leo!
And it's down to who takes control of the situation. Spotted the Poison Cloud out from Nizzy from before and wanted to play around it, so
Dapat di nila ginawa
trying
yun,
to mask
sabi
his
ko sa
position.
inyo eh.
And Persia's still
Boy,
in the
sabi
corner
ko
as
sa inyo,
well. Team
delikado
Secret
ginawa
trying
nila
to
na
dig
yun,
him
oh.
out of that one.
Yeah, but the problem
Sige
is that
po,
they can't, so it's
makikinig kami
Francis
sa'yo.
to push on up, and as they start to clear the corners here, that is a
Nice one,
shot that
well,
would
Dario.
have been amazing
Francis
to
is
find.
down, guys.
It's damage for sure to bring us into equilibrium, 4-4, but the rotation's already starting to come over
Guys,
from
kindly share our
Nongshim.
live, share our
Smoke
live. Thank
can
you
be
so much.
disrespected here, but can you disrespect the sensor and the grab net that is trapping all of you?
Every single one
Nice.
trapped onto this.
Nice.
Ivy though, not quite able to connect on towards the next one, but it's RB now coming through. Dambi as well with the strong lever. He pops the overdrive as well for good measure. Tries to slide back in. and it just
Boy!
flies Izzy out into the open where Persia
Hanip
gets the
yung
shot.
plant na yun.
Yeah, I guess you understand that he
Sila
wants to
dun sa
pop that
door.
one up, buy some time, can zap him down very rapidly, but it
Why?
just buys enough time for Persia to
Why?
get towards it as well. Didn't necessarily maybe need to pop the
Bro,
overdrive.
they stuck in the door, bro.
Maybe not, but if he's feeling enough pressure
You get it,
and he
Papa.
wants to,
Early game,
I
early
think
game.
it's okay. Because you want to know why? It's the third
Ganda ni
round that he got his
baby.
ultimate, man. Like, if he's going to continue to just go around, deliver some multi-frags
Yeah,
here and there,
Malis, binabasa
he's going to
ni
get another
Malis.
one. And if we're
Hindi
seeing
boys,
Dambi
buhay ang
back
spirit.
towards this
Iangat nyo ang
normal
bandila
form I
natin.
kinda
Team
think that
Secret
it is,
can do it, okay?
then
3-0,
Nongshim are gonna
malayo
be
sa bituka.
powerhouse here.
Grabe talaga Guardian, lalo na kamay tuto ka.
Now
Totoo
getting
yan,
for
totoo yan.
the switch ups.
One kick lang
Full
sa'yo.
push and straight into Francis again. Persia for added support too.
Dami yung napitas
This
doon.
is a sheriff shot.
Round might
What
be done.
happened?
Huwag kayo
Yeah,
magdikit,
everyone
boys.
from Nongshim all
Lagi
pushing out of their
nangyayari
hidey
kay
holes now. They're beginning
Francis
to
yun.
hunt down Team Secret, who are all
Nice
stuck
one, Leo.
around the C lobby area. There it is. Double kill from RB.
Kaya pa yan, NT boys. Parang
teams get a lot of early stability in the
Hindi,
maps.
ay, oo,
Talon
bida
off
nga
to the
pala
races
sila.
in their maps earlier today.
Hindi nasira
Seen some
yung
good
ano
starts
dun.
here for Team
Sa
Secret.
plant,
Now it's
napag-plant
really
na sila.
flipped on
Ba't
over, isn't it?
sa
Nongshim
door?
4 rounds to start off this final map for the series for the night. And we start to see now maybe
Kanino
what
pa
Team
nangyayari
Secret
yun?
do
Like yung
have
nagdidigat
with
na
another
yun.
new
Then
look
madodouble
for
kill, triple
changing
kill.
agents
Dual pick
for the
pero
squad
wag sana kayo
in the
nagdidikit-dikit.
first
sabi niyo
fresh
ulit.
installation
True. Burning
of this
Eyes.
roster.
Hi, Burning Eyes. Guys,
Burning
kindly
Eyes.
share our live. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Well, confidence from Nongshim now,
God.
especially with the duels going their way so far. The recon and the push out from
Go
Dambi, but
TS. Kaya pa yan.
collapse onto
Oo,
Francis
carry
then.
pa to.
Team Secret continuing to hold
Nice.
the bait setup.
Yeah,
Nice
that
one.
was really
Zest
ambitious
and
from
si
Nongshim
Kelly.
there. Want to try and catch them off guard.
Sige.
Doesn't really work. Yeah, that is a
Nice one.
brilliant shot to
Sapa.
come through from Kelly S, because that'll be the
Sapa.
round. No
Si
way
Ivy
you
na lang.
assume that Ivy
Easy
can get
Ivy.
back in towards this one.
Finding that.
So Ivy off to save. Got 40 seconds to set things up for the upcoming round. Envy's one away.
Bigay nyo na!
Nice plant, nice
Kaya
plant.
magsasave. Magsasave.
If they do start to hunt
Yan na, nagsasave
Ivy,
siya.
they would give him the ultimate as well.
Hanip kasi
So
nasira
Team
talaga
Secret
dun
should
guys.
be
Pero
aware.
ayan, pagka
Ay,
nanali
ay,
round na to.
necessarily need to.
Pag nanali round na to.
Don't give their opponents
boy,
another
yan.
option in the next round where they
Momentum
know that
na
they've
yan.
been swimming in
Parang
cash.
imposible kasing mataas sila dun.
I think Ivy's also now
Speechless,
recognizing the fact
Kuya,
that
parang-
any extra damage here is going to play with the economy of Team Secret, and he would be
Grabe.
close to his own ultimate. So
Imposible.
the
Thank you so much,
incentive is to
Matthew
try and go
O.
a little
Cortez,
bit
for
looking,
sharing our live. Ang cute naman ng kasama mo, ate. Yes,
see what
cute
he's going to
talaga siya.
potentially be able to find at
Hi
the
kay
tail end of this one, but you would
GS,
assume
thank
as
you
Team
for so
Secret's
much for
side right
sharing
now,
our
fact that they
live.
know that it's just going to be
Tahimik
this little
tuloy.
safe
True,
territory, they're picking him out.
Nakita nyo naman sa mukha
They know where
namin,
he
di
is.
ba?
Hindi na nga
Imposible
kami
kasi
nakaimik
yun.
eh.
Ivy at least.
Hindi na nga kami
Then to
nakaimik
watch
eh.
out
Baga
for
imposible na sila
Blink,
matalo dun.
Killer.
Kahit
Ganun
actually
yung
yung mga nasa
That's all done
on-site.
right now. No one's going to be
Nakasigaw
chasing
sila
him.
ng sobrang
So
live.
Team Secret, they do
Ibalik
get on
ang
the board here.
momentum TS.
Yes.
Iba yan na,
I
balik
think they're going to be
na,
able to
balik
start to
na.
put one foot in front of the other
Ito
on
na
this
yan.
map.
One at a time,
Otherwise,
one at a
Nongshim,
time,
they'll
one at a
recognize that their
time.
aggressions were met
Oo
with
nga,
their
si Joshua
demise.
Garcia nga to. Masyado na siyang nako-compliment.
Play not together through C and through B.
Lang to check.
Pag pinupuri ako, ayaw mo. Pag inaasar ako, tong tuwa ka.
Stay ahead.
Lobat na ako, coach. Patayin ko na to, coach.
Still though, then as the next round comes up, you know, what's the play going to be? We've seen Nongshim beginning to push out now, but certainly not this time.
Aray ko,
Dambi has
inaway
the
pa.
up.
Hi kay
That makes me
Robert.
do wonder if
Hindi nga
Francis is just
tambay
going to
tahan
hang
eh.
around the C site when they're able to get him on the line
lang
as
ka
well,
dumala,
or if they're going to start to
Hindi.
have to
Focus
rotate
kayo,
over.
boys! Bring back the
They're
momentum!
already building up towards this A site. You can see a little bit of the position that Zespu's actually found, but no, removed. And with
Yari!
falling as well quick, this is just champ for Team Secret.
Trying to pick up the pieces now. Everyone
Hindi
up
mo
by
nangyari
tree.
sa'yo pag natatalo.
It's clear, crystal clear information for Nongshim at this point.
Yep. Drone is just going to confirm that they're still here.
Joshua Garcia ginamatay niya ang boss.
Hello. Elias trying to hop on over, trying to find
Okay.
whatever piece he can.
Nice!
Nice! Showstopper!
Nice!
Double kill! Nick!
Nice!
From Melee!
Sinampi na yan!
Dasalam!
Oh! Why?
no?
I thought it was good night. I thought Team Secret were done. When the
Wala daw
drone
sa TikTok
confirmed that
gumagalaw
two were still in the
sa
tree,
PS.
somehow they managed to find those frags, and now Darby with an operator in a 1 versus 3.
Dambi, tama na.
I'd even have to save. Gotta get up close to it at least. If
Huwag ka
you
nang
can find a
sisilip,
pick,
alam
then
nyo
maybe go
naka-OP
for
yun.
more. But at the end of the day,
Parehas po ba kayo may boyfriend?
I mean, let's just bring it back to how that
Nangyaan
went from,
naman, bro.
was it 5v3?
Okay, thank you so much for sharing.
Kawawa
our
sa'yo.
live.
Nakapisa po, sabi ko
Oh,
sa
he
inyo,
did
huwag
spot
na kayo
out
mag-pick.
Kelly S.
Trying to get out.
Bounce na mga
Does
nakshi ko!
successfully. But yeah,
Para yun si Dambi para wala ng OP yan!
he's aware.
Napatay niya pa si Kelly.
Whilst Darby is aware,
Kelly.
that's still not a converting
Ito
round
na yung
for
momentum, kaso
Nongshim.
ang dapat
Three
pag
versus
ganun
five that
save
they're
na eh.
best,
Huwag
so
na
just
ano
get into the
naka-OP.
tree, find a couple of shots together after being droned out as well. I mean, I thought it was looking really good for Nongshim.
Amo yun,
And
akala
I
ko
don't even think
talo.
that they really faltered
Yup.
too much.
Ano yung ginawa ni
A
Kelly?
little bit of a wrong look position for RB for sure, and then Ivy caught out in the stairs. So yeah, maybe you start to see a little bit of bad locations for Nongshim, but you also have to
napitas
recognize
pa.
the Team Secret had
Iba talaga
to
tong Dambi
hit
na
the
to.
shots in
Kapag
those
si
sticky
Kelly-
situations.
Ultimately,
Cute
that's
ng
what Elias
naka-glass
did.
talaga. Shin.
Back onto his signature raise. This time
Nice one,
now,
Envy.
Envy off
Patay na
towards
Dambi.
the pack of C.
Francis, saka na lang si RB na lang, bro.
Unfortunate for Dambi, but now the rest of the team will have to come back in to fill up that space. You got Sonic Sensor.
Shout out, guys!
Si, Prissy.
For the B
Plant
side.
na sa C!
Doesn't spot anyone
Plant na sa C!
either, so
Nice, then
it's no one
position
home
na
to
lang.
avoid
Huwag nyo
sight.
nagagawin yung kanina, ya.
Now for
Huwag
Nongshim.
nang iisa lang sa isang lugar.
Nice one, Oreo!
5. I don't know if you're going to be able to do to Team Secret what they
You know.
just did to you.
Yun na.
At least RV trying to start something with the Hunter Spirit, but nothing found.
Momentum lang.
At this point, you might
Inyo na to,
want to
inyo na to.
cut your
Hi,
losses.
Plywood!
Oh,
Thank you, Ron Juline, for sending gifts.
I think you might be right. Time is just taken way too far. Smoke's no longer
Momentum na to,
refreshable. The
boys.
time is just
Momentum
taken
na to.
away from the
Nakapag-plant na
spike
kayo.
and the Hunter's Fury.
Mas madadalian sila kapag sila na yung magde-defend.
Nice!
Nice one,
he's
Nizi.
continuing to push up.
Easy is
That's where
very
he's gonna
mad
find
right
more
now.
for his troubles.
Hindi kanila na.
Chino pa mo, thank you
Nice
so much
one.
for sharing our live.
Hindi,
Yes,
best
not
pick kasi ni
wanting to
Gelian.
let Nongshim
Alis.
build up any economy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's quite the damaging round actually when you consider the save call for Nongshim.
Naisipin mo, 4-4 lang yung score.
They're only coming away with Francis with 1.
Kung hindi talagang
Bit of a rough one
nagstay
for
doon.
the defenders
Hindi
here.
nga
Whilst they do
nire-regla
have a
to.
couple of ultimates to play with, they don't
Nagalit
have the
na
money
ako sa
to be
inyo.
able to
Pwede
really
rin.
invest. So it's a big decision that they've got right now in this 4 versus
Guys,
3
kindly share our
scenario.
live.
Guys, yung momentum, boys. Balik
And
nyo
risk
lang din yung
the big
tutok. Huwag na kayo
reset, play on
kabahan.
the back of the loss bonus then.
Need momentum. Ayan na nga
Or
eh.
do we
Oy,
go for a
saya
little
ni
bit of a
Coach!
half-buy and just
May dati sa si
recognizing
Coach, oh.
that we are at a lesser scenario?
J. Ortega, manifest guys.
Be a bit
Dasal
more
kayo.
ladder.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeter.
5%
Kaya ng pusong
annihilation
Pinoy
if they
to.
find themselves in a way that they can potentially win this round, but
Shoutout
now
daw
it's
si
starting to get
Flapjack ko.
just a little bit
Ayun,
stale
oh.
for Nongshim's side on this defensive
Shout
side.
out kay Flapjack. Shout out sa'yo.
Maybe at least those
Ay, gulit ko si
trying
Dombi,
to
oh.
Wait lang.
get up close to that
Matikas nila
overdrive.
yun, matikan nila round eh.
Sisi sila eh. Oh.
But what do you do here?
Neon,
Now,
man.
when you've
Tatlong
scared them
game
away from
Neon.
A rubble, do you still hang
Hanip
around?
na yun.
Si
Or do you
Dombi.
leave? You see this utility starting to come to the seaside. It's only Francis here. As Next Spike's not going to scare them away. What will? A kill? And seeing the extra utility, you hear the annihilation. It's popped real early from
Puso
Ivy.
lang, puso. Go TS.
Just a deterrent.
Hindi, kita niya yan. Kita niya yung maganda position niya.
Well done by Francis being able to track the flight path of Kelly S.
Ang hirap dito, ang hirap
Now it's
mag-game.
Team Secret to kind of try to look for a reset
Umiikot
onto
na
the
sila.
round.
Nasa
And it's the
bilat.
mid-rounding
Deadlock lang
decisioning that
nandyan.
now we have to
Basagin
see
yun
come
na.
out and be potent for
Basagin
Team
yun
Secret,
na,
right?
pwede yun,
What
no?
does the mid-rounding
Hindi,
look
ikot
like from
sila.
Zespu?
Magbibisi siguro.
Does Kelly S have
Ang hirap
any
mag-ikot
ideas to
nga
throw
eh.
in?
Madali
Madaling
din sila
malitik yun.
makakapasok eh. Pinakamadaling na dito.
Extra
Might
pistol lang.
alert
Hindi
them as
pwedeng
to
manalo
where
dito
the
sa round na
Nongshim
to.
players
Para wala
might
sanang
be
baril
positioned.
eh.
Prowler off towards Rock as well.
I think it found
Ang
Persia.
stressing,
They
blind
confirm it
pa,
and draw out the
blind.
paranoia.
Di, okay lang.
Cheats a bit of a
Okay
rotation
pa
towards the
naman.
B site right now.
Kasi-
Darby's ready for this one, isn't he?
Naku,
Oh,
napitas ni
nice shot.
Dami. Wait lang! Wait lang!
Most of it.
Talaga to.
So you got C covered as well, so Nongshim not
Nice
too
one,
worried, but
Easy!
Nizzy just
Patay ito.
dives in with the shorty. 10 seconds to go, and Zespu looks to get the spike planted, but Nongshim have arrived.
Nice, nice,
Three
nice.
of them
Plantasyon.
all
Back,
holding
back,
the
back, back,
exact
back.
spot.
Hindi, 1v
Tabby
yan
gets the
yan,
kill, and it's just Zespu left.
45 HP
Jesus na
though.
lang.
Don't fancy his
Ay,
chances.
Much left. Well, goes in for a couple more shots.
Ay! Kaya
Na ko lang ah. Thank you so much sa
Dalawa lang,
pag-share ng live.
dalawa lang.
Happy to extend this gap.
So they
Dalawa
don't
lang,
go in for the
dalawa
full investment that I was talking about. They don't go in for the nil investment and, you know, have that for the other round.
Yeah.
They do it in the middle and it works out a treat.
Next try,
Half
boy.
by
Sabi ni
still
Jay
able
Ortega.
to round up into a win
Nakakita
just
sino
through
mas maganda.
sheer
Uy,
positioning and how they
mas
work
maganda
their
ako
way
sa
around the
kanya.
map.
Kahit
It's
maganda
also
sila
the
yun,
good
mas
scare
maganda pa rin
tactics
ako.
as well and the good utility that they're happy to
Okay lang, boys.
sacrifice
Okay lang,
in
boys.
those
Dalawang
moments
round
as
ka
well.
nga
You
bulin.
got to think an
Malabong
annihilation. Be a great
malayo sa
ultimate to
bituka
catch
nga.
someone and get that kill, but also it'll really scare them away. And that's exactly what's happened, right? Team Secret have to then waste out the time. They've wasted their
Kinakabahan
utility.
ako,
They've lost the control of
Hanip
space
kasi
that they were
Dambi to
attempting
eh.
to gather.
Hi, 4! True.
It's just a little bit of good
Ayos,
domain
dami ng
control from Nongshim over at that seaside.
Dumi.
But the new round now has a significant amount of reveals. Look at that, through rubble and through the main choke.
Ultimately for then Nongshim to try to once again stay a step ahead of Team Secret. While
Naku,
presence noted
Kelly!
all throughout this
Ay,
rubble
Kita
area as
yun.
well.
Nice din, no?
Okay nila.
Slight dinks.
He's just lucky that that was a Phantom that hit him in the head. Still alive in the round to try and
Hindi nga ako
be of
nakasalamin!
service to Nongshim.
They can go
You got 4 players towards this A side at the moment.
A, bro. They can push A.
Then you also look to Team Secret and how they're gonna make the mid-round decisions. You've got some space here.
Nagpo-focus na tayo sa laro, di na tayo nang entertain.
They have their scanning utility back in play as well. Horns available, Prowler for Envy still eventually start to make his way over towards Rubble. And that's what Team Secret are going to have to wait for, see if there's any overextension from the Nongshim lads, and if there's not, well, they're going to have to take things into their own hands. Paint shells out, could finish off Darby. Boom! Ricochet the wrong way though.
Darby does get out.
Naku po! Nice! Yun yung sinasabi ko. Pagka magkakadikit sila.
Continues to chase.
Izzy has to go for the plant. He might have to Viper's Pit here as well.
Sobrang delikado nun eh.
Yan!
For it at least, you gotta get the right timing off of that. Nice! From the back now, but Izzy's down in the dirt.
Dito
And
pa.
then where Wild Warrior was,
No
he just
time,
found the kill.
hanip. Bagsak
10
yung
seconds
spike.
to 3 targets ahead. No way that he can make his way out of that. We'll
Bagsak
seal
yung
the deal.
plant.
Feels like Nongshim are just locking Team Secret out at the moment at the very beginning of these rounds, or if they're not, Rubble control is found from Team Secret, or Mountain control is found from them. There's just a little bit of this stalling and deny tactics that are there.
Ang hirap nun, B. Madali silang...
To go through the
That
breakable
di nila
door and start to pivot in towards the B side,
Ayoko
even
rin
at a
na
deficit. I
nagpa-plant
actually
dyan sa
thought
B.
they could go for the Viper's Pit. They could look to get that plant down and then play on the back of Wild Oreo's little lurk.
Merong heaven,
It's just not allowed. Nongshim will find 6 rounds, so they'll at least tie up the half, but now I'm kind of wondering, they've really started to figure out how to play this defensive side. Is it going to be a possibility that Team Secret can get them up to 6?
Isang round pa, boys, para buhay yung momentum.
With this Viper's Pit up, they're going to have to at least find a solution around that if they are to get closer to that ideal scoreline.
I mean, you've got to contend with the barrier mesh and the sonic sensors that have always been going towards this B site. Now that the pit's over at C, you have to try and scope that out with your Prowlers as Envy. Maybe you can put the Haunt in there as well when you get that one back, or a Roomba. And you know, time and time again, that Rubble has been found by Persia and by Darby. So in my sort of positioning here, Team Secret know where everything is happening in this map. They know what's on C, they know what's on B, they know what's on the A. What do they want to challenge? And they're opting for A here.
Blinded si
And they find the right execution for it, though.
Yes, it's not.
Unfortunately, even with the Lego bricks all set up for them, they knew exactly where to go, what to do, but
Wild
it
Oreo!
out perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, Wild Oreo pushing through that one, trying to find Army or anyone else in the breakable room. Still have to contend with the sensor as well. It feels like there's a couple of decisions now that Team Secret are trying to make that are just rough.
Ay, sabi ni Nico.
Kaya pa to.
Rough and tough. They're gonna have to.
They're gonna get timed here, Quack.
Gagi, yung time na naman. Wala na naman
There's
planta.
no possible entry
Ano
point.
nangyayari, boys? Kaya niyan.
Yup.
Meanwhile, on the other hand, Nongshim just doing a phenomenal job. It's just some consolation kills right here. Busy. Okay, a couple more.
Oh
my
Yeah, it's just a lot of this positioning that Nongshim are throwing in towards this map as well, right? With the Rubble fights with the standard utility towards B and C. It is allowing Team Secret to kind of gather where they want to go around the map and what they have to do, but it just feels like they don't have the right decision, they don't have the right play to be able to gain advantage in favor over Nongshim. So in those sort of positions, if you're Nongshim, you don't really need to be changing it because it is
Kaya
working.
naman nila
And if you
ilaban
do
eh,
change
rush
it,
nyo na
that's when
lang.
you can potentially,
Ay,
you know,
puto, guys, yung Nongshim, guys.
allow Team Secret
Guys,
to
yung
expose the
Nongshim,
weakness of
ang
your
rush nila
own.
maglaro.
And I was about to go into the play that this is where a timeout to come through from Team Secret
Kaya
can be a
niyan,
double-edged
boys.
sword.
Inner peace
They can
lang.
figure out what they need to do
3-7,
against what Nongshim
imposibleng
are
di nyo kaya
currently
yan.
throwing at them. But if Nongshim use this timeout to change things up, what does that leave Team Secret to do? Try and figure things out in the mid-round, which we've seen not work well for them so far.
And that's what momentum brings you. Unfortunately, just needing
Ano na
that
tayo
much more,
magsasamgyup
but
niyan?
not quite able
Di kaya ni
to
Idol
dig it
yan.
out
Sub
of
niya na si
yourselves
Idol.
at times. It's tough, but
Dapat ikaw, coach.
you call it because you're desperate. You know, anything could be better than a possible 9-3 at the end of this series as well.
Gusto ngayon kasi
So, a
kinakaroon
possible last saving grace at the end of this first half.
Sige.
Some mental conditioning at play.
Sige.
And a possibility for Nongshim to switch everything up.
Tutok na tutok sa camera. Ay, sa
So
ano?
mid-rounding, as you
Sa
mentioned,
monitor.
very, very crucial. Not to
Pasok
mention
niya na
the
si Boss
guns not
Jesse,
exactly
sabi
on
ni
their
Jay
side
Ortega.
either this time for Team Secret.
Guys, please, get the momentum. Kahit
Let's see if the
5-7
timeout is going
lang.
to work out for them.
Okay na.
5-7, please.
Want to go and contest against
Parang
Francis
tapano.
here. Whoa! I'm gobsmacked that Francis, I thought, didn't realize, but then got it.
And then Dambi comes in. They're just trying to catch Team Secret.
Oh my
and they got to
yes!
set that play up.
What is happening, bro?
Not happening. No, sir. Just Wild Oreo left. Out towards
Bro, you can
Pillar,
do it, eh.
trying to find whatever space
Kalma,
he
coach,
can,
kalma,
but there are
coach.
traps
Coach,
all
malma ka, coach.
abound.
Pasok ka na daw doon, Leo.
Nakakapagtaka, ang dami nilang mistake doon ah.
Just letting him kind of run around, really. What can you say in a 1 versus 4 for a Sheriff? What timing can you find? The guns are irretrievable.
Next round.
Back of the timeout, looking like it's not going to result in a round win here.
Sheriff versus Bundle.
Position confirmed.
Kill
And
confirmed too.
Can't find anything. Yep, Ivy there.
4-8, 4-8,
The
4-8, Kaya. 4-8.
5-8. 5-8 naman.
8-3, last round of the half. Do we have something different from Team Secret here? Or do we have Nongshim just kind of being a bit more commanding on this defensive side?
Pagkaganitong nasisiyar na ako.
You gotta remember, this was off of the tactical timeout. You certainly hope
sige,
that
pipili
that
lang ako.
timeout was meant for
Pigilan mo,
this
wala utot.
final round.
Uy, hindi naman.
Maybe not the next one. I mean,
Ay, pwede
the
pala.
one from before.
Huwag
What?
naman.
That's that TP.
Ayop ka, babae ka.
Unfortunate.
Huwag ka uutot. Tuwa ka ba?
Back into the fray.
Bigat
It's
sa
gonna be this
laula
toxic
ka.
screen.
Tuwa
Big
ka, Hannes.
presence. And Odin for Persia as well. as
Thank
well
you
as
for
Dambi.
following.
I don't know what would be scarier, having Persia up at rubble with the paranoia ready and Dambi dancing around the rubble, or seeing those Odins. Right now it doesn't really matter because Dambi is still in your face around this rubble site, and he's just electrifying you.
Fast lane as well. Now you're grab netted. Envy trying to spray it down, but ultimately it's Dambi in for the quad.
Dambi ang umubos eh.
There's just
3-9
nothing you
curse!
can do.
3-9 curse to, 3-9 curse. 3-9
That's
curse
the
to,
half,
GG.
9-3.
3-9 curse to, Sandy. Oo, 3-9 curse yan. Totoo yan.
Ganun ba yun?
Tinan mo.
Dambi's on 19 kills, by the way. Just want to highlight that one, waiting for these replays. Different look for this round for Nongshim. Getting out that Odin spray earlier on, seeing that there's nothing really there from Team Secret. So let's go hunting, let's go looking, let's throw our utility out.
Madami nga silang
Zap 'em.
unnecessary movements.
And Dambi does. But will they be able to translate these on to
3-9 curse,
the
3-9
other
curse,
side,
3-9
right?
curse.
Because now 9-3 is a great
3-9
amount of
curse.
padding.
Good eve, Ate
For
Leo.
Nongshim, just to
Yep.
Good
bring
evening
things
daw.
over the edge.
Guys, kindly share our live. Malay nyo
Started
naman.
things off a little bit
Talagang
rough, but
naniniwala
with
pa rin
all
kami.
the
Naniniwala
As
ako
of the
nga,
full
pro
moment
team naman.
na
sort of
ano pa rin
downloads
sila.
that they've gathered from the past
Dami
two
nga dun,
maps,
medyo
as
kabado
well
pa
as
siguro.
more successful rounds.
Unnecessary
Nongshim
moves
now
yun
find
eh. Kahit
themselves
na ako mismo na
re-energized.
ano lang.
And again, this is something that I'll throw back
Sabihin ko lang
towards what we talked about earlier,
Hindi
right?
lang
For Nongshim,
alam.
as a core of 4 players, where Margaret is now aside and RB is
Yung
in,
9-3 ka.
they're going into
Ayan,
this series
JB.
with a
Parang
Sunset
ano
and a
mo siya.
set that they've not
Ayan.
had any experience, any practice in.
Oy, TS, huwag kayo mawawala ng pag-asa, ha?
Pretty much entirety of this year, going all the way back to Essential last year,
90 girls.
right? Lotus is a map that they were
Thank
playing
you so much for
a
sending
fair
gifts
amount of.
kay,
You know, we know the split, we
galing
know
kay
the
Nico,
Pearl, well, they have
tsaka
to get
kay
rid of those,
Diet
so at least they're
Barista.
guaranteed another map in this series that they are comfortable with. And Lotus, mind
Guys,
you,
this is
for those
some
wondering,
whoops
was that one that went
Yun, grabe
22 to
naman
22
yun.
against RRQ,
Tatlong
and then there
map
was
ni Ion
all
ang
the other
hanip. Walang
engagements that they did have
asawa-sawa
on
sa
the map that they
Neon.
had some pretty
Yan,
close
do
scorelines
8,000
in win
kilometers for
and in
this.
loss. So I was always feeling coming in towards this one here, yes, you have a new IGL and RB coming in towards
Grabe,
this map,
totoo,
but it is
Jay
still a map
Ortega.
that the rest of the
Okay,
team is
guys,
going to
ito na,
be
sila naman
extremely
yung
confident
defenders
on
this
anyways. And the scoreline is already
So
just
in
starting
really
to
very
reflect this. The
locked in
way
yan.
that they've been positioning and rotating,
they're trying
the way
to
that
go
they
to
weren't
B.
really pushed on their defensive side to change their approach of these rounds.
Ay, hindi ko sure.
Oh yeah. If anything, RB here is just
They're trying to go to B.
added firepower as well as the brains. Team Secret though needing to do it
Every
all
si Dambi.
onto the second half. Similar setups.
Hi guys,
Three-nine
kindly share our
touch.
live.
One towards
Three-nine
Rubble and two in towards B.
Kindly share our live, guys. Thank you so much. It's
By the way,
Dayton
Nongshim's
Group.
attacking side has been
Dayton Brew, shout out!
So slightly
Kato, TS
better.
win.
Yup!
Yeah, it certainly is shaping out to be just that. You've got a lone Wild Oreo trying to anchor down the
Wild Oreo
site.
nakapitas
Gets at
naman,
least
kahit pa
one.
paano.
And of course, the door tap from Team Secret as well, but
4
the
versus
site
4.
already...
Dumbie's down! Finally!
You gotta remember, the differences here is that Ivy
out,
on the
guys.
deadlock has the sensors,
Kaso
has the
planted
wall.
na.
Pistol
Naganda
around
ng
to contend
pwesto
with
nila
that.
dito.
Rough.
Look. Nakalak yung...
Oh, and the slide
sa may,
sidesteps as well, Francis. Good for one.
Going
And now RB to hold it even further back as well.
si Zes na
They
lang.
Ivy.
They know where Zesby was coming from. He just wanted to cool.
What happened?
Progression smokes,
He's
but,
on top. Thank you so
smoked
much,
off by
Jared
Persia.
Tiger.
Two.
Okay, blinded!
Flash, and it might
Naku!
give him a
Ang
slight
swerte!
opportunity, but unfortunately,
Umiiwas yung bala!
Persia kept sidestepping.
Oh no, the sensor actually
my
doesn't go off there.
gulay.
So I thought that Zesby was going to
Interesting
run in
laro
towards
to.
that one and then be
Christmas
concussed up and the
naman,
paranoia wouldn't do
Brody.
anything, but the Sheriff just
Brody!
wins in the end. Ghost Supreme.
Ganyan tayo.
Classics.
Nasira
Classics.
talaga.
Bit better.
Nasira talaga dun sa...
That's the permitted entry for Nongshim in towards the site. And then just holding it
Sub ka
down
na
with the
daw,
classics
coach.
as well. Nicely done for Nongshim. They'll pick up
Hindi
the
malayo
pistol.
ako eh.
Oh
my,
Si
got
Boss
us both
Jesse
in
muna.
this
Ay, si
map.
Boss Jesse muna.
That is going to be quite the more devastating fact for Team Secret too, because you would assume with a 9-3 scoreline that the pistol was
Hindi kaya yan.
a
Kabado
necessary
lang na
item to
yung
collect.
ano na to.
Potential 11-3 for Nongshim
Ganda
now
ng
as
first
well.
map nila.
Kaya,
This is
Sounds
where
good, no?
Team Secret definitely
Ang ganda ng
hindi
first
to!
needing to go down without with a fight.
Kaya
So
pa
they're going
to.
to try and fight over towards Rubble at the moment.
Natin.
Persia
Yan.
is going to lose his life, so far so good. They're going to fall him back.
Sinisi
At least the
na
spike
daw
is
ni
in
Persia.
Nongshim's possession. And as I say, that RB has an opportunity to get in towards
Get
this
the information
seaside,
na, guys,
see that
si
no one's home
RB.
with the drone.
Ay, naku.
There's a
walang
camera
nasa- Walang
which they're
nasa
going to be able to
C!
destroy. And the trap wire probably not going to be
Walang
capitalized upon
nakabantay sa
by
C.
Wild Oreo.
Dahil, bro.
Easy's found another.
Nice one, Easy.
This is where things actually get a little bit more interesting.
Okay lang
Yeah,
naman.
you get a
Ba't
gun now.
Hindi siya nag-drop dun.
Also, the sonic sensors all set up by Nongshim. They also still have the GravNet alongside RB's
Hirap
recon.
na ito.
Not to mention what
Para may
Dambi
trap si
could
ano dun, si
possibly
Deadlock
do.
lahat.
There's 2 smokes
Para
available for
ma-detect.
Zespu.
So already aware that Team Secret are nearby. Here comes that GravNet alongside the stun as well. Ivy gets the
Oh my
double.
GC
Tries
stand
to look
na
for a
yan.
couple
Naku!
more. Added support
Bro,
now out
stand
from
na
Mound.
yun.
And at this
Why?
point, Team
Why?
Secret dug themselves
Why?
a little more deep.
Nisi
Gonna
na
shoot his way out of
Walang
this one for
nagbantay sa C,
Nizzy,
bro.
but still up to the top, and it's Ivy.
Yeah, the 3 versus
Walang
5
nagbantay
situation that
sa
Team
C.
Secret find those 2 kills with. Not really going to assist them in
my
any means
gosh.
there. Good hold on the C site for Nongshim, and now they set themselves up into a situation where if they get this bonus round, well, that'd be the best case scenario for them to close this one out quickly. If they don't, which is, you know, the air quotes normalcy in a game of Valorant, we've actually seen a couple of bonus round wins here today.
Hirap.
Then maybe we have a fighting chance for Team Secret to get back in towards this one, but we need to see some decisive calls from them on this defensive side. And if Rubble control is going to be your challenge,
Kanilang kanila na yun.
Oh, Zesview, very forward position. He will delete RB because of it. Off towards the back of Dambi as well. Now
Nadaw
there's
naman
only
si
3
Downey
left.
pero wala din. Sayang.
Trip has been shut down, and it's a quick reaction from Nizzy to toss that snake bite through. Unfortunately, Envy may be eliminated for now, but it will still be Nongshim completely surrounded. Francis, though, fighting right back. Persia as well, down to the one-on-one, and Francis shoots himself out of the sticky situation.
there is something about Pacific teams being in 2vx's on the B site that they just make work. Paper X did it.
Sira yung momentum natin. Boys,
Almost
bawal
takes their
tayo,
control on this
bawal.
one, but that's a 2 versus 4
man sa
in
ngayon.
a round. That was a bonus variety
Kaya
here
pa yan.
for
Ang
Nongshim
susunod
to
na
win.
match.
True.
Maganda naman yung first
Guardian
round nila.
play.
Yung first map nila.
Vandal as well for Francis and for Persia to close this one.
Maganda naman, maganda naman.
12-3 now. 9 series
Naka-trash
points
talk
for
tuloy
Nongshim.
itong mga to. Wait lang, andyan ka lang.
Pero guys,
Main combo.
ang ganda pa rin ng game ng TS for me.
Nongshim's
Ganda
just
na
happy
nilaban
that
nila
all that
yung
utility
second
has been
round. Kita
spent.
mo. Talaga nilaban nila eh. Oh my
Now the
gosh,
waiting
kaya nyo to.
What can you look to do as Team Secret in a high-low setup there, where Nongshim don't necessarily need to even go back towards this A site?
Sayang, bro.
RB
Trust your
is again
teammates,
seeing
bro.
what he might be
Nakawala
able to
sila
bait
sa
out over
akma
towards
sa
C.
tutok eh.
Good game
As
for
the
team.
Prowler up the
Totoo.
guts of mid, it'll scope that no one's there, but you know what? We'll scope Francis for the eventual trades over towards A, where now that high-low setup is gone.
Eventual's a
Nice
really
try,
nice word
guys.
to describe that.
True.
Unfortunate for Team Secret, but this could be where, unfortunately, this debut match ends. Komodo.
You gotta have to see corners cut. That's the big thing for Team Secret
Di,
here. And they
kaya yan,
recognize
kaya
that.
yan.
See if they can
Alam
find
niya, di ba?
some
Miracle
little
time, they
equalization.
Okay.
Still trying, but ultimately,
Makikita mo talaga.
getting sniped out of thin air. Lethal shots found by Ivy, who tosses the grab net in as well.
Get mamaya.
While Oreo trapped in, trying to crab walk across,
Ay,
but
Ay.
it's not quite
Try,
happening.
boys.
Francis deals
try
the
pa rin.
final blow, and ladies and gents, Nongshim, this
Okay lang
Korean
yan.
team will raise their crimson flag as they
Okay,
begin their
okay,
clamber
okay lang,
towards
okay
the
lang yun, okay
peak
lang
of
yun.
Pacific.
It's going to be a journey for them for sure, though, Quack, because
Okay lang, okay
the
lang,
Team
okay lang.
Secret
That is
squad
fine,
comes out, guns
guys.
are blazing, map
First
one
round
on this series
Mahalaga,
of Sunset.
okay lang
There
yan.
was a question
Medyo
you look for
mag-a-adjust
Nongshim
pa
Red
siguro
Force for
ng
sure,
konti, medyo
but then
nasira
I think
lang.
they start to
Ang
figure
ganda
out
ng
what they need
first
to
map
do.
nila.
Come Ascent,
Anti-boys,
especially
anti-boys.
here
Nakuha na nila
on
yun.
Lotus, the
Anti,
13-3 victory for them. But I look to the future for what they've still got in Group Alpha. DRX and RRQ are next for them. They've
Proud ka
got
pa
a
rin
mighty
sa
challenge
TS, pero as
to
their
continue
mentality
here as the
coach,
Ascension winners
ano
to
masasabi
stay
mo
in
para hindi
Pacific.
sila masyadong
Yeah,
maganda?
definitely something that you want to see for the
Hindi,
Ascension team.
kaya naman nila.
Nongshim,
Actually,
they might have had it a little bit rocky,
first
but
map,
here they
goods na
go.
good.
I mean,
Second map,
playing a
medyo
very
nasira
cerebral
lang
game
eh, unnecessary
against the
move lang
Southeast
na
Asians,
medyo
and
kabado pa siguro
definitely
talaga.
have set up some tricky,
Ay,
complex
kinikilig pa.
puzzles
Third
for
game
other
dito na
teams to solve.
nasira yung momentum.
Oo.
100%.
Adjust na lang siguro ng
They'll
team
take their
yung
victory
team.
here
Adjust. Kaya
for
naman
today.
eh.
And then we'll look to see
Hindi
who we're
naman
going to
bad
get a
yung
little
game
chit
nila
chat with from the winners here on the interview.
Hindi pa buo yung pinaka-coordination, bro. Yun siguro. Tingin ko kasi kaya naman nila first map naman, di ba? Kahit second map, kaya naman yun eh. May mga moves lang, may nagagawa lang talaga silang mistake doon. And then dito sa third game, doon lang masyadong mas madami lang. Pero nice game pa rin. Sayang kasi nauna na tayo. Match point na sana kaagad yun. Di ba? Match point na sana kaagad
Hindi
yun.
ko rin talaga siya in-expect. Pero pakiramdam ko talagang maganda pa rin yung pinakita ng TS.
on the Pacific stage. So what's it like being back, and how is Pacific
Improve
different
nila kasi
than
new
the
roster
last
naman
time
to.
you
And
played?
understandable naman.
거의 600일
Malakas
만에
naman yung mga player
퍼시픽의
natin.
풍으로 돌아온
May
거거든요.
mga
다시
moves
돌아온
lang talaga
기분이
na
어떤지도
minsan hindi
들어보고
nila
싶고, 그리고
na-excite.
퍼시픽 좀 느끼기
kita ko naman.
얼마나
Sinasabi ko
달라진
sa
것
inyo, kita
같은지도
naman.
들어보고
Kita
싶네요.
naman.
퍼시픽 리그에 제가 1년 반 만에 돌아오게
Ayun,
돼서
wag
정말
laki na
기분이
itong
너무
si
좋고요.
RB.
그리고
Pwede
1년
naman.
반만
Hindi,
사이에
Drew, ganun
이렇게
naman talaga.
경기장에
May
좀
mistake. May mga
크게
mistake.
변해가지고 좀 놀란 게 있었던 것
Na-improve
같아요.
naman yun.
Magaling pa rin
Nakita mo
naman
naman,
sila.
kung nanood ka nung
Almost
first
a
map,
year and a
kayang-kaya
half
naman
since
eh.
I've last played here.
Diba,
So,
bali,
great to be
Tama,
back.
Nico.
And
Bumabagsak
also,
lang
I mean,
ako.
the stage looks
Malakas
a
naman
lot
sila, may
bigger
mga
and
kaya
wider,
naman.
so it
Dami
feels
lang,
really,
madami
really
naman.
good to be back. And
Yung mga
to be able
susunod
to
pa namang
perform
game
in
and
front
wala
of
pa
the
namang,
Pacific fans.
hindi naman ibig
Now,
Dami
sabihin
pa yan,
you've
kaya
been
pa yan,
rallying
kaya
the
pa
troops,
yan.
and you've taken over the
Mababago
IGL
lahat,
role.
bago
The
pa
experience
naman
is
yan.
something that the team expects
Kayang
from
kaya.
you. So, how has it been for you stepping over to that leadership role?
Pagpulot ng pulot.
그리고
Di, bro,
이제
yung
사실
sa ano talaga,
아이템도
alam mo
고맙고
nasira
좀
dyan sa
듬직한
third map.
모습으로 팀원들과 함께
Sila
또
nagplan,
얘기도
ba't
많이
sila
하고
nagstay sa door ng
카메라를
ganun?
보면서 더 이상 부끄러워하지 않는
Pwede mo
모습도
ikalat
보여주고
na
있거든요.
yun eh. I
확실히
don't-
그리고
I don't know why,
베테랑으로서
bro.
해줘야 할 것도 많을 것 같은데
Anyways,
저 스스로는
Team
이런
Secret,
역할에 대해서
props pa
어떻게
din.
느끼고 있나요?
Alam ko kaya nyo pa rin
저
bumawi,
선수로서
team.
일단은
We're very,
제가
very
알고
proud
있는
pa
어떤
din.
거는 많이
Sulit pa rin na may
알고
pag-hype
있는 게
namin, like,
그래도 저는
buo pa yung
부담감을
boses
많이
namin. Kaya pa namin kayo
걸어들여서
i-cheer.
생각을 하고
Kaya pa
있기
yan,
때문에
boys.
저는 항상
Walang nasayang
Kaya pa yan.
dito.
Kayang-
Mahalaga,
kaya pa
proud
yan.
pa rin kami sa
Proud.
inyo.
I'm
Well,
still
it
proud
does
of
put
them.
a lot of
Nakakabalik
pressure
kayo
on
naman.
me taking over that IGL role, but I think
Achilles,
pressure
Inzest.
is to make
Kaya
diamonds.
yan.
So I'm always
Improve lang
having
dito.
the thought of
Out
we
na ako
need
sa
to win, and I
kanina pa ako
need to lead
dito
the
eh.
team
Nice try,
to the
TS.
victory.
Thank you so much
on my
Sa
mga
mind when I
nanonood,
play,
guys.
and I
We
will
really
be
appreciated
playing
yun.
my
Sa mga
best
nagsusupport
and
sa
trying my
TS.
best to lead
Guys,
the team
don't stop
to its
kasi,
best performance
alam
and
nyo
to
na hindi pa
victory.
rin
Now we
tumitigil
see
din ng
Francis
TS na
swapping
ibigay yung
over
best nila
to the
sa mga
Viper,
bawat
Ivy
games
also to
nila.
the Sentinels.
Thank you so much
So when
to those
it comes
people
to
na
these
nag-stay
role
dito sa
shifts,
live
how do you
natin.
think that's going to affect
And
the
sa mga
team
nag-share ng live, thank you so
overall,
much also.
moving forward? 이제 또 프란시스 선수가 이제 바이퍼를 맡게 됐고 아이비 선수가 감시자 역할로 좀 옮겨가는 모습이에요. 선수들이 이렇게 로스터 변동이
close
생기면서
yung gaya
새로운
yung
역할에
third game lang talaga
적응하는
medyo
기간을
naayap.
갖게 됐는데
Props sa Team
장기적으로
Secret,
보면
boys.
이런 변화가 팀에게 어떤
I love
영향을
you
줄 것
all.
같나요?
Yun na nga siguro yun.
이게
First game pa lang naman yan.
포지션으로
Bagong
옮기는
lineup.
경우는
Yes.
이제
bagong lineup,
장기간이
bagong
걸리나
roster
한
nila.
달
I
정도가
understand
많이
this.
오래 걸릴
Iba yung
거라고
hater.
생각을 하는데
Pag nanalo kami,
프란시스랑 아이비 선수가
kayo,
이제
huwag
많은
tingin.
영웅을
Hindi, mga pan yan,
다뤄진
mga
적이
pan yan.
있어가지고
Medyo na ano lang
그래서
sila.
뭐 그렇게까지
Talo kasi
장기간으로
yun.
간 적은 없고
Pero pan
한
din yung mga...
Pero bakit
일주일은
ganun? Kung fans talaga
그렇게
sila, even though may
소화했던 것
mga
같아요.
bagsak na...
Well, usually when it's the
Kumbaga,
player's
may mga
first time
negative
switching the
na
roles,
nangyayari. Dapat fans
then it
pa
might
din
take a
sila.
little
So,
bit
ibig sabihin,
more,
hindi.
maybe
Hindi sila
about a
ano
month
yan,
or
rage
so. But
baiter
for
kasi
Francis
sila.
and Ivy,
Ay,
they
so
have a
hindi nga
wide
sila dyan,
champion pool. They have a
Rage
deep
baiter
champion
pa rin.
pool,
Pero
and
kaya-
they
kaya
can
pa
flip
rin.
around.
Rage
So
bait ka
it
din ba,
only took us
coach?
about a week to settle into our new role.
Nare-rage
and
bait ko
we're
sila
feeling
ngayon,
now
nare-rage
and
bait ko.
feeling ready to play
Ay, pa,
today.
buti pa si
Now,
Kiwin
RB,
Impron eh.
do
Alam
you
niya,
know
alam
who you're playing next?
Shoutout
다음에
boys.
누구
Thank
만나는지
you
알아요?
sa sumabaybay.
DRX입니다.
Props sa
Any message
Nongshim,
over to
malakas din
DRX?
talaga,
DRX
malakas
에게 한마디
din.
하시겠어요?
Kaya naman,
Parehas
kaya
silang
naman,
magaling.
nagkaunahan lang yan sa momento.
일단은
kaya
DRX
Tsaka ano,
DRX를
napansin ko
상대로
din
꼭
alam
한
mo
번
sa last
더 보고
game talaga.
싶었고
Si Dambi
다음
masyado
경기에
niyang
DRX인데
nasa kanya yung
그때
momentum
저희가
sa last
어떤
game. Yung ba
Hindi, second game pa lang
모습인지
sa kanya
저희가
na
제대로
talaga.
보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
Tapos ano masyadong umangat
Well,
yung
I really wanted to
adrenaline
play
nila sa katawan.
DRX, so hopefully in the next match,
Mga
I put up
necessary
my
move
best
lang need
performance
natin i-adjust
and
yan,
show
boys.
DRX
I
what
believe
kind
in
of
you, I
team
trust in
and
you.
what Nongshim can do
Mahal pa rin namin kayo,
and
guys.
what we're
Boys,
capable
Team
of.
Secret,
And
all
that
the
was
way,
RB.
all the way,
Everybody,
Team
give it up
Secret,
one more
boys.
time for RB. 다시 한번 박수
Thank you,
부탁드립니다.
Steve. Now, thank you sa mga nag-share,
Thank you so
mga
much.
nag-subscribe.
And that's it for
Yun,
day one.
props
We'll
pa
see
din,
you tomorrow.
props pa din.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Team Secret. Sayang boys, sayang boys.
Okay.
Sayang boys,
Bawi
sayang
tayo
boys.
Team Secret. Thank you so much.
Sayang boys, sayang. Si Sir.
Sir!
Sayang. No, diba guys, isipin nyo yun. Andun na tayo eh. First match.
RB versus DRX.
Madami
That's gonna
daw.
be so exciting
Okay,
to
guys.
watch, especially since
Magpapaalam na
we've
kami.
seen with
Magpapaalam
his
na
addition
tayo.
to Nongshim.
Papaalam na kami guys.
Seeing this roster,
Props sa TS guys. Congratulations
in their
sa
evolution
Nongshim. Abang kayo
with
sa
a
next
veteran
match natin.
Angel coming in.
Kayang-kaya natin yan. Bawi tayo.
I mean,
Secrets. Let's go
it's so
Team
interesting to see
Secrets.
just
Supporta
even
lang
how
kayo
he
sa mga
answers the
nag-share.
question and carries
Kahit
himself
subaybay,
on stage
nakitambay.
like-
Thank you very much sa ating mga
Very mature.
sa chats.
He's
Thank you
very thoughtful about
Okay,
how he answers
bye guys!
Bye-bye.
See you on our next live. Huwag na huwag niyo
Wala
kakalimutan
lang.
sumuporta sa Team Secret kasi hindi din sila tumitigil na ipagpatuloy ang kanilang mga pangarap.
Kayang-kaya yan.
Yup! Nice try! Nice game, TS and Nongshim. Bye guys! Thank you so
Bye
much!
guys. Bye.
I would say.
Bye-bye,
So,
bye-bye,
I mean,
bye-bye.
he's a great addition to the
Bye-bye,
team, but it's so
bye-bye,
nice to see Danby back
guys,
on
bye-bye
board.
guys.